Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. Okay, there's the screen.
Yep.
It is live. We're on YouTube. We're set. We're ready. I think we're live. Yeah, we're live. We're live. We're alive. He's alive. He's alive. Where's the other one? Okay, what's good, everybody?
Another day in paradise.
I like that.
That's the
I
best
like
way
that.
to put it.
I like that. I like the cynicism.
Just the way he drew it up.
Okay, Goku over here with the background. A little. Just have it on loop there, huh?
It's a GIF, so it stays on loop.
Sheesh, I'd go crazy. I'd go insane. Goku erecting like that, like constantly behind my back.
Dude, that's how I feel when I see. That's how I feel when I see freaking Papi Ed over there, dude.
He's literally just getting excited behind you, bro. Like, are you just gonna
Yeah,
let?
he's just representing me.
Are you
He's
just gonna?
representing what I do. All right.
You just gonna let Goku do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna let him do that to me. Exactly.
Okay,
as it is.
so what I'm getting here is you're a bottom. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Booty
Well,
slaps and everything.
welcome to Transparency Thursday. Oh, good morning. Good morning to Philippines. More friends today. Yes, we got somebody new. New, but an old friend of Wes.
Literally physically old, yeah.
Would you? I didn't want to go there, but would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I'm a pharmaceutical psychologist with multiple degrees and doctorates and bullshit.
Sheesh.
I reign from the hellhole that we call Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Also, the BS in your education literally stands for bullshit. Oh, damn. Dude.
Yeah, literally. Like, yeah, I just shoot. I specialized in that. You know what I mean? Over the course of my 36 years on this planet.
Jeez.
I have a very extensive background in a multitude of things. I don't really specialize in one specific thing.
Jack of all trades.
Master of none, but it's better than being
a master of one. Exactly.
You know yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much
now
it.
Step each other off. It's okay.
That's awesome. Go. Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. I don't want to.
Wrong podcast. Wrong podcast. Wrong topic. Welcome, man. Well, you didn't share your name. You shared about who you are.
I'm Ed. I'm also known as Forged.
There you
go. You can call me Ed though. Like
I'm Daddy if you want to.
Everybody, yeah, you can call me Daddy.
Can I call you Papi?
Yeah, a lot of people do.
All right, Papi.
There's a lot of women and men out there. You know, $20 is $20.
Are you single?
That's exactly right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
This guy is single. Everybody. I just want to let y'all know.
He's mine.
My friends from Cambodia and Philippines. If y'all ever want a straight man, to all my gay friends, here's a straight man for you. Let's go, Ed.
It's only like 7.5 inches straight. But,
oh, dang.
Like, straight is straight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know what you say.
We even got Vincent joining us to this morning. What time is it there? Like 10 o'clock?
Yeah, it's 10:38.
Technically, that's late there in the Philippines, bro. What are you doing, bro? Like everybody wakes up at 5 a.m.
You woke up looking like you woke up at 5 a.m.
Yeah, bro. Everybody already.
Is it dark outside?
Everyone's already served.
It's just black.
Yo,
like a screen covering the sun.
Bro, the pandesal breakfast is already fed and baked, man. It's not fresh anymore. Not fresh out the oven.
Yo, my window doesn't have any air coming through it because there's the firewall from the other house.
Yeah,
that sucks.
I don't have sunlight.
Excuse me.
It's morning there, but he's living our timeline right now, bro. It's dark as hell in that window.
We even have sunlight over here.
Yeah, we have more sunlight than you right now, Vince. What's going on, bro? I don't want to dox myself.
That shit here, man.
I don't want
to.
I
want to laugh. I just fell over. You imagine? Fall over, hit him in the head.
Yeah. So we're all on the stream tonight in different timelines. Appreciate that. Thank you for taking your time out of your day or night to spend time with us and have this conversation. Let me just give another debrief of what Transparency Thursday is for everyone here who may be new in the audience or who's new in our group right now joining us. Transparency Thursdays are just a moment for us to just be able to talk about anything and everything. There are times we will talk about specific topics. For example, recently we talked about imposter syndrome. And the topic was really about calling each other out. Like, is it really real? Is it something that we just feel based off of our insecurities? Or is it something that really is something serious to take into consideration? But there are moments like today where we're just going to talk about lightheartedness, like just fun, random topics. And the topic for tonight is just about the streaming gaming community. Let me re-emphasize that because it sounds like another word. But again, streaming or gaming community. Because I had a friend said, "Oh wait, you're gonna talk about the gay community?" No, I'm not talking about
gaming.
Yeah, I know it's Pride Month. We're not talking about LGBT though. We have had that share already in a previous podcast. Nothing against them. Nothing wrong with that. But we are talking about gaming and the stream community. What's happening? What's trending? Any fun or interesting topics you guys want to talk about through that. But yeah, man, let's get it started. Let's get it rolling. Anybody have any thoughts? What's happening right now?
I mean, do we just completely neglect the biggest topic in the gaming community currently, or
I mean, call it out. This is
you want to go in slow.
Let's go in right. Let's go in right away. I think we already know what you're talking about, and this topic, I'm pretty sure it involves a lot of respect or some stuff that is a little bit the opposite.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Dr. Disrespect has pulled the biggest amount of disrespect on, I believe, to be the whole community as a whole.
That is some crazy stuff.
It is. Yeah, and I mean, it went from being an allegation to him talking about it to retracting to everybody being left in the dark. I mean, there's so much to approach on this situation, and why I believe that it's just, honestly, there's been a lot of stuff that's happened over the years throughout Twitch.
Yeah.
Twitch being like the biggest platform. Obviously, there's others, even on the YouTube side of things.
Yeah.
But his is, I've lost all respect for him as a human.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, kick that off. Dr. Disrespect, huh?
I mean, it's definitely a crazy conversation about that. Because even my thoughts about like what the streaming community like currently right now, I'm thinking of like the Kick platform in comparison to like Twitch or YouTube. But let's dive in a little bit more about Dr. Disrespect. I personally just know of him obviously because he really became popular like through like Call of Duty and a lot of the FPS gaming that he's been involved with. I do recall he was at Twitch, and then did he get signed for Kick? Can you add if you know anything about it? Can you elaborate? Did he get signed for Kick? Did he decline the offer? Like what happened? There was a drama that happened recently when Kick came out with that, right?
I think he did get signed with Kick, didn't he? Like with
Aiden Ross, like
who's yeah.
Well, like Aiden Ross is like co-founder of like Kick also now, right? Like
it was a massive like signing bonus, you know what I mean? And this is before like Twitch had all their, structurement built to what it is now, with their exclusivities and contracts that they offer these high tier streamers and stuff like that. So they were presented a massive opportunity to get, a lot of money, which at the end of the day, this is his business.
Yeah.
And, it's respectable to consider other options, and be part of like a founding, platform. I mean, I think that's a beautiful thing. I respect him for taking that leap.
But then he went back to Twitch?
Oh, yeah, because, well, like they got assumed by Twitch at some point in time, right?
Wait, so Kick is now owned, or Twitch now owns Kick?
No.
Oh, wait. What do you mean by
Amazon? Amazon, I believe, ended up buying them, correct?
Kick, yeah.
And just like completing the merger. So,
oh, okay. So that's why he decided to just move back to Twitch.
Yeah.
And then this whole allegation and all that stuff started happening like legit recently.
Yeah, and I like the timeline, so much time has passed, and that's where I believe, like, in my opinion, a lot of this issue is there's so much time that has passed
Yeah.
that it's just hard to like grasp your head around it because, like, as someone that frequents Twitch but not fully vested in it, you just kind of see these little tidbits. Oh, they're over here, they're over here. And I mean, I'll be honest with you, like I'm an 80s person, I'm 36 years old. I was born in 87. I grew up with the 80s, 90s. Dr. Disrespect has always pushed that, creation, the old school
Yeah.
flashing lights and stuff like that. Like, and I just thought, wow, like this is someone I can relate to because he was an older streamer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so then you get that resonation, just because of his age and how he presents himself. But then it spanned across the board because there was a lot of kids that got involved in it, older adults, women, children, everything. So, but the problem is just the timeline, like the timeline. I was trying to make some notes here so we can like really like deep dive into it.
Yeah. Don't worry. Yeah. Go for it.
But it was one of those things to where at some point in time he had taken the opportunity with Kick, and then he had went back to Twitch, and then this is from where I remember the timeline picking up from based on the notes. In 2019, that's when he was suspended from the Twitch platform.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like,
right,
not even suspended. I think he was banned.
Yeah. And no, 2019 was a
the suspension.
It was a suspension, yeah, because he was streaming inside of a bathroom at E3 is what it was. And then
some crazy thing, some crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, rules and guidelines, man, you got to follow to it.
Yeah, and so like it was just like one of those weird things, and you would think with the way everything, the way his whole thing is, because you got to remember, like a lot of people think like, oh, someone jumps on there and they're doing what we're doing. We're sitting in front of our computers, and we're streaming. These people are upper echelon. They have full production crews.
Yeah, they got the whole staff. Like they got teams.
They got time schedules, everything that revolve around all this. They literally have to pay people out. Like, they have costume designers. They have people that do all their audio, their lighting, everything. It's a huge production. People think it's something simple, but then it's like when you really see these big streamers, you're like, oh my God. Like their roster's insane.
Yeah.
So fast forward, which it was 2021.
What's up, Hans? Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining the chat.
No, 2020 is when he got banned. So it was June 26th of 2020 is when he got officially banned. So this is in the peak of COVID.
What's up, Drew Spacito? Thanks for joining the chat, man. I see you there.
Being online.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
That's why it's such a big deal, because it's like Twitch took away his like literally livelihood and time to like explode. Even though he's exploded.
But in many ways, apparently. Woo. Anyways, but I mean that's but that's the crazy thing. But that's the crazy thing about that's the crazy thing about him though, because actually like I think when I started getting into his stuff was around like peak pandemic, but then he like disappeared all of a sudden after he got that contract with Kick. Like it felt like none of his stuff were showing out there anymore on different social media platforms, and it was like very specific. Like to see his stuff, like you had to see it through Kick or like watch him like religiously if you are like a hardcore fan, right? And then I like all of a sudden he just resurfaced again because of the allegations. Oh, I don't know where that came from, but thank you so much for the follow on Twitch. But yeah.
And I mean the biggest one was so like like the biggest thing that really his blow up happened was in 2017. Like because he won streamer of the year through, I believe it was it Twitch, like a TwitchCon or something like that.
Yeah. I think like
that's what he made his acceptance and his in his full attire and all that stuff.
He went all out.
Yeah, and I mean he beat out a lot of top streamers back then, so that was like a huge deal because it was kind of like not someone was expecting someone like him
Yeah.
to like win that, because he's literally just a shit talking dude that plays
So
games.
he'll like just troll like in his game.
And he plays a lot of Call of Duty.
I mean,
too.
he's good, but he's not like great at gaming, right? Like he's good at what he does, but it's more so like the way he creates the content, like how he engages with his community.
It's the persona.
Yeah, it's like the trolling that he does, like it's a fun thing, but it was a shtick, like it was a fun thing that people were engaging in.
Yeah.
Let's dive into that, like the whole like persona that a streamer creates, right? Like Dr. Disrespect, for example, has that. He has that character where he'll put on a full-on suit, actually has a whole production and everything, like with his backdrop, his green screen and everything when he streams, and he talks about like how he's going through that stream. Now, other streamers out there. So there's like when you were talking about generational streamers, like the 80s, 90s folks, like people that are much older, having the content, grabbing the audience towards like people in their late 30s, early 30s, or whatever, and further on. That's Dr. Disrespect and other streamers. I know there are other streamers that on my head right now, like I can think of how they look like. I just don't know the names. But there are a lot more. Even like what's his name? PewDiePie or something like that. On YouTube, he was an OG YouTuber, you know, that became really big, and what he does, the content that he was, you know, creating. Now personas. So the reason why I wanted to talk about Kick also is because recently I actually just you know, through social media like TikTok, a lot of Kick streamers have been going viral just through TikTok alone, and then they're just crazy revenues that they're making now. Like all of a sudden it just became popular. And then even in this generation today, like when you talk about celebrities, they're not talking about A-list, B-list celebrities. Like they're talking about like famous TikTokers, like these high school kids that go to a high school and they're like, yeah, like these celebrities, aka influencers, aka TikTokers or whatever. Like, yeah, that's the normal thing. We see celebrities all the time in our school, but technically they're just like the streamers of our community, right? Or like the influencers or content creators. Now with Kick is a little crazy because I feel like a lot of people, I'm not trying to, it's hard. I'm trying to find a way to talk about it without like dissing people or like talking smack. I also don't want to get canceled, and I mean, not to say that I'm that big right now, but any of these things could easily like defame you in some way, right? But how do I put it? A lot of Kick streamers are more of like for example,
XQC is another one.
well, XQC, like even his thing, I kind of like his stuff, but there are like some streamers out there that were like, you know, like they were the bullies of high school, or like they were like they were the ones that would like tease and make fun of people out there, and then they'll become famous and get all these followers and stuff because of like their pranks that they do live, like in real life streaming, or like just random things that they follow and
The
like
clout chasers.
the cloud chasers, right? Like
Yeah.
literally like they're living off of their chat. I'm not gonna name names of like streamers, but there are streamers out there that'll be like, chat, what do you think I should do? What chat, like, hey, what do you think I should say? Oh, you think I should do that with this girl? Oh, chat, like literally like living off of just chat feedback, right? Like community
The
feedback.
emulator. Like they're the emulator.
Yeah, like even like those TikTokers that are like the NPC AI or like NPC TikTokers, like that thing went trending.
Oh, that shit is so cringe.
Yeah,
There's some psychological stuff to that though,
it's
because
some
I
crazy
mean,
stuff. Yeah,
yeah, it is, and it's just because like you got to remember, like, and this is like, you know, no disrespect to anyone, everybody's gonna live their own life, but maybe I know the guy, like, you know, when Wes was telling me about the podcast and everything, you know,
Yeah.
one of the biggest things is reaching out and giving people that different perspective.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And a lot of it is psychologically, when these people like approach Twitch platforms and they become obsessive, like I'm talking the consumers on the consumer end,
yeah.
when they become obsessive and they're typing, it's usually there are a lot of introverted people out there,
Mhm.
and that's their way to engage into the world through someone,
Yeah.
and they become hyper fixated on it. So then they feed into that persona more than anything. Would that person act like that in real life? Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah,
But
but
the-
because they have no ramifications for what that person is going to do on the screen, they'll say the most outlandish things. They'll spend their hard-earned
Yeah.
money to make these people do extremely outlandish things, and that person is just like, it's my job.
But that's the thing, the it's
Yeah.
my job thing, like, is it really, or are you also a sucker for that? Like, are you in that cycle where you're stuck in that space? Like, because I actually had this conversation recently with friends and, people close to me. I thought about what kind of streamer do I want to continue to become? Like, obviously, I just established this like platform recently. I started doing this in the beginning of this year, and I want to move forward for this and make it into something that's more serious, like down the road, where I could potentially make revenue off of it, right, and monetize it. Um, that's everyone's goals, but even that for the streaming community, how much change do you guys think we're gonna go through? Especially like, let's look at it as a job. This is technically some people's careers where they literally wake up in the day, go through and let's say get their day started, but then come live at 9 a.m. and then go through it until 6 p.m. It's a 9 to 5 to them, right? Like it's a real job. So for people that are trying to pursue it in that aspect, like, do you think these other streamers or people that are becoming popular because of these outlandish things are ruining it for everyone else who are actually trying to take it more in a space where it's serious to them, it's their livelihoods or all that stuff, right? Or do you think everyone, like, to each their own with no judgment, but should there be some limitations or restrictions to that? Like Dr. Disrespect, like, he made good content, but now it's like, I don't know, man, because behind the scenes it seems like there are a lot of shady things that you have actually been doing. Meanwhile, on the other hand, like on Kick, for example, you can literally go to the platform right now, and probably the first 10 people you see on there For You page or the Explore page are a bunch of pranksters, just a bunch of people goofing around and doing some outlandish things, but they're being paid for it and it's excusable. And like something as like, for example, there's this one girl was trending on TikTok and even on YouTube because she potentially or almost killed someone live on stream when they went to a lake boat or something like and there was some person that was obviously not in the right headspace, and then she dared that person to jump in the lake that was apparently illegal for you to jump into. And then after that girl jumped in the lake, she was on stream live saying like, I didn't tell her to jump, when it was all there recorded. And it was because she was influenced by her chat and she was doing the whole thing. Like, chat, what do you think I should say to her? Like, oh, do you think I should dare her? Should I bet? And then she does it. And then the girl was yelling, crying out for help. She's like, I can't swim. I actually can't swim. You dared me to jump in. And then they just dipped. They ran off. But these people are getting more famous. They're becoming more famous and they are being canceled. Meanwhile, there's allegations. We don't know the facts, right? But because it sounds like something that is inexcusable, something that should never be, accepted, we'll cancel him, right? We'll just like, nope, he's done for. Despite all of the good things, I'm not saying that I am vouching for him or I'm not saying any of those things, or I'm saying that he didn't do anything wrong because I don't know his full story. But just that thought, it's like kind of that cancel culture is kind of backwards with the whole streaming platform.
There is a threshold, 100%. Like, and I think like it's morally what it comes down to. I personally have always been, I would rather have quality over quantity type of person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I started a streaming platform and I had 10 people that were dedicated to it all the time, and that engaged in it like positively for what I was trying to do, that would mean way more to me than if I had 100 people watching that are just there to troll.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so like that's just an individual. That's a like an internal thing.
Yeah.
That I come from. And, that's just my background of like growing up and what I want in my life.
Yeah.
And I think like a lot of it is, if we want a really big reflection on what Twitch is going to become, what streaming platforms are going to become,
Yeah.
the easiest way to look at it is to look at Hollywood, right? Or
Mm,
Hollywood in general. Movie making, all the actors and everything like that. Look at their internal struggles that they have after they do all this movie stuff.
That's
Because a
true.
lot of people, they dedicate so much time and effort into their craft that they
Yeah.
become that person. But
That's
in
true.
reality, that's not really them.
Yeah. That's true. Like, for example, I mean, I worked in Hollywood. I worked in the entertainment industry, and even for casting, like the typecasting, right? Like the Iron Man of the movies or the Captain Americas of movies. Chris Evans actually even said this. like at one point during one of like an interview he had, was that I don't want to just be seen out there in public as the Captain America. I want to be seen for my other craft, my other work that I do. Like there are literally other films I am involved in that are just award-winning films, and just as great, but I will never be seen as anything but Captain America. And so that's why he made that decision to also take himself away from Marvel after that, after the end game. And plus like contracts and all these stuff, like that all comes into play, and then the story, the plots that they're trying to create for Marvel. But overall, they made a huge decision. Like, the main cast essentially for Avengers have all left because they said themselves, yeah, I want to be seen with more. Like, I want to be an actor that is diverse, not just a typecasted one that is only good for superhero stuff.
I
Daniel
want to be
Radcliffe.
Oppenheimer.
Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing. He wanted the same thing. I mean, I think the best example of this that happened recently that everybody would be like, oh, okay, the new stuff, right? Because
Yeah.
this is all older, right? Is I just read recently the other day that Anthony Starr, which is the guy that plays in The Boys, that plays Homelander in The Boys.
Yeah.
He recently, like, he went out in the public, I think he posted it on his X or whatever, and said that he wishes people wouldn't approach him like he's Homelander all the time.
Yeah, like he's a villain in real life, or like he's
Yeah.
even seen as like a bad person. Or like, yo, that's just acting. That's my character.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And so he's having a negative effect from something amazing that he's doing because the way he's portraying that character is phenomenal.
So good, yeah.
But people are like, "Oh, that's really him in real life."
And I
he's
hate
like,
him, yeah.
"No, I'm not a psychopath. Like
Yeah.
Homelander's a psychopath. I'm just a normal guy. This is my craft. This is my art."
Yeah.
And a lot of people suffered from that. Like when you talk about method actors and all that stuff. And I mean, who's to say that there's like not method Twitch streamers? You know what I mean?
That's
When you're-
true, dang.
Yeah, and stuff like that, to where their persona that you see on the camera is actually them, and then when you don't see them in public, that's their actual act. They're doing the Superman effect, the
Yeah.
Clark Kent, if you will. So people want to believe what they want to believe, and obviously it's one of those things that you want to push forward, and it helps. It helps. Like if you're this person here, and then when you're seen in public, you're still that person, like people get more excited about it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I like Chris Evans, right?
Yeah.
In Captain America, amazing. If I seen Chris Evans in the street, I'd be like, wow, that's Chris Evans. That's cool. If I seen him as Captain America in the street, I would like lose it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So I think the Twitch streamers are the ones that really push that boundary with a lot of things, because actors aren't going to do that.
Yeah.
They're above, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Evans isn't always a good guy. Have you guys seen The Gray Man?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Shit.
He's literally the Homelander in The Gray Man.
What was
like,
that?
He's a psychopath.
What was that one movie he was in? It was like they were in the train, but it was in like the snow. They turned it into a TV show also.
Snowpiercer.
Snowpiercer. Yeah.
Snowpiercer,
That's
yeah.
a good one too. I mean, he has like a lot of indie films too that I really like. Here in the chat, I got some side note. It's like I love how Fierce is just chowing down, man. So
I was just thinking about that. I was like, as Ed's talking, I'm like, damn, Fierce
meanwhile,
is
we got over
eating
here.
right
He's
now.
just grubbing. He's going all out.
He's just going.
And we got our own.
He just got home.
It's content. Hey, there's nothing.
Vincent woke up and he's like, I need a Marlboro right now.
Yeah, bro. I need a smoke, bro. Hell yeah. There you
Yeah.
go.
So it is one of those things that when you go back to it, it's the biggest like quote that I live by today, and honestly there's two of them that go in this platform so well. And Jim Morrison from The Doors back in the day always said, whoever controls the media controls the mind.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, because
And that's in the 70s.
Yeah.
Dude. Like, you know what I mean? 80s. Like,
Yeah, but I think also like method acting, it's such a dangerous play to go through
yeah.
as a method actor. Like Heath Ledger, for example, playing the Joker,
Like he went too
ended up
serious.
killing himself
Well, there's a
because
lot.
he was
yeah.
so like in depth with like the role. But now, obviously, there's like history with that too. But like,
Yeah.
it's just when he died and everything like that. And I think did he win like an Oscar or something like that for
Oh,
his
yeah.
role?
Yeah. He
Oh, yeah.
won
after he
did-
died,
even
like he
after
literally
passed away.
won, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, we were watching it one time with my family back in the day, and I was like, I wonder if like he found like as a religious kid. I was like, I wonder if he found God before he died.
Yeah.
And my dad had that response exactly like someone who would see Homelander on the streets. And was
Yeah.
like, do you think a person like that who could play that type of character found God?
Yeah, like he's
No,
evil.
absolutely
He's a
not. He's a
horrible person.
horrible person.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
It's actually interesting where this topic is like kind of transitioning into, because like I think that in itself, people don't realize, like in the streaming community or gaming community, people that are really like trying to invest themselves to do this craft, it's an art form in itself. And yes, there are personas that we put on like on camera that may be completely different than how we are outside of it, right? There's one thing I talked about with Wes and Jeremiah recently, where I'm like, every time on stream, I'll say, or I'll schedule already what my next stream will be or what day, and I'll be like, hey guys, thanks for joining the stream today. I'm gonna be back again tomorrow, and then the next day I don't show up, and then like Wes and Jeremiah had actually asked me like, dude, sometimes you actually don't follow through. Like like your community, your audience is there waiting for you. What are you doing? And I was like, you got a good point, but it's also very exhausting for me, like mentally exhausting for me to be on camera while I'm gaming or even talking on Transparency Thursdays. Like that's a lot of work still, and people don't realize that that's work in itself. Just being able to multitask like this, gaming, and then imagining having to please your audience, like when they're commenting to you. There was this one time where I got raided on Twitch, and for 10 to 15 minutes straight, I didn't see it happen. And everyone that was raiding my Twitch were like, yo, man, I guess he doesn't pay attention to his audience, or he doesn't care about us. Like, what was the point of us raiding this? And then I look and I was like, I'm so sorry, guys. Like, I was so locked in the game. I just wanted to win that I didn't get to focus on you guys. That's work, man. That's a lot of labor.
And that's the stress of it too.
Yeah.
Like, because when you have that, that platform on an upper scale to when you're going to go sit down in front of your computer and you're going to have 20,000 people watching you.
Talking, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be
You kind of
very,
got to pick
very
and
hard.
choose. You have to
Yeah.
pick and choose like the comments that you respond to, and that's also what creates your persona too. Is you can't just favorite specific comments. You have to like engage with all of them. Like Hassan,
Yeah.
Hasanabi, like he engages with every single different type of
Yeah.
comment, and that's all he does. He just looks at different content on the internet. He looks at his chat, and then he's like, he'll respond to one thing and he highlight it, then get back to the content, then go look at his chat. He'll see another one and highlight it and respond to it. Like it's like a back and forth thing.
So out of comparison, out of all three platforms, like the biggest streaming platforms right now would be Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. Out of these three platforms, which one do you guys think would have a downfall and could potentially like transition into one of these other two?
I
Like
think Kick already.
me
Kick
personally,
I literally just opened up Kick and it looks like a literal knockoff of Twitch.
yeah. The thing is, the reason why, like, I have high hopes for the investors of Kick, the co-founders of them as well. They have great content. They make good content. But majority of their Kick streamers, to be honest with you, I find are the ones that are like that are like clout chasers or audience seekers, that will really just do anything and everything that their audience tells them to do. If they told them to jump off a lake with nothing, they'll do it just for $10, like stuff like that. But it gets their audience. If you guys think that Kick is going to be the downfall, which something I want to actually ask Vincent, coming from a perspective all across, completely across the world. Now, seeing it from your perspective, Vince, let's say like as an audience or a fan of streaming and gaming, who are like certain people that come into your mind that you think are like, oh yeah, these are like good streamers or gamers that I like to follow or listen to or just like kind of like watch their stuff? And for what reason? How do you view them? In what way that they're worth following?
Let's see. Most of the streamers I follow are, like big names in the gaming community,
Like competitors,
Cloud
right?
and, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them are like big names on League, because I used to play League religiously, and
Yeah.
they're not that big, but they're well known for the game.
Okay.
I sometimes lose interest because of their persona even. 'Cause
How so?
they're their their genuineness changed from back
Mm.
when they were first starting out, started out YouTube videos, and then they started to stream, and they were true to life because you could see how, hey guys, I'm just playing here.
Yeah.
Come watch me if you want. The doesn't matter if there's minimal engagement with their audience per se, but when they started getting bigger, they're blowing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could still see the gameplay that you want to, but how they talk,
Yeah.
how they approach things, their ego got bigger,
Yeah.
and the humility just diminished until, oh, he's not that humble anymore.
Yeah.
I guess it's also part of the. Of course, he's not gonna be as humble as he was before because he's a face of the game now. But
Hmm.
well, I think the big thing that draws me into these streamers is their genuineness
Yeah.
when they're presenting themselves online for
Authentically.
audiences.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't been watching streamers that much lately.
Yeah.
I'm not that updated with anything that's going on. I just learned about Doctor Disrespect like yesterday evening
Yeah. And see the fact
with
that it
you
even
guys.
reached all the way there now, like
Yeah,
that's
it's a big thing
that's a
because
big problem. Yeah.
uh, in general, you in YouTube, like gaming clips and like Twitch clips that surfaces as shorts or like oh hey guys, this is an update in the gaming
Yeah.
community. Doctor Disrespect has got
Yeah.
allegations and stuff. And he's a well-known streamer, right?
Yeah.
Because
FPS streamer. Yeah.
And I mean,
Call
Dr.
Out Duty
Disrespect,
Shroud.
like before he was even that, I mean, he reaches back to like the old days. I mean, like I was reading on here right now, like this is stuff that I didn't even know, and I mean, this is around my timeline. Is he's a two-time champion in '93 and '94 for a Blockbuster Gaming Championship for an NBA Jam. You know what
Yeah.
I
He
mean? He's
he he was he's well run
yeah,
like he actually has champion like he has like so a lot of these streamers that are considered OG nowadays became popular starting from their competitiveness. Like they were competitive gamers in the
yeah.
beginning. A
Yeah,
lot of them
look
were
at Nate Shot.
yeah. Cypher, they were all competitive gamers that became really popular in the streaming community because of their fame through the competitions. For example, like there's a lot of league competitors that became famous and then they started their their streaming. Yeah, they're just twitching. They played so many games they just can't stop switching now. But yeah, they started their streaming platform after they became popular through their competition. But in that talk about authenticity, I think that's why I keep going back to the kick thing because Ed, you were talking about personas that we put on in front of the camera versus authenticness, which is like what Vince follows like streamers or gamers that are authentic, like on camera. Whoever they are on camera is someone that they will perceive as that person even when they're off camera, right?
But wait. There's a gray area to that too.
Yeah.
Because when you're seeing a smaller streamer, like that's your perception of
Yeah.
who they are at
Yeah.
the time.
At the time,
But yeah, but when someone gains fame, gains money, gains high viewership, then you can really see who they are.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's just the same person. Like right now, like you are who you are. But if I handed you $10 million,
how are you really gonna react? Yeah.
yes, yeah. So you have to take that into consideration. The people could have been pretending to get people engaged with it, and then once they became
They
popular,
show their authenticity so that they can
yes,
feel more creative freedom with their art because now they have a platform or audience to share that.
because I see like
I agree.
videos on like Timmy, like
Yeah.
it's Timmy.
Yeah, Timmy
That guy's been the same person
Yeah.
since day one.
Exactly.
since day
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, and he's had multi-million-dollar contracts, and he's
Yeah.
been public with them to sign for all these big organizations,
Yep.
all that. And he was like, it didn't work for me, and he had to like it. He had to actually like it to want to do it.
Yeah.
Like he liked Red Bull.
Yeah.
And Red Bull offered him a contract. Like,
Yeah.
so he took it, and he promotes Red
Yeah.
Bull and stuff now.
But he'll still talk shit in game and out of game, and he'll call you out if you suck at.
Right. And then you also see
Yeah.
people like Disguised Toast.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
he's been truthfully like
Truth.
authentic like all
Yeah.
the way through. And I mean,
With
because
or without the mask, he was still the same. He's
yeah,
still the
and
same.
he believes in his dreams. You know, like he invested in like these gaming communities, and everybody was like, "That's a dumb idea. You
Yeah.
shouldn't be in this organization. You're going to lose money."
But he's still
But
doing it.
the guy himself has a high IQ.
Yeah, he is a
You know what I
very
mean?
intelligent guy.
He's the Cat Williams of Twitch, if you will. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I agree. I agree. I agree.
So there's you have to like gauge, and it's like because I used to play League as well, and one of my favorite League streamers back in the day was like I'm a cutie pie. I just thought he was hilarious, and you know he was part of just Toast and Skara, and you know
Yeah.
that whole genre of people.
Damn Scar,
and
man. He's OG.
Right, and you know like Cutie Pie was really good. He was a professional player.
Yeah.
And as he got older, he started taking it less serious because he stopped playing competitively and he
Yeah.
started streaming. Still had a huge following.
Yeah.
But the guy has been authentic the
Yeah.
entire way through. People see him at cons, people see him in public. He's the same person everywhere he is. The money didn't change who he was. You know, he wasn't putting on a front to get the promotion, if you will.
So then in that topic of authenticity, do you think the streaming community is gonna move towards what we're seeing and how Kick is evolving, these clout chasers? Because truthfully, like the newer generation is always gonna take over sooner or later. And we're already seeing that in the Kick platform. We're seeing that these new generation streamers or influencers came from the clout chasing. Jack Doherty or whatever his name is, and all of his following group, FaZe Clan, like has changed drastically. Has changed from a really good team,
Oh my god.
yeah, from a really good competitive team to something really, really bad and controversial, into apparently something good again. Like they're transitioning back to the OG
it's
phase.
all clout chasing.
Right?
FaZe is just an all clout
But
chasing.
so that's my
organization.
point. Like, do you think this industry, this gaming community, streaming and everything, is transitioning to the only way we could succeed now is if we clout chase, or do you think our authentic self will still be able to make that? Because
I think it'll be split 50-50. Because there will be the group of people who like clout chasers, who flex and everything like that. You're gonna have the Aiden Rosses of the internet.
but there has to
always.
be there has
You're
to
gonna
be
have the I mean, actually, I shouldn't say that. I was gonna say Kai Sennett, but
Kai
Kai
is
Sennett's
actually
pretty-
a really
he's-
wholesome guy, man.
He's actually genuine.
Yeah, he's a
I
pretty
just
wholesome
do
guy. I like his
He's just
content.
goofy as
watching it
fuck.
sometimes.
Yeah, I like his content. Like I Show Speed, for example, is kind of controversial. It's also half and half for me, right?
He also
Like,
shows his wang, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Kai Show Speed is, I think he's honestly just immature.
yeah.
He's just too young.
He's just
he
a kid,
has
yeah.
all this following and he's huge. He's
But-
the biggest Twitch streamer.
That doesn't say so. That's my point. Like, see, like this thing is so hard, like to identify, right? Because there has to be one. It can't be 50-50, in my opinion. I truly believe one side is gonna have to win, and is gonna win, because it's if you compare it like in the same way as Hollywood is going, there is only one direction or one way of actors becoming actors. You don't just sit
Well,
around anymore and then just be
here's the
like, oh my
thing,
god, you're
though.
beautiful, or you're gonna be an actor. You still have to work for it now. But
Here's
what
the
kind
thing,
of
though, is
work
that-
are we putting ourselves into?
Clout chasers chase clout until they have it or enough to where they're content and then they give up.
They die out.
There
How
are so many clout chasers who just like they just completely die out.
But those
And then there's
people-
genuine streamers who are still to this day continuing to go.
yeah, but those crazy like sporadic people, they're replaceable. And just like
Exactly.
in Hollywood, you know what I mean? Like they're only good for their youth, and then as soon as they start aging, they dismantle them.
what's that one guy that have gotten arrested, banned, and all this stuff in social media already? Is it Vitali or something? Vitali? I think
yeah, it is.
I think he's
Vitali.
like within the
But
same group
he's-
as like
he's-
Sneeko or whatever. Yeah.
Well, no, he's like a YouTuber more.
Yeah, but then he
Vitali's
started
more of a YouTuber.
But he started clout chasing and started like hanging around with the Kick streamers because he
yeah,
was
but that might just be to be more relevant.
yeah, and
But
that's
before he was popular because of pranks.
right. But isn't it weird? Well, I don't know. Maybe it's also my algorithm. Maybe I'm just in the wrong algorithm. Maybe I've been liking the wrong things on TikTok. But to me, it seems weird that like these clout chasers are becoming more popular and at a faster rate than the authentic streamers or gamers nowadays. Like I cannot find. It's hard for me to find unless I've
That's
already
because of TikTok, though.
right. And that's the
Yeah.
tough part because like
TikTok is clout.
I'm finding like the streamers that I'm watching now are the streamers that I've been watching for years.
Yeah.
and I can't seem to find other ones like them unless someone in their group is joined. For example, 100 Thieves and like Valkyrie, Fusli, Saikuno, Mi Young, all those other streamers in that circle, OTV, offline TV, right? Like those groups, a lot of their new friends that become like popular streamers now have only joined them or are part of them now because of, let's say, their agencies like UTA, United Talent Agency, is a group that they're actually a part of. A lot of these streamers are part of that agency that then cast other streamers or esports members, and then they have them collaborate together. And then that's how I'm finding other new streamers. That's the only way I can find new streamers that are wholesome to me, in my opinion. But now I'm looking for other wholesome streamers like us, maybe doing these podcasts, whether it be small ones, and it's hard to find those. I keep bumping into a bunch of cloud chasers or whatever hot tub streaming, like
Well, okay. Well,
like
you got to look at it this
eating
way.
a peanut butter with my feet. Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
like
And it's just not with streaming. You got to look at the business as a whole and the psychological like threshold on this, right?
Yeah.
This is where there's more stupid people in this world than there is smart, right?
Yeah.
So then
That's
obviously
true, yeah.
it's smart to cater to those people, because let me tell you, look at this. You walk into a grocery store,
yeah,
there's shit everywhere. There's candies and cakes and all that stuff. And then there's this tiny section of organic stuff.
yeah,
You know what I mean? That organic stuff is the same thing that's on these platforms. It's
Mm.
very small. It's a very niche market.
that's a good
They
perspective.
don't believe. Yeah, they don't. But the people that do go there, the people that do want that, they are dedicated to it. They are the consistent ones because they know. And it's not about like being like part of the woke culture or whatever, and like seeing everything. It's just the world is hard. It is very difficult to navigate.
Yeah,
And it always has been. We think it's difficult now with inflation and all this stuff. I mean, you got to remember we're on the verge of dying if we were in the 1800s.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's true.
Like because of science and how everything's progressed. So people, because they're living longer now, they have the mindset that like they want that dopamine rush now,
Yeah.
not later.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And of course these companies, when I sit here and I look at these numbers, because I'm a numbers person,
Yeah.
I like analytics a lot. When you look at Twitch, right, that has 4.25 billion streams a year, you know what I mean? When you look at that and you're just like, wow, like they're really catering to that many people. And like, of course, how much is that is going to be authentic?
that's true.
2%?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because
Maybe
they're
even
trying.
less.
Yeah, because they're really trying to. They're running it as a business, and I can't blame them for doing that,
yeah,
because that's how you get promoted at work, is when you do something crazy that generates a lot of revenue.
that's
The world
true.
is focused on revenue. I can't get mad at them for promoting that. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And I respect it, because it's hard to say that if I wasn't in that position that I wouldn't do that, even with my morals.
Yeah,
Because I have, my biggest thing is I got a daughter. She's 11.
yeah,
And when she was
Good
born,
on you, by
I
the way.
gave. Yeah, thank you. And when she was born, I gave up. Like, I knew that like my life was pretty much done. It is her life, and my job as a parent is to give as much as I can to her. And it's hard to say that if I was a small streamer, just doing my thing, and I had all this quality people in there, that if someone came to me and they're just like, "Hey, we know you're worth more. We're willing to invest $100,000 a month if you just promote this."
yeah,
Like, that's more money than I've ever made.
yeah.
Like, how do you say no to that? And see, to me, that's a lot of money. To a corporate company, that's 1/100th their advertising budget. They could do that 1,000 more times and still be in the positive. And it's just because of how these conglomerates have formed, like how much money they're worth. I mean, it's not even comprehensible,
So I guess going back to that question, do you think like even for us small streamers out there right now, or even like gamers, do you think our platforms, we have to adapt to the change of how clout chasing it has become an easy way to maneuver into this industry? Like, do you think that there are certain things that we have to put aside in terms of our morals and values just for us to succeed in this platform? Or do you think authenticity can still win in a way may not be like, you know, get rich quick scheme kind of thing, but it is a slow progress and it could get there. Could. We don't know if it will, right? Do you think that's still going to be a route that can be easily attainable easily attainable in a sense that we'll have that creative freedom to be authentic or not, but not easily attainable in the sense that we could become famous right away? Like, do you think that's still a method that we can continue doing, or are we going to be forced to follow the trend, to follow what everyone is doing, to
Well,
follow how?
that comes down to the individual. Like, what do you
Yeah.
want from the platform? Like, do you want it to be your job?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good
Yeah,
point. It depends.
because if you want it to be your job, then you know what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to do stuff that Twitch notices now, or that Kick notices now. That's how
Interesting.
you're going to get your promotions and, you know, them pushing you forward. Is because as a business standpoint, you got to think of it from an employee. Every person that's on Twitch is Twitch's employee.
Yeah,
and and,
that's
and the
true.
people that are the ones that are getting the views and doing that, whatever it takes, that's the person that they want, because they're the ones that are like, oh,
Yeah, it's
they're
giving them the
consistent
revenue.
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're putting in 12 hours a day. Like, you know what I mean? They're doing streams where they're not sleeping for 2 days. You know what I mean? Stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like, they're generating hype for the company. And you got to
Interesting.
remember something. This is like, remember I said there was two things that go into the scenario with, you know, like
Yeah.
the sayings of now, is when you engage in a platform that is free to use.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you this. Your iPhone, when you fill up your pictures on it, what happens? You got to buy cloud storage space, right?
Yeah.
The amount of money that it takes for people to stream live is astronomical, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, the best saying that I've ever heard, and a lady told me this, and she said, just remember, when something's free, you're the product.
Oh yeah.
And that's what Twitch and Kick is. It's the dream, right?
Mm.
You engage your time, spend your time and effort to try to promote yourself for free. That's what they're offering you. But the reality is you're the product of them.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So if you're not representing their company the way they want to be represented,
Yeah, it's not worth. Yeah, you're not worth it. Yeah.
it's not worth it. The only thing that I see happening in the future is if they master a better divide, right? Because Twitch is notoriously known for gaming. I mean, when you look at
Yeah.
their revenue or whatever their structure meant, 81% of their views is from gaming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you look at YouTube, only 17% is from
17%.
gaming.
Yeah.
So then, does it make more sense to be on YouTube if you're not gaming? You know what I mean? Like, that's where the transition is. Like, because you just have to be at the right place at the right time to catch the right group of people. You know what I
To
mean?
catch that right
You-
wave. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to understand what time you're streaming at. Like, there's a lot of algorithms that go in it
Yeah, there's
that
a
breed
lot.
the success.
Yeah.
So it's a multitude of things, but yeah, I mean, the reality is like when you're working for, it doesn't matter if you're on Kick or any of these streaming platforms. Like, the goal is that they make money on you.
That they make money.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right, and so like that's going to be your fastest way of success. But if you're doing this as a hobby, and
Yeah.
you're doing it and I really believe this, if you're doing it with super positive intent,
Yeah.
that you want this to touch someone, that
Yeah.
all it takes is one person to grab your thing.
And it'll blow it up. Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll go around and they'll be like, you know what, this person like was really genuinely
Yeah.
awesome, and it just resonated with me. And then they start talking about it. Then they're engaged all the time. They're telling people, yo, you got to check them out,
Yeah.
like, et cetera, et cetera. So that's really how wildfire spreads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I just did it with the whole disrespect thing like the other day. Like, I mean, as soon as I found out, which was pretty quick,
Yeah.
I was messaging all my gaming friends like, yo, did you see what happened to
It's
disrespect?
like,
Like,
yeah.
you know, like, and I guarantee I'm not the only one that did that. I guarantee there's, you know, a million people that did
Yeah.
that.
And I think that message you were kind of relaying to about, like, you know, coming back into authenticity and how that will gravitate and capture the right people. I wish like this, you know, one day out in the near future, this podcast even could be seen in a space where they can be reminded of that, because there are a lot, even especially this generation of these kids now, that are clout chasing and becoming popular. Really good for them for making their own platform with revenue where they're making income even in high school, where now they're set for life, where they don't have to worry about college debt or, you know, even thinking about going to college, let alone, right? Good for them. But I still think there's a downfall to that because of the scheme. It's technically a scheme. They're only alive as their audience feeds them. When they stop getting fed by the audience, then they're no longer really successful. And you're right. Like sooner or later, these people are just disposable. They can find another Vitaly or whatever. They can find another Neon. They can find another Aiden Ross. Stuff like that.
Rice gum.
Rice Gum. I mean, he's retired. He even said he was retiring. After all, and then he also had allegations and all this stuff that drama happened last year, right? Which kind of set him backwards. Stuff like this. I hope that they can come back and find that like the authenticity is truly what makes you successful. Because even Ludwig shared like testimonies of how he made someone else successful through just capturing the right things, like just grabbing a right hook into your storytelling in YouTube, your videos that you're putting out there, how to really grab your audience without clout chasing, essentially. Yes, clickbaits happen. It still happens. Ludwig does it. A lot of famous streamers does it. Like they do all of that clickbait stuff where they'll put like, what, Biden got arrested? And then it's Hassan actually.
Thumbnail.
Yeah, and it's actually just Hassan talking about political things that have no relation to Biden. But it was a clickbait. Like that doesn't mean you're fake. It just means you know how to grab audience in some other way, a marketing tactic. But it's the streaming
algorithm.
Yeah, it's the work you're doing inside it. I think that should matter. That people should come back to in being authentic. If your authenticity means you're that kind of person that bullies people, random strangers out there, forcing them to jump into a lake and potentially drown, if that's your persona in reality, I feel so sorry for you. Like I'm sorry, but I mean, good for you for making money. But it's like looking at like the stock market, for example. You either want to believe and invest in a company, or you want to short the company and hope that company fails and make money off of people's misery, losing jobs and losing their livelihoods, and that's how you want to make profit. I mean, to each their own, right? It technically it's legal. It happens. You can short companies, and they made that exist. But do you want to be in that side, or do you want to be in the other side where yes, investing long in a company may be a long term till I get that success or fame or wealth, but at least I know I'm not like ruining someone else's life for the sake of my own.
But how long do you think, like, if that lady like made it a thing where she dared people out of their mind to like jump in a lake, how long do you think that's gonna last?
That's what I'm saying. It's like how
Not at all.
How
It's one
sustainable
video.
is that? Let alone
It's
like
not.
this person I think is going through like lawsuits, legality stuff, because
Exactly.
one, she made someone jump in a lake that you're not allowed to. Two, she ran away from the scene, which was potentially murdering someone. And then three, like she had it all on video, she had it on live, and it was a crime committed. So she's going through a lot of that. Like, is it worth it? Is it worth it to go to jail for clout?
Truthfully, yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Because even bad publicity generates publicity.
That's true. I mean, yeah.
Because you got to look at like Joe Exotic that made Tiger King. Like, you know
Oh,
what I
yeah.
mean? The dude went to prison, was already in jail when everything happened, and
then
I
still
mean,
made fame. Yeah.
yeah, it generated more while he was in prison than when he wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if he would have had the Netflix money
Yeah.
while he was out, like he could have saved everything that he wanted.
Yeah.
But you know, the drama, the problem is that there's just people that are drama. Like,
Yeah.
I
Bad
mean,
publicity is still publicity in itself. Yeah.
yeah,
Do you
and I
think
mean,
that that's only because of the power of Netflix, though?
no, I think it has to do with like, you know, I work in a retail front, and you know, I've been running a retail store now for 10 years, and I've always done retail my entire life. So I get to meet people. Like I
Yeah.
engage with a lot of different people, and people are just like, they live within their own realm, which is like completely respectable because so do I,
Yeah.
but it's at the same time, it's just what they prefer. Some people like to drink, some people like to do drugs, some people like this, they like that. And some people's drug is the drama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wherever
True, yeah.
the drama follows, they're chasing it. So
I mean, us
you know-
Filipinos are good for that. Literally, all of our television shows are just soap operas.
Right,
action
right.
action
And-
film,
Yeah.
don't worry. Let's add drama into it.
And you know, like
Romance, yeah, let's definitely have drama. Thriller, yeah, it's still drama.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then the same thing like from the Hispanic culture too. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm Spanish, Fear's over here. You can definitely tell he's from East LA.
Telemundo.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Just
but
Definitely not from East LA, but all right.
but the novellas, they're the
Yeah.
same way too. You know what I mean? It's hype and it's crazy, and then you know, like then it's just drama. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's all about it's a dopamine response. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and the only reason why I know this is because like I believe children are the purest thing in the world, and having a daughter and growing up and watching her grow up and seeing her struggles and everything, like, you know, I won't let her on a lot of these platforms because I just know what it does, and I explain to her what dopamine is. You know, I studied psychology for years. I mean, I still do. You know, I study neuroscience as well. Like learning to engage that golden star for doing nothing.
Yeah.
You know, that's what this is for a lot of people. They jump on a streaming platform because they had a long day's work. You know what I mean? Where they were
Yeah.
undermined, talked down to, and everything. But then they jump online, and even if they're a moderator for a small streamer or something,
They're
like
admired.
yeah, they get
Res-
and they get the power that they want, and it's
Yeah.
like that's beautiful. You know what I mean? Like I like good for you to want to do that, but then is it corrupting you as a person? You know, is the
Yeah.
biggest thing. And I believe, you know, like not even basing it on the religious sides, but you got to remember there's going to be a time and a place, because no king reigns forever, that
Yeah.
these people will meet their maker, because when they're exposed for being the negative person that they are. Yeah, cool, you have all this money, but now you don't have any fucking friends.
Yeah.
You have nothing. You bought your big house, you bought your Lambos, you bought your everything. Now go to sleep in that big giant house by yourself.
Yeah.
And the people that were in your life, I promise you what will end up happening. The people that are always, oh, look at my entourage and all this stuff. Like, you know, when these guys run around, the Logan Paul people with all their
Yeah.
hype people, you know, when they run around, I guarantee if they didn't have any money, they wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
They're just going to have to learn that the hard way.
Who's that one like IRL streamer or YouTube video guy who like kind of has like a lisp and like he always buys his friends stuff? I'm having a brain fart right
Oh.
now.
Yeah.
Is he on YouTube? He's
He
a
had the
YouTuber?
assistant and now the assistant is his girlfriend. And is in all the videos and everything like that.
Oh, I don't know. the
I
only
freaking
person
forgot his
the
name.
only person I know that has a girlfriend as like a manager is Ninja.
No, but he's like that though. Like he got huge. He has all these cars. He's got a giant house. He's always like partying. He's making all these IRL videos, stuff like that. But he's not as relevant anymore. I
Yeah.
mean, he's still relevant because he's like David
Dobrik.
Oh, David
Dobrik.
Dobrik. No,
Yeah.
but he
David
also
Dobrik.
but he actually also got canceled. That's why he's not relevant anymore. He went through
Since when?
he had didn't he have allegations also, or am I thinking about someone else?
No, he did.
Yeah.
Because it was not necessarily because of him, but it was
was
what
a
he was
friend.
enabling.
Yeah.
It was because all his friends that were around him that were just shitty people, just, you know, taking his money, were like basically extorting these girls because of
Yeah.
David Dobrik's fame. Hey, if you sleep with me, I'll get you on a video.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that, you know. And so like even though David Dobrik probably really didn't have much to do with any of that, because he was the face of the platform, he became the enabler.
Yeah. And
That's
then,
why he started a pizza shop. He has a pizza shop.
Yeah, and it's kind of like when you go into Walmart, and if you have to deal with like a shitty employee of Walmart, you're like, I'm never coming back to Walmart.
Yeah.
You know what
But
I
you
mean?
just go to
Because of
another
that
Walmart.
yeah, and then you'll just end up back at Walmart at some
Yeah.
point in time, you know?
Yeah, that's what
But-
like David Dobrik went through. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just in his allegations. Like here's the thing. Like, I hate to say it, like there has to be more transparency in these subjects, but people feed into the drama, so they leave the transparency out of it. They redact a lot of the statements that were said. But when you're talking about, you have a grown man that maybe is coaxing or whatever it is, a grown woman, that is still her decision at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You can't sit there and say, well, I agreed to sleep with him because I wanted to be on a video. Like, you're a shitty person already for thinking that was even like applicable in your mind.
Or being
Like, why
affiliated. Yeah.
Yeah, why should he be completely responsible for that? Like,
Yeah.
you would have done it to be in a video. Like, that you're already a shitty person.
The affiliation, the fact that you even surrounded yourself with the group, knowing that there
Exactly.
could be a lot of Yeah. But see, even that, like, I'm very cautious with, because that's like, again, it's not something I condone or whatever. And I could agree on what you're saying, but it's also, yeah, like, it's like,
And manipulation is a thing.
it's like when you say, I do believe in the saying that, like, you are who you hang out with. Like, you know, because even in that particular topic with David Dobrik, like, he knows what kind of friends he was surrounded with. You could also argue that he doesn't have to be hanging out with those kind of people to even get to the point where they're doing wrong things to women, right? So in a sense, David Dobrik does have some sort of influence in that space, or his fault also, because he decided to hang out with those kind of shady people, and even with his awareness of what kind of people they are, right? But aside from that, that's not really our conversation about, like, what we're going through now. It's really just that idea of, like, where is our streaming community going through? Like, what are we going through? What is gaming coming into? Like, for example, now, like, even gaming, like, in the gaming community, what do you guys enjoy most now? Like, the competitiveness of it, or the funness of, like, these games? Because there are a lot of good games that are out there now that are, like, for example, Helldivers was really successful when it first came out because of that idea that it removes the competitiveness, right? Like, of, like, always just having to jump in a server and I gotta go kill someone else from another part of the world. And if I shoot them faster and if I kill them and I get better score, then I'm better than them. But in Helldivers, it's literally like collaboration and cooperating with each other and trying to
Yeah.
survive, right?
Pal World was the same thing when it
Pal
came
World
out,
is
you
the
know what
same
I
thing,
mean?
right?
One of the biggest games of all time, you know.
But it seems like
Which
to
is
me, like,
insane.
but it seems to me
That's
that they
insane
die
how big
off
that
pretty
game is.
fast, right? Like Pal World and Helldivers, they kind of like chill down. Like, there's not a lot of popularity, and then you're back into these, like, competitive gaming. Like,
I think game development is kind of the same as like social media though. And
Yeah.
like even like Jimmy Zhang, he had like a clothing brand, right? But
Oh,
he
yeah.
took forever to have these drops. And he just released a video actually about how he's like closing down the clothing brand and everything like that.
Yeah.
He laid out a framework of like, this is the timeline, this is what happened. It all came down to your updates.
Yeah.
How
But
many
there's-
updates and like drops are you actually going to make per month? And you're not. If you're not, it's going to become less relevant.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got to remember it all correlates back to that dopamine thing. You know what I mean? Like, because you got to remember, like, society's used to looking at 2-minute satisfaction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes even less.
Less,
you know,
yeah.
Instagram Reels are
15
30
seconds.
30 seconds to a
Exactly.
minute. Yeah.
Exactly. You know, so like when you look at that correlation, that was a big thing with
Oh,
Pal
my
World,
God.
is that the game was amazing, and as you progress through it, it like, I mean, I played it hardcore nonstop till the end.
I bought
know
it.
what I
I
mean?
still
'Cause,
haven't
like-
even started it.
Yeah, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Wes and I got a server and everything. Like, we were grinding it, you know what I
Dang.
mean? And it was just the enjoyment of it. But then you get to the end and then you're kind of like, okay, cool.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
what's next? And I can do all this like grinding, and it's super labor intensive and everything. And I was doing that as well too, but that it became a job. You know what I mean? Like to progress through the game further. So then the game just wasn't enjoyable anymore. But I like the way that their CEOs, their CFOs, their designers, they approached it and they said, hey, we are taking longer to develop patches and stuff for the game. We're a smaller company. We didn't have a lot of money. You know what I mean? And we don't want to ruin what we built, because that was their biggest thing, you know, was that they just wanted a good game. And, you know, they had all these crazy like allegations too, because of like
Yeah.
Pokemon,
Yeah.
etc. So they were dealing with a lot, but they were still trying to push it out and fix the mistakes, but it was taking longer. So then they lose that inherent audience. Now, can I still sit here today, even though I haven't played Pal World in months, and be like, was it a great game? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Phenomenal game, you know, for what it is. Is it worth buying? Is it worth spending $30 on? 100%. You know, because the time that I got out of that $30, 100% worth it.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed them not having a store for a microtransaction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which, if they would have had microtransactions, 100% the game would have developed quicker, because they would have had the revenue for it.
Yeah.
It's this really weird like pendulum.
Yeah.
And in gaming right now, there's no balance to it.
Yeah.
They're going based on the algorithm that works from the big games, the way Apex, Call of Duty, everything, you know, skins,
Yeah,
Skins.
that's literally what it
Skins.
is. It's like almost
Skins.
every game I play, even I mean, like, look, X Defiant just came out, and Wes got me into it, and I started playing it hardcore. And then I realized the only way I could really progress is buying, like, pay to pay now, like pay to play. Like everything is a pay to play kind of concept nowadays, and it's like to enjoy it, you got to pay a little bit to have more fun. Like even with Fortnite, I had spent probably close to a few $1,000s actually just because of skins. It's a lot of money. Yeah, I
200
kid you not.
grand.
Like
What
uh,
the
y-
heck, dude?
I kid you not, bro. And I'm still subscribed to their battle pass. Like monthly, I'm getting charged by Fortnite even when I'm not playing it for a whole month. You know,
Yeah.
like, but I'm hooked on it. But like, but my thought on that is this what gaming is gonna get into? Like, is this really fun even for us streamers that game on camera? Because I salute like all these gamers or streamers that are really well known, and again, they're doing it as a job because they have to now. Their agencies are telling them, no, you have to put in 8 hours a day and play this game. But how much fun are they really having, right? Or are they putting on a persona and be like, oh my god, I'm having so much fun, but internally like, I hate this. I hate my job. Like I hate playing this game. Why do I have to play it? But I have to play it because my agency told me to. You know, like that's the space I'm kind of trying to dabble in. And like, are we still gonna have
Well,
fun?
Okay, so what do you think about streamers who have contracts, they're competitive gamers,
Yeah.
and then they all of a sudden just like act out,
What do you mean,
like
like?
somewhat like insubordination against like their own
Oh,
contract,
like
their
they
own company
stop.
that they work for?
Yeah. I
Like,
think.
isn't that the goal? Like, when you're a competitive gamer, don't you want to be signed
Yeah.
to an org so that you can show off how good you are and also make consistent revenue?
But the pressure where it's that idea that like when your passion becomes a chore, right? Like
But I
these,
think there's not a lot of people that are like that though.
yeah,
If they truly want out, they can go to the CEO and be like, "This is not my thing anymore."
unless their contract
Because
says otherwise,
no, but that's the thing though, is that gaming companies, the organizations, they want to win, and if you're not in the right headspace to do it, they'll bench you.
they'll cut you out. Yeah,
But not
They'll
only
just do
that,
it.
too, like this is where Fears comes in and specializes in. And I just know a little bit about it, but if you compare it to sports, right? Because they consider it a sport, it's an esport.
yeah,
You know, I have watched the New York Yankees. I have watched, you know, like the biggest teams in football, the biggest teams in the NBA. I've watched them have the stacked team. I'm
Yeah.
talking like, you know, like when they had LeBron or, you know, like back in Kobe Shaq days and all this stuff, like they were just like spending all this money to create the all-star team on one team, and then they would still lose.
yeah.
And I think in their mind, as a professional NBA player and stuff, sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't. You know what I mean? Like if you're a LeBron James, like you're getting your money either way. If you're a Kobe, you're getting your money either way. A lot of these streamers though, they're solely based on winning. They
Mm,
have to perform to a certain level
Clicks,
in order to get
Jinxie,
their money. Yeah.
Ninja. Yeah,
And then
Yeah.
Goofy actually said a really good point. I think there is a certain there is a certain stage in like your career where it's just like I'm done being competitive and I want to do content creation.
yeah,
But when you're up and coming, like this whole entire drama with Boostio that's going on right now, when you're a young kid and you're like 22 years old and you're like, I don't want to be in this org anymore. They can cut me for all I care. Dude, that's just straight ego. Right.
that's ego.
But
Yeah,
you get to a certain point, maybe you're 30 years old, right?
yeah,
And you've been gaming since you were like 16 years old. You've been signed to like multiple companies. You're burnt out
yeah.
from the competitive edge.
Skara, for
You
example.
want to do content creation.
Yeah,
That's the reason, right?
yeah,
But when you're a 20-year-old and you're just like egotistical and entitled, that's the part where I'm just like, dude,
why? Yeah,
shut up. You
Yeah.
have a contract with a pro organization, 100 Thieves.
yeah,
You've made in winnings 270,000 and you're a young kid.
yeah. But
And
it,
Nate Shot is one of those CEOs.
Egotisticals.
It's
like,
all egotistical.
but
And
it,
that's a competitive edge also too though.
But yeah, it comes from a space where they know that they have it, so it doesn't really matter to them anymore, right? Like it's the value, like it's really finding your value in that. Because like, can we say the same thing truthfully if we were handed $1 million right now to become X, Y, and Z for X amount of time? Could we say that? Again, going back to the authenticity. Oh, okay, yeah.
If it's something that you love, 100% yes.
Yeah, I think, and that's the thing too. Like, I think it comes down to truthfully, even for our own opinions or our own basis, because we haven't experienced that yet. And I say haven't, because I do believe that we're all capable of that in one way or another, no matter what time frame it may be. But because we haven't experienced that yet, I fully can't tell myself that, you know what, yeah, I'll still stay authentic to who I am. Like what I'm talking about right now, how I'm reacting to all of you guys, I'm gonna stay true to who I am right now. Versus
Okay, so how about
versus
this?
when I get
What if
signed by
someone
an
offers you
agency.
$1 million,
And then,
but you have to stop Transparency Thursday and you can't play Fortnite,
but
but
do
you
I?
can still stream other games?
I could then bet I'm signing away.
Signing.
I'm signing away because I can turn that Transparency Thursdays to something else. I could turn a podcast into, as long as there's like, right, like certain like specific restrictions. If they say it's just Transparency Thursdays, I can't continue, but I can continue another platform of podcasting. Hell yeah, I'll create another podcast with that
You
$1 million.
can't have a podcast of genuine nature about society.
For how long? Forever? It's
Your
not.
contract.
It's
as long
not.
as you're signed.
It's not worth $1 million. Then that to me, I'm like, no, because
No, 100%. I'm signing still.
it's to me, 'cause to me, it's still a business venture. Because
You have a daughter, bro.
but see, this is
Well,
how.
it's not just that. It's I'm gonna look at, okay, cool. If I can't do it for like 2 to 3 years, at least I have the $1 million to start what I want to do when I'm done.
Yeah.
It's a job. Like sometimes you have to do a job you don't
Strategic.
want
Yeah,
to do.
sometimes.
Biggest sacrifice.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like then your morals kind of like, you know what? I'm gonna lower my standards a little bit,
Yeah.
and then but from some of your audience who may be parasocial, they could be like, oh, you're fake for signing that $1 million,
It's
right?
okay. They don't pay my bills.
Exactly, you don't pay
let
my
'em
bills.
judge.
Yeah.
Like-
And that's where you're
Oh,
like,
that's true. Yeah.
I had someone on my chat said, can't replace Fortnite though. Ooh, Fortnite would be a deal breaker. 'Cause
See, that's what I'm
they
saying.
know-
If
they
it's
know.
like,
See,
if
my
it's like
audience
your
knows
number one
that.
things, if it's your number one things that like you're genuine about and you like
Yeah.
you enjoy doing it, that's part of your streaming platform that you enjoy doing. And
Well, who's
then
the-
they sign you $2 million or whatever for 2 years, let's say,
I look at it as a business standpoint.
and it's a job.
But here's how I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna look at my pros and cons. Because if they're signing me for a $2 million deal to stop streaming Fortnite, that means they're seeing value in what I'm doing streaming Fortnite.
They're basically saying you're a shitty Fortnite player, but you're better in another game. How about
You're
that?
a shitty Fortnite player, but truthfully, we see that your revenue can come out of that endlessly if you continue doing it because we can catch that you're finding the right audience for it. They could say that, right? Because I look at it in
Yeah.
that business standpoint. You're a shitty Fortnite player, but your audience like it that you suck. And you're making money off of that's
So
true
they're
though.
like, let's put you in another game where you're gonna suck.
Yeah,
even
let's
worse.
put you
So,
in
like,
another
maybe
game.
We'll get some more. Yeah.
And we'll get more revenue that way. But then I sold myself out, so I can no longer make revenue off of Fortnite. See, I'm gonna look at it in that business standpoint. I'm gonna be like, I don't know if I'm gonna sign yet. But if I see no benefit, if they really say you suck at Fortnite, bro, but your audience, they're gonna like this more, and then I see that by data, by metrics, then I'd be like, you know what? Sign that. Let me get that $2 million. I'm done with Fortnite.
Well, who's the biggest podcaster?
Oh, shoot.
Like probably ever.
I don't know,
Joe
man.
Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
Maybe,
Joe
yeah.
Rogan.
Or no, what's
Joe
up?
Rogan, next up and coming, Lex Friedman.
No, not
easily.
what's the one beforehand? What's that guy that the weird crazy hair? He's an
I
old
know who you're talking about.
What's his
yeah.
name?
He was on YouTube.
Stein, it's a stump.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yes. Something, but he also had like
I
Playboy.
don't know why Willie Cauley Stein came up, but I was just thinking it's a weird name.
Yeah, he had like Playboy models or porn stars get
Yeah.
into his podcast.
Yeah.
He's technically much more much more experienced than Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan just got into it technically recently.
He
when
probably got canceled.
yeah, well, no, that guy did get canceled for
Yeah, and I mean he got called out for being a sellout.
yeah, he got called out for being a sellout, all that stuff, and my chat said that's what you remember from this podcast, the Playboy models.
Yeah, right.
I'm getting called out, bro. Like, I swear to
but
God,
honestly,
I,
that was his big. That was his big selling point.
You're talking about H3, right?
no, someone
H3 was huge at one point in time.
yeah,
Vape Nation, y'all.
Howard Stern.
Oh, Howard Stern's been getting canceled forever though, but
I
he's
know
not
it was
canceled.
an
He's-
ST name.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Stern.
No, okay, yeah. Howard Stern was like, but he was originally like talk radio.
Yeah, he
Like,
was
in
a
terms of,
radio
like-
talk show host.
Yeah, in terms of like, I'm talking about big podcasts that like
Yeah.
became really the foundry for
H3
it.
is yeah.
H3 was massive, and then all of like obviously like Rogan, and Rogan even sold out. Rogan went to where Stern is, which is serious. You know what I mean? Because it was a better opportunity for him because you got to remember the organization that you're working for too is a representation of who you are.
Yeah.
And he felt like the work he was putting in wasn't getting respected enough by YouTube. You know what I mean? He wanted special terms and agreements. They wouldn't give it to him.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, cool. But here's the thing. The funny thing is he went to Sirius, but he's a smart businessman, so he still knew how to negotiate, and he still puts his clips on YouTube and still makes.
It's
now he
still
makes
making double the income.
yeah,
Yeah.
dual revenue. So he doesn't
probably
put the full
Spotify
videos.
too. He makes
Is this-
money off of Spotify for sure.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean it's one of those things where if you want to learn anything about the world, all you have to do is listen to Wu-Tang Clan. They were saying it back in the day. You know what I mean? You got to diversify your funds, dude.
your fund. I was gonna
Yeah,
say
right.
Wu-Tang. Yeah.
So in regards to like the whole streaming thing, it's like, yeah, like I think where we're at is where it is. I don't think there's going to be too much change. I think there's going to be a lot of subgenres that spawn. I think that people are going to be like, I think Kick's awesome for doing what they're doing. There's a lot of, other ones that are popular in other
Yeah.
countries too that have been making way, but they're just going to be consumed by the bigger conglomerates. You know what I mean? It's like saying like Twitch isn't going anywhere because of Amazon.
Yeah.
Okay. And Amazon
That's
is
true.
Yeah, Amazon's stuck. Okay.
Yeah.
And YouTube isn't going anywhere. Why? Because of Google.
Google.
Yeah. So like
I have
You
high
think
Kick
hopes for
isn't going anywhere because nothing.
They're going
That's why I
places.
think Kick is going to be the first one. 'cause
Yeah,
they just have
they're going
co-founders everywhere.
They're going places. They're going to bankruptcy. That's the first place that they're going to go.
yeah, and what is it like? Nemo TV is like the second
Nemo
biggest, or the
TV, yeah.
third. It's the third biggest streaming platform.
Yeah,
What
not
is
even
that?
not even Kick anymore. Yeah,
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I think it's more popular in other countries.
in
if
other
I'm not
countries,
mistaken.
it's
Yeah.
a streaming platform that is used when you don't have access to like Twitch, because Twitch is banned in some countries.
Yeah.
YouTube Stream is also banned in other countries. So they use Nemo TV in like more like Southeast Asia, like different places around Europe, where they use that platform. Kick also is now accessible internationally. So that's why Kick is they're finding more access points with other international streamers. But Twitch and YouTube is very limited. So that's why there's like the Philippines, for example, there's hardcore fans of streamers in the gaming community from the Philippines just because they have full access to YouTube. But you won't necessarily see like bigger Asian fans for YouTubers or Twitch streamers just because they don't have much access to those platforms. That's why
I mean,
yeah.
I'm worried that streamers are going to get to the point to where, and I know like the Patreon is already kind of like a thing like that.
Yeah.
But I'm worried like some of these big streamers are going to get to a point to where like, they're going to like Mr. Beast content,
Yeah.
it being as big as it is. Like honestly, that dude could be like, hey, in order to see my videos, you have
gotta
to pay
subscribe.
$1.99 a month.
Yeah, you gotta subscribe. Like
Yeah.
exclusive content now. Like it's a TV
Fan
show.
House, Fanly.
Like you gotta, which
And it's
I-
just because like they're going to base it on the OnlyFans market. I mean,
Yeah.
it's astronomically huge. Like
so with that, for example, like with Mr. Beast, like just this theory that we have about this topic, right? Do you think big platforms like YouTube and Twitch, Kick even, will still maybe within the next couple of years continue finding people to sign a contract with? Like we have contracted streamers in these platforms that we know that they have like 2, 3, 4 year contracts with them, but they stop that. The most recent like contracts that I've seen happen was like back in end of 2022. There hasn't been really big contracts signed in 2023 or even this year alone. And they stopped doing that because they're realizing, actually, guys, we're not making much profit despite them being big streamers. We're not making a lot of revenue in YouTube or Twitch or Kick even just by signing these big streamers. Yes, we got a lot of audience, but we're spending more money creating this bigger audience or bigger platform than we are actually making revenue from these bigger streamers. Do you think that will happen again? We'll get
I mean, I have a contract with Twitch.
no. Like no. What I mean by contract by Twitch is like they pay you to be signed only with Twitch. You're not allowed to stream on YouTube. You're not allowed to stream anywhere else. You have a $20 million contract with them exclusively. You are like what Ed was saying. You are Twitch's employee.
Technically, I do,
Have a $20 million
but
contract.
it's not paid.
Oh no, I'm talking
I
about
get paid by the viewers.
Yeah, no,
technically,
not
and
that.
subscriptions.
yeah, not that. Not those not that revenue making space. I'm talking about the big contracts, like the $20 million ones, 30 million, 50 million, $100 million contracts, just to be signed specifically for this one platform. Do you think that will happen again, where people like these companies will start signing contracts like NBA, like the NFL, NBA, like what they do when they draft someone? That's what they're doing in these platforms to happen to these big streamers.
That's what they did with Kick to get Kick started.
Yeah, YouTube did
is
the
they
same
signed
thing.
a bunch of
They
people
signed-
just to make
They
it like
signed
relevant.
Shroud, they
Yeah.
signed XQC for exclusivity.
Asmon
And
Gold
then
didn't do it,
after
right?
No.
A month
Yeah.
or a year after, Shroud went back to streaming on Twitch
Yeah.
and also in
Because his
YouTube,
contract ended.
because
He's back
yeah,
at Twitch. I
it
know.
wasn't
I
that
watch
it
him.
wasn't that no it wasn't that profitable for both Kick and
Yeah.
Shroud.
And for Shroud,
But
yeah,
Shroud still has a lot of money.
yeah,
He does say so sometimes.
he
No,
milked.
he could retire.
He
Like
milked. Yeah, he
100%.
milked Kick.
Yeah.
He took that contract.
literally
He knew
just
what was.
does it as like a side gig. Like even XQC, he went on to Kick and then like he
Yeah.
made a video that was like, yeah, I'm going back.
Yeah,
to
everyone
Twitch.
essentially starting to do it. Yeah, but they took advantage of those contracts, right?
Sign on bonuses.
Do you think
Yeah.
we'll have that again, that opportunity, or do you think we're gonna, like, the streaming community or the platform, the industry is gonna start diving into these big companies are no longer signing people, so the only way for us to make bigger revenues is by subscription, like exclusivity only? Do you think that's
You
gonna
know,
be the space?
I think, like I said, I think it is where it is, and that's where it's going to stay until. I don't think an individual is going to be able to make a difference. Like obviously, like because of Kick and everything, that's a prime example. Like like they couldn't make the impact even with these big streamers. I think what it's going to come down to is once a streamer gets so big and becomes like who it is, you know what I mean, like the public thing. Twitch is going to try to obviously sign them, but if they're smart, they're not going to do it because
Yeah.
they're just going to be on every platform.
Yeah, exclusive
know what I
platform
mean?
content. Yeah,
Yeah, so if it's like if you wanted to watch Shroud, there's no reason why you couldn't watch Shroud on Kick, or you couldn't. It's going to be a multi-channel thing, and it's just because look at TV back in the day. Like they used to show the same movie on 13 different channels.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Because it's time, it's everything. You might get a repeat stream. I think those are becoming more popular because of like YouTube is the foundation for that.
yeah.
But I think if Kick like were to invest more into that, to where like they promote like, oh, did you miss like such and such stream and stuff like that, like they have to be more engaging with the individuals, and
Yeah.
and Twitch just isn't going to do that anymore because they're literally the foundation.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
think
I
if
mean?
anything, they're trying to shape the foundation even more by
Right.
creating different types of guidelines and like the words that you can say on stream, stuff like that.
Do you
Yeah,
guys?
the
Oh, go ahead.
Censorship.
Do you guys believe it's too late for anybody that wants to make this a career thing? Do you think it's late for them to dive into any of these platforms, whether it be?
I think COVID made it easier that time period because everyone's home and everything like that. Like I think even during COVID, that's when I like started streaming and I was
Yeah.
like, yo, let's freaking do this. But like, not everyone obviously makes it.
Yeah.
You're gonna get burnt out. You're gonna die out. It depends on your passion. It depends on the individual.
And
I have one other. Yo, go.
Go.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, I don't ever think it's too late to do anything. I've seen, people get their master's degree when they're, 85 years old. I've seen people like, I mean, look at Robert Downey Jr. He was,
He was a crack
homeless.
addict. Yeah. he was-
Yeah.
Dude was
in
on drugs
jail,
everywhere. Yeah.
And he got one opportunity and he just ran with it. You know what I mean? Like, Eminem said it best. Like, if you got one opportunity, you're gonna take it or you're not. Like,
Yeah.
And it's just like one of those things. Like, yeah, you just don't really know, but it is dedication, it is craft, it's with anything in life. If you put your heart, soul, and effort into it, you will get what you want
Yeah.
out of it.
You will reap what you
And
sow. Yeah.
now, yeah, exactly, you might not get the XQC fame, you might not get like all these crazy like streamers fame, you might not have 20 million revenue every month because you showed a picture of your butthole, you know what I mean? Like, that's the reality. Like, but did you ever need that to begin with? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? No.
It's like a
No,
definition. Yeah. Like defining of what your success means to you. Yeah.
Right. And it's because those people won the lottery. It's no different than playing the lottery.
That's
if you catch,
true.
you catch. If you don't, you don't. But it's like, do you enjoy doing it? Then do it. And if it becomes too much of a mental strain, too much as a physical
take a break.
strain, yeah, take a break. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But if you do develop an audience, the best thing to do when you're being sincere with everything is let them know.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you know, I got to take a break from this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna regather myself, and I'm gonna reapproach it later.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're doing it like I know Wes streams as a hobbyist kind of thing. Every once in a while, he pops on, he does a stream,
Yeah.
and then you know he would go like months without streaming, and then randomly pop up again. Like,
Yeah, now
it's-
I changed that with him. I'm kicking his ass now. I'm like, no, bro, get on stream. Get on
Yeah.
stream, bro. You don't want to get on stream, bro. You see my eyes. You see these designers. Get on stream.
But I think it's that intentionality,
Yeah.
right? Like it's very much intentionality. You had this idea of Transparency Tuesday, and I was like, I'm gonna be very intentional with you. I'll do Transparency
Yeah.
Thursday if you want to make this happen.
Yeah, he's like, I like the concept. I'm down for it. I'll commit to it. Just gotta change the day. I was like, bet.
I literally have like all my friends and like now my girlfriend, like she knows the schedule. So she's like, we were gonna see each other today maybe, and then she was like, wait a minute, you have Transparency Thursday.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shoot, you're right, I do.
Yeah.
and that's all it takes.
Yeah,
'Cause
what's
you're
his
building
girl?
that routine.
Yeah.
You're building that routine though, you
Yeah.
know, and that routine is what is going to make or break you because
Yeah.
you know, once you start finding your audience that has that same time, then that's when they're going to invest it if they have it. You know, it's just like
Yeah.
I told Wesley too. I was like, yeah, I'll jump on with you, but I can't guarantee I'm going to be there all the time. You know,
Yeah.
it just depends on what I got to do. And my
Yeah,
life is
exactly.
really sporadic. So like,
Yeah.
you know, but it is something like, yeah, I genuinely enjoy doing this. I enjoy conversating. I enjoy like, you know, mashing the minds together and
Yeah.
then trying to develop new ideas of something that would catch, you know, and I think it's just, I think authenticity in general will always be the best. I don't think that you're going to get fame from it. You know what I mean?
Not
Like,
always. Yeah.
no, there's people that are idolized in this world for doing stupid shit when, you know, but how many people talk about like, you know, like a Socrates anymore or like anything like that? You know what I mean? Like people that have actually like Einstein, you know, like,
Socrates
Like
was a
peop-
pervert though, but that's a whole nother subject. Let's.
hey, the time, you got a timeline.
Yeah.
Don't retack something out of the timeline. Okay.
Sorry.
Elvis was a phenomenal singer, but in his timeline, he married a 14-year-old.
Yeah, it was also a creep. Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah.
Right. You know
Also,
what I
Elvis-
mean?
lying on the toilet, so L.
Michael,
it's just
Michael Jackson
we-
lost a nose, but you know that's a whole nother topic to talk about.
Yes, yeah, but then we used to have a Roman Colosseum where people would fight to death over a discrepancy. You
You're
know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
Like you
And
can't.
that was entertainment.
Yeah, you can't. I hate the existence of removing history. I think it's
Yeah.
important for people to understand that. Yes, that's not where we live now. We've become more civilized, hopefully. You know, but when you try to like take down monuments and stuff that like of what history was, like
Yeah.
that's just a reflection on it. And obviously if it's super negative and it's promoting like a bad agenda, yes,
Yes,
as
yes.
humanity, we want to remove that.
I agree.
But we're not perfect as humans.
Yeah.
So you have to have the biggest thing in life that you could ever do is just learn to have acceptance of things. You know what I mean? Like that it's the stoic mindset of like, you know, you can't change anyone. You can't change anything. If it's destined to happen, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's just kind of the mindset.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to embrace that. And that's how you grow as a person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's how your stream will grow. That's how everything will grow. It's just that embracement.
Yeah. And I like that. Like even with the experience I've had so far, this is only like I would say completely if I mark all the days that I've actually streamed. I would say probably about 3 or 4 months worth of real streaming. But with this experience I've had so far with just streaming and where my audience has been or like how I'm capturing certain audiences, you're right. Like the authenticity is what they're looking for, the consistency. Because yeah, like there are some people in my audience where they're like, yeah, man, you're kind of not consistent with your streams, so it's hard for me to even follow you also. But even these Thursdays are always consistent, so I get the consistent viewers, or the audience, and I have a lot of people that engage. And I love this. I love that experience that we're just going through this. We're just having a chat, and then people relate to it. And that's the reason why I created this live stream podcast, because it's a completely different engagement where a podcast is something that's already pre-recorded. So a lot of the commentaries, you don't even hear it from your audience. But I wanted to make it a live stream because I want the podcast or the conversation to be live enough for people to engage also. to share their commentaries live and for us to respond to it right away, and so that there's like live feedback, right? And it's what makes has what made this so much more fun for me, and that's why I think talking about the streaming community or gaming community, because even though I'm new to it in terms of doing the streaming, I'm not new to it in the sense that I've also been a fan. I've seen different communities evolve in it, from Counter-Strike to Call of Duty to Valorant, Fortnite, all these spaces where all these people are tapping into or diving into, or how they even became big in the first place. I really like the topic about this because it's like, aside from all the negativity, there's a lot of positivity. And I think we can kind of dive into that. Let's just keep it like brief in these last 20 minutes maybe, because we've been actually on since 7:30. It's almost 9:30 here. I want to make sure that you guys all have time for your personal lives also. But the positive side of streaming or gaming, the camaraderie, let's start with that. Like, I started off my stream just thinking it was just going to be me. Like, I literally like, man, I got to build my audience from this. Not realizing I've had a good friend of mine, Wes, who I actually met through a mutual friend. I can say now is a good friend of mine, but before I thought he was just an acquaintance. Even through social media, it was just like kind of one-offs. Like, he'll leave a comment on some of my posts or my stories, or will even message me from time to time. And I thought, oh, cool, he's a cool acquaintance. And I appreciate his support of even commenting on some of my stuff. And then I got into streaming, and he was my day one, bro. Like, he literally was there in every single stream till this day. Vincent too. Vincent was the same. Like, I met him through my cousin. He's actually best friends with my cousin. During a visit in the Philippines, didn't know that this guy was going to be here since day one, like on my stream. And that's what made it so much fun for me. The fun part of it is like, I know I was going to take this seriously to monetize it, to make revenue off of it. But every streamer out there, successful streamer, have always shared that same sentiment. Have fun with it. Because if you're not having fun and you're just looking at this as a job, you're not going to be successful. But if you have fun with it, like you just said, Ed, which I really love that it resonated and it just ties back to it. You got to have fun with it and see your authentic self be the success that drives your streaming to that higher level, right? And you may not hit the lottery like most people, like Pokimane, for example, who was the queen of Twitch. Even though she's ended her contract, she's still considered the queen of Twitch. Valkyrae, who was on Twitch and then became the queen of YouTube, who is now making millions of views every day, right? Like, these people may have hit that lottery, but for us, we can have a different type of success. Might even be that lottery that we might hit if authenticity comes from it, right? And we have someone in the chat said here, maybe the real revenue were the friends we made along the way. No, but in truth,
it is.
A lot of these successful streamers, they're successful because there's that camaraderie where you're like playing Chain together. Or competing against like GTA roleplay, right?
Chain together, you break friendships.
Apparently, I saw that yesterday. Yesterday, and I heard about the drama this past week with Chain Together. But
Yeah,
see,
we will get into that.
but that's like the positive side of it. There's a lot. There's a lot of positives in the gaming industry, like streaming, even the competiting side. There's a lot of positives to it because, like, for example, esports, like, holy crap, esports literally blew up in 2015, 2016. We're the very first big esport, like, gaming competitive, like, competition we had was like, what? It like, the price was like $1 million. I think it was for League of Legends, right? Was it League of Legends or was it Counter-Strike?
Yeah,
I think it's Dota.
Was it Dota?
Yeah,
It was like
Dota,
the very
League of
first,
Legends.
the very first prize, or like the very first huge prize was like $1 million, right? Like, it was $1 million pool, and then it became a worldwide event. It wasn't just like a US event thing. It was like an international event. But that alone, like that gap of having esport be taken seriously as a sport in itself, a professional sport at that. That's so great that we're creating like these spaces for people who were told back then by our parents, why are you spending hours, countless of your life, just playing these video games where you'll never make anything out of it? and then you see these.
Oh, we were all wrong. It was in a game called Painkiller.
Was it paint? Oh, what?
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What was that, Dr. Mario ripoff or
Yeah.
something, or what?
In 2005, there was a CPL World Tour that
Yeah,
event
yeah.
with $1 million prize.
With the $1 million prize, yeah, I remember it because there's this documentary I was watching. It was some, and it started off with like people just going to GameStop playing Super Smash Bros. And at like competing against each other from there, and then it became like this worldwide phenomenon where it's like
$1 million in 2005 is huge.
it's
That's
huge.
wild.
That's
That was
crazy.
huge.
That's why
$1
it's
million now is like nothing.
to be taken seriously like that by the sports industry and be seen as something serious. I think that's a feat in itself for gamers, streamers, for all introverts out there, right?
Well, when did esports actually become esports, like considered actual athletes? Wasn't it pretty recently?
I thought it was, yeah, like around 20 in between 2014 until like 2017. I think it was really
Yeah, it's
recent.
almost 10 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was pretty
Become
recent.
a sport.
What other
Because it-
positive things you guys can think of? Oh, but yes, because what?
I mean, I think the biggest thing that like, these streaming platforms and like, just podcasts in
2013.
well, yeah, so it's been over 10 years.
It's
then,
crazy.
The
so,
United States officially recognizes esports.
Yeah.
yeah. And and like the whole thing and like when everybody talks about it is like when they refer to Twitch, they refer to it as the Twitch community. I think community is really the big prize in all of this, right? Like whether it's, within, your realm of podcasting here or spending time with friends and doing that, the community is everything because truthfully, outside of your door, community is pretty dead.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You don't really engage with your neighbors like you used to anymore.
that's true.
You don't, when I grew up as a kid, like I knew all the kids on the block.
Yeah.
Now, like, I have to drive my daughter like, 10, 15 miles to take her to a friend's house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like community is just dead. And it's just like, Wes is a really good friend of mine. Like, I love him, like, and I knew his brother for a long time. I didn't even know him. We kind of met through gaming.
That's
And
awesome.
then obviously, yeah, then I met through Jeremiah. And this is all like fairly recent too.
Yeah.
This is, like only a few years invested in it. But I mean, we're going to Disneyland together this year. You know what I
That's
mean?
awesome.
Like, yeah, we've been on trips together. Wes has slept in my house. Like,
Cool.
yeah, Jeremiah and I
slept in his
cuddle all the
bed.
He did sleep in my bed. Yeah, I took
Jeremiah's getting a little jealous there, bro.
I
No,
took
I
him
got
his
drunk- I
dog
got-
when I went to
I got drunk
California
in his
last
bed.
year.
If
you
it
know?
wasn't for Ed, I would not have Milo.
So
My
what
dog.
you're telling me, Ed, is that
But also
Wes,
Anthony too. Goofy,
Wes
goofy.
is lazy, a bum, has no home, needed a friend, he's lonely. That's who
Oh
Wes is.
yeah, 100%. Yeah. But I've told Wes that for years. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know his brother, so I mean,
Yeah.
like apple trees don't grow pears.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so it is what it is. But like. It's even like crazy. Like the other day, like Jeremiah and I were planning the Disneyland thing, and we had to do everything. And then I had to randomly send this dude that's 400 and something miles away from me that we've cuddled one time, and he grinded on me one time.
What?
But I just-
That was the
I-
best thing I ever did in my
yeah.
life.
Oh
I
my
just sent-
gosh.
I just randomly sent him $1,500
I have
after
the
Wes
video.
just sent me $200. You know what I mean?
That's wild.
Like the camaraderie and
Yeah.
in the community, like we can go like weeks without talking. Because like I recently quit gaming
Yeah.
for mental health benefits. Like
Makes
that we're
sense.
just I'm a competitive gamer. And that's where like I used to play with Wes a lot and play with Jeremiah a lot,
Yeah.
but they suck.
Damn,
like
if they
He's not
suck, then
wrong.
I'm on a
and
whole
he's not
different.
wrong.
I'm goated. And I'm goated. Like,
He's
I
right.
hate
Every other game, I suck. 1v1 me in Valorant though.
Bro,
you always say that. And
I
like
got-
That's the only game.
I gotta say, Ed, bro, if you think they suck, bro, my hands are shaking because I suck. Like,
Yeah.
I'm getting yelled at by Wes, bro. He's like, why? Why did you go there, bro?
Why are you still using a Spectre? You have
Why do you
max
still
money.
have why do you still have
I
a
did the
Spectre?
same
Bro,
thing to
I'm
him 2
broke.
days
I
ago.
have no money.
yeah,
How
but I
you
mean
was trying to
gaining the
teach him how to
community from it
save.
was just great. Like
Huh.
that's really like I think the,
Yeah.
the thing to take away from it. Like you gain a
Camaraderie,
lot
yeah.
of value. And that's I think what it takes though, because remember how I said it's that one person that blows you up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's gonna be one day there's gonna be one dude that's just like, wow, I really resonate with all of this. Like
Yeah.
I really like what they're doing here. And you don't know, that could be like a big streamer himself, that just
That's
like
true.
Angel streamed you and then he's like, he promotes you on his thing because what that happened to what was his name? Nicewig?
Yeah.
Did you ever see that story?
I don't think so.
He was a tiny streamer, and he was gaming on a controller playing Apex, and really like he's good, really good. And then I think Shroud
Rated
streamed,
him.
yeah,
Wow.
rated him and streamed him, and Shroud even promoted him on his stream, like started playing his stuff, not only with the raid. And then Nicewig blew up. I think he even got signed to an esports team and
That's
everything at one point in
crazy.
time. He does commentary and stuff for it now, but he definitely got affected by the fame of it too.
That's awesome.
Like he couldn't handle it. Like it was a negative thing. And he
Yeah.
had to step away for a while. He's been back, but
Yeah.
he did become like the egotistical, I'm the best, I was the chosen one kind of
Yeah.
deal. And it's always, that's just the life. You're going to have the good guy and the bad guy. It's the reason why when we watch superhero movies and everything, we relate to them so much.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
So it's just one of those things, that I think the community as a whole is good. There are a lot of bad places though, but that's just like anything on the
Yeah.
internet, truthfully.
I
Like, you know what I mean?
I think what I would hope in terms of just the gaming scene, because like for me, I stream content like for gaming and for like this podcasting, but I also have goals of making not just like outside of the streaming platform, like to make my own content, like lifestyle stuff, like vlogging and all that stuff, like telling people about my life. But in the gaming aspect, like there's this conversation I had with Jeremiah and Wes recently with Goof also. I was just like, man, what games do you guys like to play that you spend hours in? Because there was one time I streamed Fortnite literally for 8 hours straight, and I was just grinding it. But I didn't realize that I was already spending
Look at
8 hours in
laughing.
it. Vince is like, yeah, bro, you were
This is
locked in.
laughing, bro.
But I didn't realize I was streaming it for 8 hours because I was having so much fun. But then I got into this space recently. I've been playing a lot more offline, like off stream, than I have been on stream. But it's because I fear that the audience won't like what I've been doing. Because I literally would be on Fortnite and then I'll rage quit. If I lose, rage quit. I'm going to go to play Valorant. And then I'll play a round of Valorant and I'm like, dang it, I lost this one too. Rage quit. I'm going to go hop on X Defiant. And then I'm doing good. And I'm like, all right, a few games. All right, good.
I personally think that's dumb
Yeah.
because as an individual, I can resonate with that.
Yeah. See,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
And
see-
you look human.
yeah.
Like you don't look like you're just doing it just because you got a sponsorship to play this game,
Yeah.
or like it has to be that one. I think that's what gaming is that, like it's supposed to be your release, your safe space. And if you're kind of, getting overwhelmed by it, I think you should stop playing it. And it's hard to do that when you're in it for the competitive nature.
Yeah. Because I get pretty competitive too. And I think that's where I don't want my audience to see that. So I put on this persona that I'm a fun person, which I am. I mean, all three of them, aside from you, Ed, have seen me play and I joke around a lot. It got to a point actually in the beginning of my streaming career where I lost a few friends because they thought that I was there to make fun of them and ridicule them on my stream and make them look bad while I'm doing good. And I was like, yo, this is a huge misunderstanding. My streaming platform is really just to have fun. And if you're on a competitor level where you're taking this way too seriously and then you're reacting towards how I am in my own stream, then I don't think we should collaborate together, Like it got to that point and I thought they were going to be my day ones too. And I appreciate them. I still do to this day. But that misunderstanding, I was like, well, that's completely out of that level. And Wes admitted this recently. He said too, like, yeah, I'm a competitor. I take my gaming seriously from time to
Way
time.
too serious.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna go off and just like call you out and be like you're a horrible person, whatever, just because I'm not winning, right? There's that level, but overall, I think there's a lot of positives in it because I'm having a lot of fun understanding these. But then I'm starting to censor myself because I'm like, oh, I think my audience isn't gonna like that because they loved me streaming for 8 hours straight in Fortnite, but they're not gonna love it if I'm streaming Fortnite for 30 minutes and then I hop on Valorant for an hour and then I hop on X Defiant for 2 hours. And then I'll go in Power World for 30 minutes, and that's the funny
Well,
thing, because you say the different, it's the latter, right?
Yeah,
I think the
because
genuineness of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's what, like, if that's what you want your audience to be, like, and I'm truthfully going to say this right now, one of the smartest people that I've ever met in my life, like literally genius, has multi-million-dollar companies, etc., and has really been successful. He told me the smartest thing that you could ever learn how to do is to know when to quit.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Because if
I like that.
you're in a toxic relationship, and you choose not to quit that relationship, it's only going to be detrimenting to you
Yeah.
and everybody around you.
Yeah.
And gaming's no different. Life is no different. Like if you don't know when to quit doing something,
Yeah.
then if you can think you could just keep doing it all the time, like it's going to be detrimenting to you.
Yeah.
It's going to be detrimenting to the people that follow you. So I mean, giving them that authenticity of like, hey, just communicate it, because communication's everything.
That's
You can
true.
get people to understand you. And I mean, truthfully, ask yourself this. If you could get on a stream and you can play 4 different games because that's what you wanted to do that day, and you get 2 people, maybe 5 people, maybe even half your stream that were mad at you for doing that,
Yeah.
the question you need to ask yourself is, do you really even want them there in the first place?
That's true. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're
yeah.
trying to seek the bigger picture.
We're not
and
here
you
to
don't-
people please. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need those bandwagoners just because like you did really good on a Valorant game. Like you're not going to be good every day.
Every day. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even these
And it-
professionals, I mean, Tens, man, he has his off days.
Yeah.
But he's a pro gamer, but he has his off days still.
I mean,
And
he
a
had a
lot-
season where he would just like pop off, and that's why he was popular, because he would just be insane.
Yeah. And in the
Like,
season
everything
before
like
this
that.
one,
And
he
now he's
literally
just-
lost.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
The decline of Sentinels and his reign of being IGL is just, it's not the same.
Yeah.
And it's always been weird to me too, because if you look at all the top players, like the ones that really grind games, I'm talking in Apex and Valorant
Yeah.
and everything, they're usually not even big streamers.
Yeah. That's true.
You know what I mean? Like I've seen crazier people on YouTube. I follow this guy that's a dad, and he has the craziest movement I've ever seen in Apex. Like outperforms like Timmy
Yeah.
and all kinds of crazy stuff. And he does it casually, and all he does is make YouTube content with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not trying to like get that crowd though. Like it's just not for him because
That's
he's a
true.
goofy dude, and not everybody's gonna watch him, and they don't like the way he plays because to him he's having fun.
That's true.
He's not trying to be competitive. If he runs up and does a sick wall slide into like, a B hop and a reload and kills a team, and then right after that a team comes in and kills him, like he's like, cool, well I just got a 30-second clip that was amazing.
Yeah.
So that's my win,
That's true.
So sometimes with gaming, that's what it is. It just takes one moment to where like people are engaged and they see you do something amazing, and they're just like they're hooked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of gaming is like that. It's like a movie. You don't watch a movie expecting it not to have a climax. Like you watch a movie for the buildup, and then you get that one point of dopamine that's like astronomical, and then it
That was it.
trails off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going up and down like this. And I think we messed up our minds with the social media.
Yeah.
With the dopamine, the endless mind scrolling.
That's true.
So I mean, I think if you want to make a difference in society now is doing the different thing. You know what I mean? Because everybody else is doing the algorithm.
Yeah. They're playing Valorant, and that's their stream. Valorant
Yeah.
for 8 hours. Or
Yeah.
like, yeah. Or like,
Do the
or
rage quit, dude.
yeah. You did.
And everybody knows right now in gaming, there is not one game single-handedly
game.
that is flawless.
Yeah.
Like they all have their issues. There's
Yeah.
all types of problems. That some of them are cash cows, some of them are pay to wins. When the new Pokemon game came out for the Switch not too long ago, we were all playing it. Every single one of us bought it,
That's crazy.
and I grinded it nonstop and beat the game in like 72 hours.
I haven't even completed Arceus yet. How could you guys even get there, bro? There's so
Yeah.
much. There's so much to do in Arceus, bro. Like,
And
how
the
did you get
entire
to go-
time, and the entire time we were laughing about it because like the game had so many bugs and hiccups.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was shit.
was
Yeah,
so
you know what I
bad.
mean. But it was so revolutionary, and it was our childhood that we were just like hooked. We
Having
didn't
so
care.
much, yeah.
Yeah, and there was so much negative media behind it. But it's like we needed that so that they would push the boundaries for
Yeah.
the next one. They will fix their mistakes. Like not everything's going to be perfect.
Yeah.
Like you like to expect Picasso to make one painting that was perfect right off the rip and then walk away.
Yeah.
That's impossible. The guy painted thousands of paintings before he made one good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to him at the time, it wasn't even good. It was only till he died then everybody was like, "Oh wow, this is amazing."
That's what most famous artists are, though. You're
Yeah.
only recognized once you're dead. Like famous poets, all famous poets only became
So-
famous.
So there it is, right there. Here's the whole kit and caboodle. Do you want this to be a job, or do you want this to be an art form?
I think an art form, like constantly. I mean, that's the whole purpose of me jumping away from the entertainment industry, like coming out of Hollywood. so that I could have creative freedom. And
Yeah.
how can I do that? With content creation. When you know, this space that I'm finding joy in. What do you guys think? Like, I think aside from camaraderie in the streaming platform, what are other things? You know, fears. Jeremiah, Vince, Wes, even from your guys' input, I know me and Ed shared camaraderie. But what do you think? Other good things that came out of streaming or gaming, maybe as a spectator or even someone that is involved in this space.
I'd say memories.
The memories we made along the way with
Memories
the
that you
friends.
My
But, like,
my forehead is a signature for me.
For all the memories that you've kept.
And I think one memories that always sticks in my forehead is when we were playing Apex Legends. And I was streaming, like actually streaming. So
Yeah.
I was like, I had a genuine reaction. And our friend Goofy, he made a joke, and like he was like,
Oh, I
I can
remember.
literally I
I
can read
sent
a
it to him.
book
I
on your
sent it to him.
forehead.
I
Yeah.
sent it to him.
And I was speechless.
I was dying. I was dying in the background.
That's-
I don't know how
like,
to react to that.
Yeah.
Like Ed will say some outlandish things, and like it's like whatever, like haha.
but it came
But
out
like
of nowhere. for you.
Out
that
of
comment,
pocket,
like
yeah.
it literally came out of nowhere. We were just like having fun, and we were just like making
The friendly banter. Yeah.
gameplay and everything like that. And then it was like I could literally read a book on your forehead. He was just
It
like,
caught Wes off guard so
I don't even know what to
badly.
say.
Yeah.
I would rage quit
But
for
those
sure.
are the memories. Like
Alt
you're
F4.
never gonna forget those memories.
Nah.
That's cool, man. I agree. I agree. I mean, even right now, like there's a lot I can talk about, like with what I've experienced so far with all of you guys. So it's been pretty fun stuff. What about you, Vince? Oh, you had something to say, Ed?
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember like my carpal tunnel now from gaming.
Constantly,
Yeah.
it's coming back.
From
Your
carrying-
hands are
from
like stepping
carrying.
up, bro. Like,
My bank account remembers gaming really
oh
well.
man,
like, you know.
that's so
Mine-
funny.
Tendinitis, you know.
Yeah, let's ask the guy that spent $5,000 on Fortnite.
Oh my god,
Oh, I thought
bro.
you went to me on FIFA. I was about to say, don't talk about it.
That was me. That was me, bro.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Vincent, what about you, man?
I think, you know, I can say I'm a gamer because I really dove into playing competitive games from Counter Strike, League of Legends, some Dota. Recently I started grinding in Apex Legends because it was a hard game, but there's that satisfaction, and like Ed said, like the dopamine rush when you hit some clips or you did well, played well. The most I could take out of it was my experience and how my thought processes work whenever I'm in a situation, if it's been video games or in real life. I took my like hand-eye coordination and like spatial awareness when I'm driving. I could see stuff that normally other people wouldn't see. 'Cause I used to do that in games, and I could take it from League of Legends, my map awareness in game, my mechanics. I could easily understand game theories from this game to that game. Whenever I'm strategizing in Valorant, even
That's
'cause
cool.
I used to play a lot of Valorant too.
Yeah.
I could say that okay, maybe this guy's here, maybe they're trying to do this, maybe I should buy this and play like this instead of this, because I could take the mental preparedness that I got and like strategizing and critical thinking
Yeah.
in my journey as a gamer. I even play like single player games too, and there's that peace
Yeah.
you get from just playing either with your friends because you do dumb shit together. You stay a lot of stupid stuff,
Yeah.
causing mayhem in GTA, or just like doing.
It's like
stupid
mental
shit in League of
skills.
Legends.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
when you're
like-
playing
like
alone
even-
too,
Even
Yeah.
with like League of Legends, you were talking about like map awareness and stuff like that. Like I got that map awareness from League of Legends, and now I take that with every single game. If I didn't play League of Legends, like you can see it with other people
Exactly,
who don't play League of Legends,
Yeah.
they don't have that map awareness.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, I didn't
Because-
know he was there. Where's the call out? Dude, he was on the map.
exactly. what was I gonna say? Fuck.
Dang West, you messed
It's
him up.
that
My bad.
my development. It's
Yeah.
like I take pride in my development as an individual, whether it's in gaming or in real
Yeah.
life. If I see development in one area because of gaming, which I could apply in real life, I take that as a personal win. And
Yeah.
it's something good that came out from gaming.
Yeah.
Years of gaming, starting from the PS2,
Yeah.
PSP to PC, console, and whatever. You can see that there's development in your own personal growth,
Yeah.
whether it's in your
I agree.
emotions or physical like capabilities.
Yeah.
So I guess
You
that's the one thing, the best thing that I could think of for me that I got just
Yeah.
from gaming.
I
Besides
agree.
from the friends, of course.
And that's a really great perspective. I like that you shared that because with gaming, right? Like it's also it's educational sometimes, right? I mean, a
That's
lot of the
true.
times actually. I mean, like back then, first person shooting used to be just a simulation. It was actually created so that people can get better at real life scenarios with FPS, right? Using FPS as a simulation. Um, or even things like playing Crash Bandicoot back in the day, Spyro,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Like all those
Oh
old school
yeah.
games, those were all puzzle games. Zelda, I mean, Zelda is literally known for puzzles. It's the entire game itself is just puzzles throughout
Here's
the
my
entire
brain
story,
even
right?
better.
Hand-eye
you can tell.
coordination, all that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I do agree in the sense that there is so much fun coming out of gaming and being in the streaming community with gaming because they see that growth in you. Like for me, like when I started Valo, bro, my God, just until recently, where I'm like boastfully recently, I've been telling Wes and Fears, I'm like, yo, I'm getting so much better at aiming. I can shoot. I'm actually getting kills now. I'm actually getting some kills now. I'm still last place out of the team. It's cool. I'm getting kills. But the beginning of me playing Valo, oh my God, I was frustrated because I couldn't seem to get the game structure. Like the way that you play Valo, I keep forgetting that it's kind of like Counter-Strike where you gotta stop. Like you're not in like with Fortnite or Apex, Overwatch, these are all fast-paced movements, so you can move and shoot at the same time. Valo is very tactical. It's like a mobile chess. Like you're constantly in a motion, but you have to think 3-4 steps ahead, right? And I only started getting all that logistics, like the real nitty-gritty of Valorant, after I started practicing more and I started getting better with coordination, aiming, and everything. So I find that as a lot of fun too, a lot of positivity in that because yes, it is applicable in real life scenarios, but it's also just the feeling of like, an achievement. I made an achievement. Like I'm getting better at the game. I'm actually having more fun. And then people in my streaming community are seeing that growth where I was a
Do
rage
you
quitter.
feel like the time was worth it?
Oh, definitely.
The time invested?
Oh,
Like, do you feel like the outcome at the end?
Hell yeah. Like, cause again, like a lot of these growth that's been happening for me with gaming were offline, were off stream. And then now I'm thinking every time I'll tell Jeremiah too, like there are times where I'll play with Jeremiah while Wes is at work. And then Jeremiah and I would be like, damn it, bro, we should have streamed this. This is like good content. Like we're having so much fun and we're just goofing around. Like now I think of it that way rather than like, I don't want to stream this because X, Y, and Z. Now it's the opposite. I'm like, man, I should have been streaming this right now. I can't believe I missed this. So it's definitely time worth invested. Like it's been a lot of fun growing with Valo. Like now knowing how to play better in other FPS games. Me now trying to dive into like potentially Elden Ring, like get into
Oh
that kind of
gosh,
space.
dude.
Yeah, it's a whole nother
Yeah,
realm,
that's
right?
my fault, Wes. I'm sorry. That's my fault.
Yeah,
He
and I
watching
was like a
stream
WoW
playing it.
player at its peak, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when WoW was out, and I'm not even lying to you, I spent 400 hours like of
I wouldn't
gameplay
doubt it.
time grinding a mount.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On 5 different characters
Oof.
every day
Yeah.
for 5 years.
You were a legit miner, bro. You were the miner
Ye-
of WoW.
yeah. And I mean, truthfully, that game sculpted me into every other game.
Yeah.
Because I knew what it was like to have achievement-based goals. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I agree.
Now, is it beneficial time-wise is the question. Like when I sit there now in my older age and look at it and I'm like, shit, like
Maybe not, but yeah.
I would
That was
almost kill
5
someone
years
in
of my
cold
life.
blood. Yeah, I would kill someone in cold blood to get 400 free hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
if I had, I think but I think for both of us, for example, like our generation, it's like if only we had the platforms that these kids have today, Like if we had spent 400 hours
Oh.
on streaming back then, we also probably would have been well established now with our platforms, right? Like there would
No,
be.
because you suck. You said it yourself.
Oh, you're right,
You're
yeah,
not
I'm-
good. You're like,
Shit.
you ain't
Damn
cracked,
it.
dude. You ain't cracked. Yeah.
Damn, he got used to Transparency Thursdays already, guys. We
Yeah.
gotta cut him off.
No,
He's too
that's
transparent. No, but I
That's
agree.
my boy.
Oh, you didn't tell him about the warning label?
Yeah,
Wes?
damn it, bro.
No,
There's
we
no
didn't tell
disclaimer.
about the warning label.
Oh,
Sorry.
no.
Yeah, no disclaimers. No disclaimers.
Oh, it gets
Bro.
worse.
But
It
He's
does.
unhinged. He's
Yeah.
unhinged. That's the warning. Unhinged.
yeah. Well, Jeremiah, for
That's
you.
the way we like it, boy.
That's
Yeah,
the
the-
way
the-
I
the
like
man-
it.
The man with the biggest Steam collection, dude.
Yeah.
Give us the rundown.
Yeah, let us know. Like, what is the positive? Like,
I hate you so much. It was just like Ed said that they got buy a lot of single player games and never finish them.
You don't
Hey.
even play them.
Dude, I guarantee he has more games than all of us combined, dude.
that's insane.
Well,
Okay,
let's-
tell us
wanna
a
see the
little bit
numbers
about.
real quick?
Tell us a
I
little
have
bit
a
about
lot,
this,
actually.
Jeremiah.
I got Humble Bundle a lot.
Wait. Let's see the numbers on this real quick.
Yeah,
gotta
Wes,
see the
Wes
numbers.
got a good job, and then he was just spending all his money on buying random games to play
Jeez.
for 3 hours.
That would be me, but
160
opposite.
No, when I was a
165.
kid in high school, 165.
Yeah.
You have only a little bit more than me, 143. I have a lot of like shitty games that I got on Humble Indie Bundle when it was a thing.
Damn, that's wild. Yeah, I
Like
can't.
there was
Leg-
like
a
a
lot of Lego
Company of
games.
Heroes,
A lot of
freaking
Lego
Humble Indie
games.
Bundle.
Dude, I got like 20.
Yeah, I have like 8, bro. I have 8 Steam games, maybe 3
When I go
Epic
talk
games.
about my most hour game on here, actually, I'll probably pull that up.
Well-
while I'm
well,
talking.
Fear-
It's Destiny. It's obviously Destiny.
Yeah, we know it's Destiny, Fierce.
It's
well-
not even look. Ooh, no, let me look for it real quick.
I'm not gonna. Even,
But for you, Jeremiah, like, what do you think? Like a positive outtake of like even your streaming or like your gaming. Like, what is an experience that you think is like memorable that's in this platform?
oh, I started my first game. My very first game I played was on GameCube, and I don't ever hear anybody ever playing this game. It was called Godzilla Destroy All Monsters. Freaking,
Oh,
I love playing God. I went from there to Godzilla Save the Earth to Godzilla.
that's like
Unleashed. I was
the 3D version of Rampage, bro.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
literally
I-
just you being a monster and killing each other, like a
I
Mortal
grew
Kombat
up-
of monsters.
Yeah, I grew up watching Godzilla, so like, I got
That's
into
tough.
those games hard. Then after that was Smash Brothers Melee, like all the
Oh
way.
yeah, hands down. Especially
And I
like those
still have that game. I still play it even now sometimes.
LAN parties, bro. LAN parties,
yeah, I
and
put my brothers.
it was
my
either
dad.
it was either Smash Bros or Halo. It was like you're either playing Halo or Smash Bros with friends, man.
You did
Yeah,
a
when-
bootleg version of Halo on PC.
Yeah.
It was
You-
already
you-
modded
yeah,
and
you-
everything.
You download it, you
I mean, they
pirate
had-
it. You get
They had
the
Halo Combat Evolved on PC.
you'd
which I
borrow
used to
you
play.
you'd rent Halo from Blockbuster and then pirate it, bootleg it in on your Xbox,
Yeah.
and so you could have the permanent Halo game on your Xbox, but you give
Yup.
you return your rental Halo. Yeah, those are the days.
Yeah.
That's cool. So you
But-
like, so like you have fun the most when there's something that's nostalgic or like more sentimental to you, like,
Yeah, like
in those
even like
spaces.
the games that I'll name, I still play them even now.
That's awesome, man.
Like I have a PS2 right behind me right now.
Yeah.
I have Spider-Man 3, Godzilla Saves the Earth, like X-Men Legends and
That's
stuff.
crazy.
Actually, X-Men Legends, my brother, that was his favorite game, but I still like playing it too.
Kingdom
My
Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts, yes, everyone but 3.
I was about to download the whole set again. on
Everyone
Steam,
but
bro.
3 were very, very good games to
Yeah,
play.
3 was
Three
such a
is
disappointment.
trash.
Unless
3,
well,
I pre-ordered 3, bought it, I played till I got,
I got a
to-
PS4 just for Kingdom Hearts 3.
yeah, I
yeah,
got,
well, remember I was an Xbox player, so that was like the first Kingdom Hearts to come out on Xbox.
I just like the mods
And
on
I played
the PC
like
version.
I played till Monstropolis and I got bored of the game.
Oh yeah,
And
that
I was like the second or third area or something like that.
It's that nostalgia though. That nostalgia hit is
It
just.
is.
yeah, that's the
Yeah,
only.
it's
Because
like-
even if they come out with a new one, you're still like, I want this.
That's how I.
Eh,
That's how I
yeah.
played through it. I literally
if
went through
you-
the ending of the game just to play
And if
through it
y'all
because of
know
the
me, I
nostalgia.
know Ed knows me. I like Lego games. I love playing Lego games. I pre-ordered the new Lego Star Wars and
What about
beat
Fortnite
that
Lego?
game. No, I was never really a big Fortnite player. I
Oh.
mainly played it to play with Goof and Wes or with you sometimes.
Makes sense.
I would never really any battle royale with Apex or actually PUBG was one of them too. PUBG was good for its time. That's I guess on Xbox.
Yeah,
My very first FPS game was fucking a sec.
that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but that nostalgia just hits so differently. Like, I mean, even till this day, like if a new Pokemon game comes out or they release
Hands down, I
anything,
would
like
probably.
I'm on it. I'm on it. Like I'm
Yeah.
there. You know, I'm buying
Yeah.
both copies. Like if there's a special edition, like I want it. Like that nostalgia just hits different, and it's just because, like, I mean, as when you're younger, you can't afford everything,
Yeah.
No.
and then you get older and you get real people money, and then you start like getting
Yeah.
random things. You know what I mean? To where it's like, cool, I bought a 3D
Freaking
printer.
Dragonite.
Yeah, oh, no,
Yeah.
look, look, I bought a 3D printer so I could print a Cubone
That's
skull. You know what I mean?
dope, man. That's
you
sick.
know,
But I
Like-
don't want a 3D printer because there's some cool stuff you can really do with it.
It's
My
so
teacher
true.
had one.
It's so true when they say that adults are just kids with money, because
Yes.
that's literally how I feel. Like even with like snacks, like like our parents would restrict us from like, no, you can't eat hot Cheetos during dinner time. Like it's dinner time. No, hell no. I got 3 bags of hot Cheetos ready for me to snack on all at once. Like
when they
anytime.
re-release stuff, like when they dropped the Dunkaroos again, and everybody was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like
"Let me get a
looking for it,
Dunkaroo,"
going
you know?
crazy.
Taco Bell's nacho fries bringing it out. Yeah, I'm on there. I'm out. Like we're going.
Yeah, Taco
Yeah, and
Bell
it's
in the
funny, too,
bathroom
because-
is all where it's at.
It's that nostalgia like kick that just like really drives people, because like, and I mean, maybe that's how like a lot of people get like crazy viewership like now, is because the older people are living vicariously through these young people that are just doing crazy stuff.
That's true. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So there could be
Obviously-
an upside to it, yeah, for
Yeah,
entertainment
mine-
purposes.
Yeah, minus the simp side of things. Like
Yeah.
obviously, like the hot tub streams and all that stuff, where we
Oh,
just
yeah.
know that there's just simping people that are,
Oh yeah,
and that's fine.
that's
Hey,
a whole different line. Yeah, to each
yeah,
their own.
yeah,
To each their
yeah.
own.
There's no shame in it. Like if that's what you want to do, then go do it. Like I get that it's intimidating to go up to a girl and talk to her. Like, but unless you start doing it, is the only way that you're gonna like. It's like a game. Like
It's true.
life is like a game. Like you have to grow.
Play the game of
Or
life, dog.
or you're gonna be that level 2 that's stuck in the main city the entire time.
Unless I'm
just
in solo
That was me on
leveling.
That was me on Elden Ring for the longest time.
Solo leveling is
just-
great.
Unless I'm in solo leveling and like I'm a level 1, but really deep down
Actually,
a level
no,
100.
That was me on Sekiro, and I gave
Yeah.
up on that game. Couldn't beat the first boss.
But I mean, overall, this was actually a really great conversation because I didn't realize how long it took for us to get through this. But one,
Took a while.
Ed, I gotta say, man, thanks for showing up, joining us in this. Like you said that it's not often that you'll be available even for Wes and Jeremiah. So I really appreciate you taking the time to join us in this. I think a lot of the engagement that you had and shared your thoughts with us were actually really good topics to talk about, which is the reason why it took us all up until 10 p.m. now. So I appreciate you really participating with us. I mean, I would hope to see you actually maybe in our other Transparency Thursdays. If you're ever free, you are more than welcome to
Yeah,
join us, man.
This will be my last one for the next 2 weeks. I got to work like 238 hours straight.
No problem, man. No problem.
But maybe after the 2 weeks, I'm gonna be taking some time off. I'll take like a week off, so maybe
Yeah.
I'll get another one in a couple
Hey, it
weeks.
should
So
come,
like,
it should come over here. You know.
you
what I'm
give me
saying?
a heads up on the subject too.
We'll
and then I'll
definitely,
get
yeah.
even some more development.
Yeah, we'll
into
do
it.
that for sure. We'll definitely hit you up and let you know what our next topics will be within the next few weeks or months to come. So that way, if there's ever any of the ones that you want to participate in or can participate in this, feel free to join us. Oh, we have Jeremiah. Like Jeremiah is literally our number one chow down. Like he just comes into the stream and chows down for us.
Oh yeah, dude.
yeah.
Well, I
Oh,
get
he's
back so
down for
late.
everything, dude. I
Yeah.
called him and said, "Are you coming to Disneyland with me?" He said, "Yeah."
Yeah,
He
I
didn't even worry about work or anything. I asked Wesley,
And
and he's
I
like,
already-
"Well, I gotta see if I
Hey,
can take work."
and he was
off."
chowing
And
down on a
I-
sandwich. He was chowing
Nah,
down on a
as soon
sandwich
as-
at the same time while he said
Nah,
yes
as
to
soon
you.
as,
No,
hey,
and I
as soon as
mean-
Ed asked me, I put my
Yeah.
time in. I got it off ready.
Yeah, and I mean, thanks for having me too. It's
Of
it's
course.
always been a mild dream to like do a podcast. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Now we
It's
can.
Yeah.
Like if I really need to get the
Oh.
voice in there, yeah, like
Me too, bro. Me too.
they
You know
always
what?
told me,
Just
yeah.
freaking turns me
I
on,
used
dude.
to have people tell me when I was younger, they're like, "Oh, you should do radio and do talk shows," and I'm like,
So sorry, side note, bro. Wes, your dog just got on the camera and I thought that was a girl's hair. And like that. And I was like, bro, what is your girl doing to you on live, bro? Like
No.
Hey, wait,
It's
hold
just
on. Hey,
Milo.
Goofy, don't worry about the 2,000 hours, all right? We're good. We'll keep that on the low.
you too, Vince, man. I appreciate you all the time showing up whenever you can. I know you have like your nursing stuff, your school that you've been doing, and you've been traveling for your what?
What nursing, bro?
I mean, sorry, not
I
nurse.
know he's
not-
smoking his cigarette. He's on his 5th one.
not sorry, not
Definitely
nursing.
not
I
nursing.
mean, your medical
Stop.
studies.
I
Your
really care
studies.
about the health of society.
I am
really
so messed
do.
up. I'm so messed up because he talked to me about his
Part of the
career.
culture. He's Filipino. It's
Yeah.
part of the culture.
Last year, man.
And he literally told me this,
I'm
and then
so
I told.
heartbroken
Bro,
right now.
his response is
Thanks, bro.
priceless.
That's
He's
messed
just
up.
like, what the fuck?
Bro,
He's like, bro, what are you on about?
My chat said, "Not the
shared the
nurse
bed
smoking a
already."
cig." LOL. He's not even studying for nursing. I just said the wrong thing. I'm being called out now. But
Yeah, well, that's messed
What a
up,
great
dog.
friend.
I know, what a
Great
great
friend.
friend, right? It
Great
goes to show
friend.
how much I care about my friends. But I meant even that, like, he's so busy with school and he travels for his school. Like, it takes him like almost half a day to get to his. Like, the chat said that's racist to Filipinos for assuming he's going to nursing school. Not all Filipinos are nurses.
It is.
He's in the
It's
medical
facts,
field.
though.
He's in the medical field. There you go. That's the best way to put it.
studying medical laboratory
There you go.
science, bro.
AKA nursing.
Way different than nursing. Like,
That's like a whole different.
AKA nurse practitioner. I'm just kidding. It's completely different. I'm gonna
I
get
will
canceled for being.
strangle you when you get
I know.
back here in the Philippines.
I'll already be dead before I even get back there, bro. I'll be murdered by all the Filipinos here. But yeah, even I mean, long story short, just that, like, you showing up, coming in, we appreciate it. Any new faces is always welcome to us. Welcome to me especially. I mean, any friend of Wes is a friend of mine. So I appreciate you guys for joining the chat. It's been a great conversation. If there's anything, yeah, if there's any other topics, you guys are welcome to join anytime. But thank you for talking about streaming. What's happening in the community? Yes, my title is a clickbait. No, Kick is not ending. I
Cloud
can't-
Chaser.
What did
Yeah.
you say? What was your title?
I'm a cloud. I said Kick streaming platform ending, like exclamation
Oh
point, question mark.
it
Yeah.
is. It's going to end for you because you're
Brother.
going to have to migrate to Twitch.
I
you
know. The Kick is not gonna accept me after this. Kick is not gonna
Yeah.
accept me after this. Like, nah, bro, not on our.
They're gonna look at your history and they're gonna be like, "What was this stream you were talking
Yeah,
about?
what
Kiki
did
is
you-
over."
But I appreciate you guys on the chat community, for everybody that has been chiming in anytime whenever I'm on. I know I have this inconsistency with streaming too, but I appreciate everybody that joins. Any new friend, always welcome to come back. Please continue sharing your thoughts, even on stream, just on the chat. If you guys don't ever want to come into on stream on camera, just chime in, say something on the chat or whatever. That's totally helpful and really great to engage with too.
Yeah, and I mean, you should probably definitely make like a Discord for your whole thing so that like
Yeah.
these people from multiple platforms, from Wes's and everything, they can just join the Discord and then
That's true.
they can sit in there and just type everything out if they want to put their input in. It's really engaging, so you don't have to like look at multiple platforms to like
That's true.
engage with it.
I'll definitely fix my Discord because clearly there's only two things in there, just the general chat and the general and
Yeah.
general. Yeah.
So
But good
bare
point.
bones, man.
Yeah, I really
And
need to.
even my Discord has like its own things and
Yeah.
stuff.
That's
Yeah, I
how
remember when you first joined my Discord, you were like, "Whoa, there's everything.
there's
You guys have
bots that send
Fortnite
it.
in here?
There's bot updates. Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh? What?"
Even yeah, my like everything I have right now is like raw. Like I mean, if you're talking
basic.
about authentic, like all of my even my YouTube channel is like raw. Like it's all of my videos. I've been telling Wes every single week after Transparency Thursdays that I'm gonna start clipping a bunch of these. I still haven't sent him anything.
No, I haven't done
so-
it. You say it every single stream. Tomorrow, I have a day off tomorrow. I
Tomorrow?
don't have anything going on. I'm gonna clip everything. I'm gonna edit it. Blah 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 blah. blah.
I actually have a good amount. I just need to actually send it.
You remind me of my ex-girlfriend. She used to say that too.
Oh,
Shout out, get it up.
stop.
After I bought her like $4,000 worth of stuff to do like YouTube and everything.
Oh,
I still have all the videos on my computer. It's like a terabyte worth of stuff.
oh my gosh.
Yeah. And she had the personality for it. And I told her, I was like, you
Yeah.
should just do it. And she just never wanted to commit to doing it. Maybe one day she will. I still believe in her, you know? I
I
hope she
Okay.
does.
that's literally the commitment. That's the next part. That's the commitment and actually going through and promoting it is the next part that will really make it successful. I think that's something we never tapped into or touched. But yeah, you can't just expect to be streaming constantly and hit the lottery and hopefully someone joins in and gives you 1 million viewers. Sometimes you got to promote yourself out there too, right? And put yourself out there. And I think that's the next step that we need to make, because we do, like, Wes and I have been getting really good feedback from a lot of people with these transparency podcasts. It's the promotion aspect that we just need to showcase it to other audiences or other eyes for us to gain more of that.
What's interesting is that as soon as we hop in a game after Transparency Thursday, people leave.
People leave.
Like they're literally only here for the podcast.
For the
part.
podcast. But there are days where we're streaming gaming and we get a good audience, but the podcast they enjoy the most. Like, we had a good amount last time where it was like flooded, and then as soon as we're like, thank you guys, it was a great podcast, we're gonna jump in to play Valorant, and then as soon as we click Valorant, bro, everyone just dropped.
Well, you got to learn to separate things. Like, you
Yeah.
can't like be, everything all in one. It doesn't work like that, because certain
True.
people engage with certain things,
Yeah.
So like, that's when you create the separate streams and everything, multiple channels, all that stuff, just so that it helps people navigate it. Is the problem, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Some people want to come here because they want to relax, they want the insight, they want a sexy voice on the other end that's filling them with random
Real
knowledge.
sexy, baby.
Absolutely, there you go. Yeah. And that's the best thing about podcasts, is because you'll like learn something new every time. Like,
That's
you'll
true.
just be sitting there and you'll just be like, wow, look at that. And when you're gaming, you're just kind of like, oh man, I hope he does good. It's
Yeah.
my favorite
Or
streamer.
I hope he
So,
has a
like,
character. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Oh, look at that skin. I was thinking about buying it. I'm glad he wasted the money on it, so
Yeah.
I didn't.
You
Yeah,
look
exactly.
shitty in real life.
You're right.
Oh, what a
But
waste
I
of
didn't
money.
spend my money.
I'm glad he wasted his own money that I donated to him, but it's not my money anymore because it's his. But it's
Right.
not a waste of my money. But yeah, man, dude, I appreciate you, Ed. You had really good insight. Your thoughts were definitely,
That's what happens when you get old, man.
yeah, we get wiser, right?
Yeah.
The beard
Get
just
the
gets
gray
longer.
hairs coming in.
The
gray
beard just
hairs,
gets longer. Yeah.
Oh, I just cut it. You should see when it's wild.
Gandalf.
Oh my gosh, it
Yeah.
was long,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, my
was long.
Filipino-ness is never gonna reach what you guys have. Maybe like a chia pet where it just like grows randomly out in places.
And
yeah.
honestly, maybe
Yeah.
your success in Twitch is a lady boy.
Yeah.
If you got that, if you have that cleanliness, you know what I mean? I could see you in a hot tub. We'll get you some bolt-ons real quick. And we'll
I
call
mean,
it a
I have
day.
been told. I have been told to
It's
sell my
a
feet
bolt-ons
pics.
and a wig.
Yeah.
Bolt-on and a wig, bro.
My God, I have been told to sell my feet pics and it'll be successful. But that's
We've been telling
Bro.
Poggy to put a wig on for a while
Dude,
now.
Poggy's
Poggy
pretty,
is
man.
Poggy, bro. Like, he would be pretty. I think he would be pretty, not just Poggy.
I mean, he's I'm not gonna say anything, but
You got that skin, you got that nice Ariana Grande skin color, See
Gosh
it working.
dang. Oh my gosh. Jesus. My chat is like feet finder. Oh my God.
No.
Get
Helping
you
me.
on the
Heck
only
yeah, dude.
hams,
Only
only
hands.
ham.
Yeah.
Only feet.
No, but like I said, yeah, thanks for having me. It was
Of course,
great.
man. It was a lot of
yeah,
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will clip a bunch of these because the conversations were great. Will I share it soon? That we'll find out on the
No.
next
Hey,
episode
hey,
of Dragon
I've
Ball
been-
Z.
I've been telling
Yeah.
Wes for like a year and a half, almost 2 years. Hey, Wes, I got some clips. You want to help me with this? And I still never sold him any clips.
Honestly, I think that's what we're missing. I mean, for any of us who wants to gain that success, we're not promoting ourselves well enough. It's funny because recently I've actually been helping other platforms and other groups be successful in their social media platforms. And I helped someone reach from 2,000 followers. They're now over 40,000 followers in their own social media platform. And then people are like, dude, if you're doing this and you're helping other people, then how come you're not doing it with yourself? And I was like, because exactly
we're
that.
We're
Cause
gonna
you're
go back to the
scared.
imposter syndrome
Yeah,
subject,
no,
dude.
but I was like, but
You're
bro,
emptying
because
out
I'm
your
too,
cup.
no, it's like because I'm too busy. Yeah, I'm too busy making someone else successful, so I don't have the time to make myself successful.
There's
Know when to
no
quit,
way.
dude. That's
Yeah.
what I told you. That's the smartest thing you could ever
Yeah.
imply in your life.
Yeah,
You know?
that's why now I'm selfishly like putting more time investing myself in this, and investing myself with the right people like you guys. I consider this as the right group because my time is invested wisely in a place where I know I'm passionate about. So appreciate you guys being involved in that, be a part of that, because one day when this does become successful, and I highly believe it will be, I will remember and I will tell people these were my day ones. Like, these were the people that joined. Ed was here to talk about the streaming community, and look at where we are now in the streaming community. Like those are the things I want to talk about later down the road in Transparency Thursdays. And
Yeah, I
then,
hope you do it, dude. That'd make me proud,
Ah,
Like, I love seeing my friends become successful,
Yeah. Well, and we all
Yeah.
will be a part of that because
Yeah.
any of that, any of your guys' involvement is to me is collaboration in itself, and we all deserve all of that success. Especially,
Oh no, my toxic trait is destroying anything that's good for me. So
But that's
I probably
great,
won't
that's
be, I
great.
won't be a part of it.
I'm a rage
I'll be-
quitter.
That what makes you so
I'm a rage
that makes you
quitter,
so
so
hot.
we got
We'll kick in, dude. I'll get out, dude.
we got like great toxic traits together. I'm a rage
Yeah.
quitter, so who knows? I might rage quit Transparency Thursdays. I'm just kidding. no, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I
it
already
will-
bought the domain. And,
Oh,
like,
yeah, the
trademarked
rights,
LLC and
trademark,
stuff.
everything.
Yeah.
Damn.
So like, I'm waiting for it to get successful.
We can't copyright or trademark Jeremiah eating on stream though. That's a whole thing. It's already paid.
Yeah. And the white
Instead of-
beater, that's
Instead
mandatory.
of
the white
like-
beater.
poggers, it's gonna be Jeremiah munching.
Yeah, it's instead of poggers, yeah.
Hey,
Pogs.
munching.
Yeah. One day in my community, like in my chat, it's just gonna be spam of Jeremiah's GIF, like eating a sandwich. That's it.
do you remember that? Dude? I was just munching on a sandwich. You had like 3 sandwiches on the side. I was like munching on
Just-
them, dude.
I love the joy that he has when. That's what I like about you, Jeremiah. When you get excited about something, your voice and your face just lights up, bro. It's just so funny.
Especially when I see Ed, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, beard out. Hey,
up,
rub
That's my
each other's
boo.
beard, like.
That's my-
This got weird. This got real. And then meanwhile, me and Vince are like
You-
the
you may
Filipino
cur-
in us, like.
You want me to curl the chest hair too?
Oh my
Nah,
gosh.
I don't have
Yeah.
anything, right? It's like a little bit, but not much.
I got
Hey,
like
you'll get there,
All my
baby.
hair is up here.
I got like random
have a
nipple
lot.
hairs, like just a bunch, like random.
Around it?
Yeah,
Around the
just-
pepperonis?
yeah,
I
just
have
around
a
the-
lot of this.
Can you grow that sick Asian mustache right here, just on
Dude,
the side?
I can actually. This grows.
Hell yeah!
This
Mine's
grows right
almost
here,
there, but
and then I could do it like, yeah, man.
Get a Fu Manchu, dude. Hell
Yeah, bro. The Zhang Dynasty, bro. That's my hair. Like,
hey, the Japanese is the only why I have a mustache like this.
yeah, I grew it once, and I almost got jumped for it, so I never wanted to grow it again.
Maybe the next one I come on, we'll do like the greatest foods and why.
Hell
like,
yeah.
We'll dedicate the episode to Jeremiah. You know what I mean?
I'm down. I'm actually down to talk
Bro, you
about
could
food.
literally
man.
ask me to eat
Yeah.
I eat so much different food. You could probably ask me.
It's
Yeah,
true.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
we
Like a
do-
true.
tier rating, so it's like,
Yeah,
oh
we
yeah,
we do
sandwich,
need.
that's
Yeah, let's
S
do that.
tier.
Where we have
Burrito, yeah, that's
the
A
tier chart. Yeah, let's do the tier chart.
Yeah.
We'll do that on
You
the
got to
next
put a
podcast.
whiteboard behind you, and you got to write it down. You know.
All right,
Use
we'll
that just name foods for me. And I'll tell
we'll,
you.
we'll save that topic when Ed can join us again. So that way we have that topic with Ed joining us.
Love
Yeah, I
me
won't
some
be.
food.
I won't be in the next one because I'll be on vacation.
Bro, that's what you said last time. You're gonna join us even when you're on vacation, bro.
Heck no, dude.
I just
It's 4th
believe
of
that you're
July
always gonna-
anyways on. Isn't that Thursday, 4th of July, anyways?
Oh, is
Yeah, it
Fourth-
is.
Damn, Thursday, 4th of July is on a Thursday.
Yeah,
this year?
July
Thursday,
is
4th of
next
July.
Thursday.
Well, good thing I'm not American, so I'm having Transparency Thursday happening still, bro. I'm just kidding. I'm
Wow.
kidding.
Deport him. Deport him.
Luckily, I'm already there, bro. You can't
Yeah,
deport
yeah.
me if I'm already there. I'm already in the deported space. I'm just kidding. You can't.
Sai is like, I'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Vincent.
Vincent, I'm right next door, bro. I'm right actually outside.
You're about to learn what swatting is right now.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Your first successful stream. I got swatted.
I got swatted
I
and
got
got sent back
swatted.
home.
Oh.
Imagine they just come in real quick. All right, Cyrus, we're taking you right now.
It's past your
I'm
curfew.
on stream though.
That's the whole point. We heard you on stream.
So the FBI agent just will listen to everything we're saying.
Oh man. But 'twas fun, man. It was a good stream.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you
Yeah,
guys.
of
I
course.
appreciate it.
know.
I know it's late
freaking-
there. What time is it there? 11 or 12? Is it midnight already? In Arizona.
Oh,
We
it's
share the same
same
time zone.
Oh, same
yeah,
time.
It's,
I-
it's only 10. It's only 10.
I keep thinking Arizona is an
Hey, you
hour
work
away
tomorrow?
from us. Or like
No,
hour
I
time.
go, I go to
It
I go
is.
to sleep at 2 or 3. Like I'm the late night owl, dude. Don't even stress about me.
Wow.
It's
That's what's-
it's an hour difference if
You
it's
see
not
those
daylight
arms,
savings.
bro? You see
You're
those
right.
arms? You see those arms?
I got nothing. I lost it.
I got a lot of fat right here.
Are you guys down for like
do I-
one game of something? There's 5 of us here right now.
No, I quit gaming. You know. for
Yeah,
mental-
he quit gaming.
Hey, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna get you back on that a little.
Oh, Goofy.
No, I've been playing competitive Pokemon, like trading card game.
Ooh,
I'm
oh,
almost
trading card game.
masters. Yeah, I'm almost
Sheesh.
masters.
I'll
so-
play you in Yu-Gi-Oh though.
No, I
Hey, bro, why didn't you
Yeah,
join
yeah,
us? What happened here, bro? See, we need him. We need this character over here.
Yeah.
Luffy over here. Where'd you come from?
Bro,
you
you got that
muted, you
Luffy
muted.
hat, dude.
Goof,
Yeah.
you're muted, Goof. I guess I hit a button.
Dude, why is he
What
looking like a little
happened?
white girl right now, dude?
He looks like Luffy, bro.
He looks like a little white girl right now.
Bro,
Oh,
you
no,
look like
White Claw, dude.
With the white claw, dude.
who's that celebrity that you look like right now, bro?
A pale white girl.
What, like
Not
a
Michael.
Pierce the Veil singer or something
No,
like
not
that?
Michael
Asking
Cera, bro.
Alexandria or something?
Michael Cera, bro. Michael Cera.
Michael Cera.
Oh, Goof is looking mad sexy.
He kind of
right
looked
now,
like
dude.
he's wearing a little lipstick tonight.
But
too.
you look like
What's going on?
Michael. You look like Michael from OTV. Lily Pichu's boyfriend.
Michael?
Yeah, bro. Look at that. Look at that
Put the
smile.
glasses. Oh, you still don't have your glasses
have
still.
glasses.
The smile. Even his like the way he's like.
Would you lose your glasses?
Michael-
No, the
The
dogs
dogs.
broke them.
Ah, no way.
Goof, you should have actually joined the chat, bro. You were already in the stream. You should have just hopped on.
He was
No,
playing
I was a
R6.
viewer, dog. No, I
He was
wasn't.
playing
I was a-
R6.
I was a-
Oh.
I was a viewer, dog.
It's all good. It's all
I was
good.
a viewer, dog.
I was a viewer.
Hey, shout out for our viewer, #1 fan.
Lil Hammy. Is that Lil Hammy?
It's
all
you, little homie.
Screw it. We'll just do a 12-hour one. Right now, you know.
Let's
for-
do it. Let's
for
just 12-hour
Twitch. Yeah.
12-hour podcast.
Change your
Goof,
thing.
I
12-hour
think-
podcast.
12 hour. This is why stream will stay alive because of us, the podcast.
If you ever want to pull the 24-hour one, I'm your boy. I'll tell you that much.
Yo, I'm down. I've been wanting to do a 24, 72. I was actually going to do Elden Ring for 72-hour stream to beat the entire game within 72 hours.
Attempt to.
Not 100% completion, though, just like the main objectives.
That's still an attempt to.
Yeah, attempt.
Have you ever played any games like that?
Well, they
No,
it-
not. That's not
He
Ghost of
researched it, and apparently it takes 72 hours. Like,
Yeah, I literally just did a research. It said 53 hours to
so
complete
it's like
the
a
main
challenge. Like, can you actually make it within that time frame?
Yeah,
Bro,
if
I
I,
have 40-some hours. I haven't finished that game.
but that's my point. So I'm gonna try
Which
to
is-
beat you.
Which is a
barely beat,
testament
like,
of you in video games where you're not consistent in dedicating your time and actually beating them.
Day.
that game is really hard. I have
Exactly,
to
but
co-
I don't
I
even
have to
try.
stop playing for a
You
little
just
bit. 'cause
gotta
I
use
get
that
really
broken thing where you
irritated.
use that shield. You know, you just use the shield to block everything and then hit him with the
It's-
sword.
Oh.
That's how it was in Dark Souls, but Elden Ring works a little different.
Yeah,
I
dude.
don't
You
even
lose a
try.
lot of
dude.
health.
Souls games, I don't even try.
Dude, I got into Final Fantasy 14 online. Oh my god, I'm hooked. That free
Okay,
trial
so
got me
you're
hooked.
saying you have a $10 membership for Fortnite every single month, and now you have a $14 membership with Final Fantasy 14.
Well, truthfully, I'm just using the free trial right now until I turn level 70, and then after that, I have to subscribe to the $14, which I probably haven't or won't yet, because I'm not in level 70 yet. But I'm getting there.
Wait, what part of California is he in, Wes?
I'm in Colorado, bro.
Oh, you're in Colorado.
Yo, I'm being rated on Twitch.
Say,
What's
like,
up? Thank you. Whoa, hello, B
Now
Dubs.
we just
Glad
transitioned.
glad you were paying attention to your.
Yeah, you're
your
paying
chat
attention
this
this
time.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good thing I'm paying
Yeah.
attention this time for the raid. And it's funny. What's up, Oh my god, because last time this was the same raid group that raided me, and for like 10-15 minutes I was not paying attention.
Okay, so do we
Yeah,
go into
dude,
like
save it.
gang?
There
Do
it
we
is.
go into part 2 and finish the disrespect thing now that we got all these Twitch streamers?
Now that the Twitch streamers are here, we're gonna talk more about. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
After disrespect.
Hello, whoa, duh.
That's where the hype's at, you know.
Thank you guys. Thanks for showing up.
I
Right.
want to know what they think about disrespect because, like,
What do you guys think about disrespect?
I feel disrespected.
Ed feels disrespected by Dr. Disrespect.
I do. I do. I feel lied to. I feel used.
Yeah, it's
You
so
feel like his
deceiving.
name was
Used.
true?
You
Ho-
feel dirty?
Hope the
Do
stream's
you
going
feel
well,
dirty? Do you feel like a nasty girl?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel
Oop.
violated.
Nasty girl.
boys. Someone,
Hey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that, Ed. I'm sorry.
my Twitch raid right now, or the Twitch raid happening. Someone said,
Oops,
"Oops,
that's
not
a
the disrespect."
Oh.
And
Yeah,
hope the
see.
stream's going well, boys.
wanna
Whoa!
know
Thanks
what's
for the
up with it.
follow. Yeah, Omake. Oh, Vince. Yeah, thanks
That's
for the
me,
follow, bro. Yeah,
bro.
I know. I was like, thanks for the follow, bro. B Dubs raid. Stressed. Who's stressed? Flabbergasted. Trixie. Sorry, I'm just reading a bunch of the chat raid right now. Hello and thank you for joining.
You know what
Uh,
I wish they would do instead of being competitor streaming platforms? I wish they could be connected.
don't know what
Yeah.
it works
Well,
on.
but then they
Like
don't make
if
money.
you're if you're a streamer on YouTube, if you could raid someone on Twitch, but you're not primarily on
Oh.
Twitch, you can still raid another platform that's
That's
like
true.
a streamer that's only on that platform.
That's true.
Wes, that's the type of stuff that makes you money that you shouldn't talk about on stream.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks.
Shut
Well,
up.
I don't have the type
Shut
of money to
your-
buy all 3 platforms.
You don't
okay?
need to.
That would
You don't
imply
need
that
to,
I
you just
buy
need-
it from Google,
you just
and you
need-
buy it from Amazon.
you just
and then
need the
you also
network.
buy it from weird co-founders of Kick.
You can create a software that you can
Yeah, it's
sell
called
to the,
AI.
yeah, you can sell the software to the platforms, which then they'll agree to do the partnership with you, where then now you could cross rate. See?
See, I didn't say all that.
Oh.
Now you just told the whole
You're-
entire raid
Right,
group.
I just sold a software. Yeah. Wait, what happened? Why is it the end of Kick? Oh, yeah. So my title is the end of Kick
Oh,
streaming platform. Our topic for Transparency Thursday was about what is happening in the gaming and streaming community, because of all the crazy drama. For example, like with Dr. Disrespect about the allegations. Just like Kick streamers and clout chasers, like the stream community that we're seeing in Kick, how a lot of them are becoming popular or famous just due to like clout chasing, literally just living off of their chats, like commentaries and what they should do. So we got really deep into that conversation, but we ended it really nicely with just like positivity. Like, what are like the fun
Really?
parts? Like, what's most fun about gaming or streaming? And do you think that this is a platform that we can continue feeling this way still?
I
And
have one final question.
No,
Yeah.
we're bringing the negativity back. Let's
oh
do it.
man,
let's
bring it-
go.
They want
I
to.
have one final question.
Hey,
do you
any
think
raid
that,
group? Oh, go ahead.
Do you think that Twitch is
Any raid group is still a raid group. So I appreciate you
Uh,
guys. I appreciate you, B-Dubs.
popular currently right now because of the availability that it brings to upcoming streamers, or do you think it's still proponents of the big streamers that are on the platform?
I think it's. Yo, go
it's
ahead.
Amazon, dude.
Yeah.
I think
I
Amazon's
think
a
it's the
scapegoat.
latter.
How does that answer his question? Explain
get
a
it.
little.
I mean, there's
Fair
plenty of
enough.
people that don't even know about like Amazon. They don't know about Twitch Gaming or Prime Gaming.
I think it
Miki
correlates
Yuki,
a lot
you're right.
into it because I think
I
a lot
love
of
a
people
whole group
have
of three.
Amazon indefinitely, and as a sub to like Amazon, you get free stuff on Twitch and all that stuff. So it's a better platform to be on than it is to be on, these other ones for viewing because
Interesting.
you get free loot, you get incentive to be on Twitch. These Kick platforms, what incentive do you get to be there?
They're
like
making
even
it-
YouTube.
Yeah, like Kick, for example, is making the whole like if you stream an hour's end, you actually get paid for your hours even if you don't have the following.
No, that's a streamer's point of view, but I'm talking
Yeah.
about as a viewership.
Oh,
Yeah,
viewership.
like why
Oh.
why is Twitch still relevant?
Because of
makes it relevant?
the incentives.
You're right. I think the incentives or just the popularity at first, like, because even until now with YouTube, for example, I'm a YouTube streamer. My majority of what I do is on YouTube for one particular reason, because I could actually save my content permanently there after I stream. With Twitch, there's like a temporary time frame that I could keep that within 72 hours, it's gone, right? So I have to clip stuff and actually keep it on Twitch for people to see it. But with YouTube, they can watch the entire 3, 4, 8 hours, 12 hours that I streamed just directly on YouTube already. On raw edited, like unedited and all that stuff. They could see
As
that
a video.
as
yeah.
a video. That's why I do YouTube. But you're right. Like even when I found out, like I just recently found out from the team or the group that's rating me, like B-Dubs. He's a good friend of mine. B-Dubs told me about Twitch, which I didn't know about, and here I was, a fan of a bunch of Twitch streamers. All you need is 50 subscribers or followers to start getting paid already by Twitch
Affiliate, yeah.
or affiliate, like to get the donations and all that stuff. I didn't know about that. If I did, I probably would have started on Twitch first and then build my following and then transferred them to YouTube. But since I'm already deep in YouTube, I'm constantly using it as my main, and then just hoping that as I'm multi-streaming right now on Twitch, that it'll catch attention. It'll slowly, gradually grow. If I had known more about Twitch, I think yes, I agree. I would have stayed more in Twitch and done more for a small person, a small streamer starting. But for any big content creator, influencers, or whatever, I don't think Twitch is the right place for it. I think YouTube.
I think Twitch offers the most
Yeah.
like incentive to like and the most help to like possibly get you going. But I know that their rates on the back end of things are lower than other companies now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
they
of,
made it worse too. It used to be 25, 75.
It's
now
50
it's
50.
50.
It's 50-50, right? Yeah, for Twitch. And then YouTube is 70-30. Like YouTube gets 30%. YouTubers get 70%.
Yeah.
Still pretty
yeah,
high.
and there's pros and cons to it though, because like
Yeah.
YouTube doesn't do as much promotion as Twitch does. So then that's what I'm saying. Like
That's true.
it's that whole developmental thing like behind the business, like, and it's just like anywhere you get help, like you go get a loan
You're
from
right,
somewhere, you're gonna
B-dubs.
get a higher interest rate. Like
Yeah, I'm
if
glad
it's an
I'm
unsecured
multi-streaming now
loan
too.
versus secured loan, stuff like that. And I think they're running them as these big giant businesses that they are, and I think people forget about that. You know what I mean? We're here to generate revenue. We're here to make money. And here's your platform. You do whatever you want to on it, long as it's within our guidelines. That's all they're saying. And then that's a beautiful thing in general. I think a lot of people abuse it. And they get away with a bunch of stuff that maybe they shouldn't. And I think that's like a lot of the heat that Twitch gets. But anytime you're the biggest, you're also going to hear the most negativity about something.
True.
Yeah.
I think I wanna bring this up to the chat on my Twitch, since B-dubs, if you guys are still here, which I want to ask a question. I know we ended our official like podcast about half an hour ago, but this is a good question I want to ask while B-dubs and his group are here. What do you guys dislike the most? We talked about what we liked about streaming, what's fun. What do you guys dislike the most about the streaming community or gaming, aside from like the drama or whatever? What's something that you guys think is something negative that you maybe don't want to involve yourself in, or just don't like to watch?
The
Hot tubs.
trolls.
Streaming, the streaming.
Hot tubs, yes.
Oh,
Hot tubs.
B-dubs
But
is
also-
asking. Sorry to
Also
interrupt
the
you guys.
freaking trolls.
On chat, they were asking about streaming or the streaming community. Both in general, like streaming and the streaming community. What's something that maybe you guys dislike? But our group said here like the hot tub streams.
Hot tub
tub
streams.
stream.
Viewing
streams.
hot tub stream. As a streamer, the trolls in the chat.
As a streamer, the trolls in the chat as you're streaming the hot tub stream. But for a viewer, it's literally watching the hot tub stream.
Look
Yeah.
at Goofy, bro.
Oh, but that's why you have Goof and Jeremiah and the hot tub. Then it'll be more fun. I would watch.
Well,
Goof.
I'm gonna raise that water up really high.
I
dog. What
would,
you
I
talking
would,
about?
I would definitely.
If I have to sacrifice them to not have everybody do it, 100% I would. Like, I would, like, as much as I would enjoy that, like, take it away from me, please.
Yeah,
I'll be in a hot tub with you though.
hot tub. I think that's a specific niche. Like it's a very general space, right? Like obviously, we're not gonna like every streaming thing that's being put out there.
It's basically just another version of Only Hands. Hams.
Okay.
Hams.
Like just a more like censored version.
It's a censored version of Only Hams.
Oh,
Or a censored version of Cam Girls.
here's a comment from B-dubs.
Soda.
So B-dubs said, as an LGBTQ streamer, I get a lot of I get a lot of homophobic people, but thankfully they haven't really been a problem. But I have a friend who stream snipes. Who has stream snipers. So that's something that like B-dubs experiences that he wishes that would be a little bit out of it. And it got to the point that it got so bad. And it got so bad to a point, and then I think he's adding more.
Well, it's like Jinxie.
Yeah, where he wasn't enjoying streaming anymore. Oh yeah, honestly, yeah, it's
Jinxie
kind of
would play Fortnite and he would just get stream sniped in the whole entire lobby.
because
would
every
find
stream,
him
yeah,
literally mug him.
and it's not fun. Yeah, and then he's like, because every stream they just target him, so he can't even have fun in the game. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I guess that like the poor sports, like the people that really just want to troll to ruin your attitude, your energy. And it's all because he was calling out people. Oh, because he as a streamer or his friend that was a streamer called out people for being homophobic in the chat. So then the chat retaliated and it was like, well, if you're calling us out as being homophobic, then we're gonna ruin your gaming. Honestly, yeah, that's such a killjoy, man. And it
But there's ways around that. Like, and you know what I mean? And you just have to learn how to like navigate that because that's inevitably going to happen. But
yeah, you're
like
gonna have
even
haters and yeah,
like Tarkov was the worst, and now like when people load up Tarkov and stuff like that, like they'll put a blank screen basically, or like
yeah,
they won't show their loading screen so that they can try to divert that as much as possible.
Yeah.
So you don't know when they're clicking connect.
yeah,
And that's just in a world of online gaming, that is
Yeah.
just the risk you take. Like, and you can't let that like tear you down.
yeah.
Because that's just it's inevitably going to happen. You can go outside and that happens.
It's a great yeah. I definitely agree in your perspective where it's like yeah, there's some things that can be controlled, but I think with this too, like I think I totally get where B Dubs is coming from. It's like right, it's inevitable, but as far as things that are annoying that you just have to deal with as a streamer, that's definitely one of them. Which is true. Like you have to deal with it knowing that like you're putting yourself in this kind of industry or this space. It's the same thing for actors. Like celebrities have haters and lovers. There's a lot of people that will hate or constantly like even go on your Instagram and just spam you all the hate, right? Or YouTubers back in the day, we used to say like OG YouTubers back in 2006 to 2010, when they got really big and they started making money off of YouTube, we always used to say, you know, our haters are our biggest fans because they're the reasons that why we're making most money is because the haters commenting on our YouTube. The more people comment and hate on us, the more views we're getting and more revenue we're getting in return, right? But it is true, like it's tough, it's inevitable. But I learned this from my experience of like getting into the streaming platform, where I was having that. I was sharing with you guys briefly earlier, where I was having that like I think like toxic exchange of like sharing how I got into streaming, and my streaming platform was literally just for fun, and I wanted it to be like so that people can laugh and we could just enjoy our time even when I'm gaming and I'm not taking it competitively. But other people in my group are different. Like they were seeing it as a competitive space where they want to really be good at it so that they could be acknowledged in that space. And that's their way of having fun. And I saw it as a more of an attack to me. And I looked at it as like, well, no, like, why are you trying to dictate or control my streaming platform when I'm here to have fun? But it was also my duty as the main streamer in my own platform to be able to defend my friends when they were being targeted by people that were not in my circle. Because that's what was happening. I was playing Valorant. Long story short, I was playing Valorant and I was laughing at my friend for constantly dying and shooting in the wrong places. But it wasn't because that person sucked. It was because I thought it was funny that we both were horrible at Valorant and we had horrible aim, but he was still surviving every single match. He was literally the last person left and he was surviving. And I thought that was hilarious as hell. I thought that was content because he was surviving even though it was horrible. No one could catch him. But he took offense to it and said, why are you making fun of me on your stream? Like, why are you just constantly laughing at me? And that was a space where I should have controlled it, where I should have been like, you know what, you're right. I didn't see that as an insult and I thought I was just having fun with you. But rather than that, I took it the wrong way. And I was like, don't tell me what I should do with my stream because I'm just here to have fun. And if you're finding offense to it, then leave. Right? So that space, the inevitable part where it's annoying, there are instances like fans, audience, parasocials, whatever it may be, haters, they're going to be there. But I think when we do have the control of it, I think that's the part where we should make a difference or make a change out of that.
Yeah, I mean, you're setting a boundary, and I mean, you have to kind of like respect it. And I see the side from both things because, yeah, it is funny. At the same time, it can become detrimenting, especially if you get a bunch of hazing that's going on in regards to it. And it's not beneficial to do that. But I mean, I think I think that's also the risk you take when you publicly put yourself out there. You know what I mean? Because people are very brave behind a keyboard.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
But it's kind of like if I started streaming, there would be a lot of people that could probably talk smack to me. Now, if they showed up in real life, it would not be the same story.
What's up,
You know
brother?
what I mean?
Oh, sorry.
I disagree because there was a time where when I was doing YouTube and Wes was always flaming me, and I took that energy and made a whiff video where every time I was doing bad, it made the video. There was not one single good shot or take.
That's hilarious.
in
So
that
it's content.
video.
It was
I think
Yeah.
it is content, but it's the way that you mold into it. How do you look at it
Yes.
in like a positive light, right?
Yeah.
Not everything is like so emotional and
It's a
so like
mindset.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wes,
it's
don't get mad
it's
when I take your ace.
yeah. There has to be a balance in that. But I agree in both aspects, in both perspective, both sides. Like there has to be that balance. But I
I
do.
think people are overly sensitive though,
Yeah.
in a lot of things. Like I think you need to
2024.
people don't understand what they're getting themselves into, and if you're going to put yourself on a public platform for any single person in the world to look at you,
You better expect that there's going to be some.
absolutely
Historically
Yeah.
too, they're
you
gonna
have
look
to,
at
yeah,
everything.
you have to mentally prepare for it
Yeah.
because it's like cool. Like you want to sit there and talk smack to me? Okay, hit the follow button.
Yeah.
Hit the sub button.
Yeah.
Give me your Twitch Prime, and you could talk all the shit you want to me, and
Yeah.
I'll laugh my way to the fucking bank.
Yeah. Like
You know what I mean? Like you gotta turn that you can't be drowned out by the negativity. You gotta because at the end of the day, like they're having fun doing that. Let them have fun doing that.
Yeah.
And if it becomes like too detrimenting, obviously ban them.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where like some people like they don't really care about hazing. Some people get really offended by it.
Yeah.
And
I think
put that hard skin on.
Yeah, like the chat said,
Hard.
being a streamer makes you a public figure, and that brings a responsibility along with it. And yes, in that aspect, I think again, I agree on both sides. Like, learn to have tougher skin, right? Like because that's what media is. Media is literally putting yourself out there, and you could either be liked or not liked. That happens. That's what the industry is. If you can't have that, I think there's still a responsibility for us to take care of each other. Like us, like for example, us six here and on Discord right now, we're in camera. Imagine someone on stream is just constantly butchering Wes for his forehead. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna laugh along? Are we gonna laugh along?
Laugh with them.
Like, but to what
That's me.
extent? But to what extent? I hate you guys. You're not supposed to bully him, but
Why not?
But to what extent-
We've all made fun of his
Maybe
forehead.
if we bully him enough, his hair will grow back.
but to what extent is that viable, right? Look, you even got Goof out. He's like, nope, I'm out. He's
He's back. He's back.
Goof was like,
Unlike
no, I'm
Wes's
not.
hairline.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, the wife got up. So.
Oh, okay. Like, but to what extent is it like enough, right? Like those things,
It's
like
a boundary that you set, though.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
And that's what I mean. You can let someone know, hey, that's not cool. Don't do that again.
Like if they start saying like I can read your IP address on your forehead.
Yeah.
I know where your mom lives on your forehead.
yeah. See, I
Like
agree.
it starts to get a little weird and personal. That's when it's like, okay, that's like,
Yeah.
you're not my boy.
Yeah, see, like for us, we can banter. These are like great. It's viable. It's okay. We can. This so because Chad also said the same. Like it's great. Yeah, it's good to have tough skin for random idiots in the chat because there are going to be those people that are literally just here to troll. Like Goof, like he's getting murdered by his wife, but it's totally okay. Let him get murdered, right? Like
Let him get murdered.
he probably did something wrong. It's his fault, not his wife's. But
He breathed.
She was strangling me.
yeah, but Chad also said, but yes, it's important to be respectful and accommodating for friends and people playing with you. So let's say we're all streaming, we're all playing a game, and then for some reason Wes is just getting picked on by someone random. I think it's up to us, our responsibility to call out that that person on chat. This happened recently, actually, to a streamer that I follow, like Foozly. Leslie was streaming. I think she was gaming. What was she playing recently? I think she was playing Elden Ring, or she played some other game that was very tactical. And then her stream was just constantly like commenting on what she should do. And then so finally she stood up and she was like, you know what? I get it, guys. Like, I know what I'm supposed to do, but this is my game. I'm supposed to just have fun and do what I want. Like, so stop like criticizing me for what I'm not good at because I'm literally playing the game to have fun. Like,
That's where you go in that weird thing though, because you got to
Yeah.
remember people that are paying for your subs and your thing, they're technically your boss.
It's like the tough part. It's like,
Yeah,
where's the
like-
fine line? But to me, like, I think I'm gonna fight for
think
my like
Even with the stream sniping thing, it's like you're only getting stream sniped
because they like
because
they-
you're so popular.
Because they
that
envy you in some
want to
way.
stream snipe you.
yeah, they envy you in some way because that's
You're not gonna be at stream snipe because you have one viewer. Like that one viewer is not gonna take the time of day to stream snipe you.
I'll start
Yeah.
playing hide and seek if I'm getting stream sniped. You know what I mean? Like, come find me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
I think even for me though, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm a sensitive person too. Like I have to a point where that's why sometimes where I'll tell Wes, hey man, I said I was gonna stream today, but I actually don't have the social bandwidth to do this right now. So I think I'll just see you guys later. I'm protecting myself too, because sometimes I don't like what I see on my chat. Like they'll say something and I'm like, I don't even want to interact to that. But it's still mentally exhausting the fact that I already saw it, right? That's the part where you can't avoid, and it's gonna happen where you're gonna find a lot of people that are just gonna fuel your anger and they're gonna try their best to trigger you. And as much as you want to ignore it, you can't really ignore it, and it'll get to you sooner or later. And that's the space where like it makes sense for us to be protecting each other and like
That's
find
why you got to become like Eminem and just insult yourself right off the whip.
yeah.
Is it, like,
That's
you know,
how
just
I am, dude. Freaking,
yeah,
I'm
like
fat.
if
I
Wes,
know
if,
that.
if Wes,
I'm fat.
if Wes just opened up with look at this forehead every
Yeah.
time, then we'd be like, okay, cool, we can't make fun of
I'm
him
gonna open
anymore.
up like it's your boy Fat Man over
Yeah.
here, big
Yeah.
boobs and everything.
And
Yeah.
and
It kind of got to that point because I was like, you know what, Wes? And I'm like, what? My forehead?
yeah, that's why he stopped streaming, guys. That's all your guys' fault. He stopped streaming
I
because he
already-
doesn't want to be
Bro, I can already see the shininess on that.
Yeah, but
forehead,
but
thing.
Twitch was gonna ban him anyways for the reflection that comes off of it. Like, you know,
But my chat,
Yo.
I like what my chat said. Well, one, Mikiyuki said it's giving backsitting. Well, yeah, it's literally yeah, like those like what
Seating, yeah.
yeah, like those trolls on chat, right? I like what B-Dub said because I think this is where I side with him, where I definitely will choose my morals over anything. He's like, nah, F that. Like, they can keep their money if they're going to disrespect me. I don't need someone like donating to me just to disrespect me and then for me to accept that. I don't need it. It's like if you build your audience full of toxic people just because they send money your way, then you're going to have a shitty time as a streamer. And then no asshole.
Well, I mean, there could be donations.
that's not
bits,
true at all,
Stuff like
though.
that. They can say whatever they want just because they donated to you. You have no say in that.
I
And
think
then- well-
you'll make, because here's the thing: those toxic people, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, you're not going to change their mind whether you think you can or you're not with your boundaries. They're just going to be toxic indefinitely.
Yeah, they're
Now,
just
what
gonna
you
find
can
ways.
do, yeah, what you can do is continue to take their money, let them be toxic, and then be the example for the people that notice it and that do respect your boundaries.
ban them and yeah.
Yeah, but you're setting that example. Like, and that's,
Mm.
I think that's your responsibility on a streaming platform, is setting that example. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying you have to feed into it. Don't engage with it and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And if it becomes like really detrimenting, obviously, yeah, remove it. You have that option.
Mhm.
But it's one of those things that you need to learn to utilize the platform that you're on.
Yeah.
And if you become the positive light, whether you're taking the money from the toxic people or not, use that money towards good things. Use that money towards promoting people not liking that.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen streams turn against toxic people before. I've seen
Yeah.
followers before be like, yo, this guy isn't like, no, this guy needs to go. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And then I've seen people that, like big streamers, they'll go through their ban reports later, and that person will message them and be like, hey, I was just messing around. Can you let me back in? And blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then they go through their whole log and everything, you know? So you will hurt
Ludwig
them
does that.
more. Yeah, you'll hurt them more by being the positive person you should be in
Yeah.
the first place
Yeah.
than you will by like, oh no, this like hurt my feelings. Like, you have to be strong. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, really, like, strong
That's
people are who
why they're
survive.
doing it. They're trying to get something out of you.
Exactly.
And chat was explaining that like they're mainly against the point of just like allowing them to succumb to accepting that they are my boss because they're giving me the money. They actually said, yeah, like they can talk their ish and take their and I'll take their money, but I'm never gonna cater to them and take them as my boss just because I'm making money off of them. Meaning they could still
That's
technically
an entitlement issue
Yeah.
though too, because if you go work a 9-to-5 job and your boss is demeaning to you, but you need to pay your bills, trust me, you're taking the money. Like, you
Yeah.
have to have like you got to get rid of that false sense of reality.
yeah.
That's just what you're trying to do. And
Yeah.
like, not everybody needs the money, and they do it as a part-time stream or whatever, and that's fine. You can do that too.
Yeah.
Like, you're your own person. You could do whatever you want to. It's your stream, it's your platform.
Yeah.
But that's why Twitch also gives you the tools to utilize that.
Yeah.
You can ban someone from it.
Yeah.
You can set timers on your stream. You can do that. Now, if you're not doing those things, right?
Yeah.
You're enabling yourself.
You're
for
enabling,
failure.
yeah, you're enabling yourself to that space. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is great. It's great because it was just like literally the one question I had was, what is something that you dislike in the streaming community or gaming? And that in itself is the trolls, essentially the trolls. And we can all agree to it, but we could also agree to disagree to it. We all have different inputs. And that's why I love these engaging conversations, because everyone has their different perspective on it, and vice versa. because I agree on both ends, but I also like have my own thoughts on it. Where it's like, yeah, you're right. Like, because I've worked in the entertainment industry my entire life. I was a professional dancer before I got into film production, so I literally was pretty much your show monkey. I was dancing for you on stage to perform for hundreds, thousands of people.
You might want to rephrase that.
Yeah, it just sounds like
Sorry.
you know,
It's
I'd pay you
2024,
to
you might
dance
not
on
wa-
my
y-
stage. What's
Oh,
up?
You
oh
might
my
not wanna
gosh,
say that.
that's not what I meant. That's what I not. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant, guys. Oh my god, I literally just thought of like the circus. Oh my god, I'm just not even gonna say. But you know what I mean. I'm so
You trying to
sorry.
call
That's-
yourself Curious George or what?
No, I'm
Like,
talking. But I'm
No,
literally.
but I mean, even as a
You know what-
consumer, though, like I
you
see
know what
these
I
girls
mean.
that sit there and lick ears on the microphones,
Yeah.
and I want to go in there and tell them to get a life. Like, I mean, because that's my opinion.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm not that type of person like to go
Yeah.
in there and like demoralize someone because of like how I view something.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a different thing. Like people are gonna have preferences. Like, and
Yeah.
you just have to like learn to accept that. I'm just not the person that needs to go and publicly put it out there. If you want me to, I have zero problems doing it.
Yeah.
But like I hate that Twitch allows that. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But then they'll sit there and they will allow people that banter or get really racist and
Yeah.
and you know really prejudiced towards people of you know whatever cultural or ethnicity or like whatever, you know, and Twitch lets that stuff slide and doesn't permaban those people, but then yet you have a girl sitting there that's half naked licking ears on a microphone.
Yeah.
But you can't say simp.
You get banned for that? I'm just,
Yes, you can if someone reports you.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
you can.
Report him
though-
right now, chat.
But yeah,
Just kidding.
these are very like it's great engaging conversations, controversial because everyone has their own opinions and thoughts. I mean, that's what Transparency Thursday is for.
Yeah.
But not again here with the chat. We're not here to offend anyone or be against anyone. We're just sharing our thoughts or opinions freely because that's what this conversation is about. And that's the reason why Kick is ending their platform because of me and because of us. I'm just totally kidding. It's totally not doable.
Imagine that's the reason why.
But yeah, I mean, I agree, and I agree to disagree with a lot of the conversations because yeah, you can manage. There are ways to control and use your media for that outlet. But there are things where I feel like it's hard to control, which is the trolls. You can only do so much to also get rid of them. But it's how you're gonna navigate through that. How you pick yourself back up and bounce back from like the negativity or like, you know, and whether that be like a mental break or a break from the platform itself, you know, stop gaming for a little bit or just offline game offline without any streaming where you don't have an audience. Because I do that.
Yeah, you can also transition to a different platform like YouTube and
Yeah.
just make videos and upload those so you
with
don't
no
have
with no commentaries. Yeah.
right. Or
Exactly.
you don't have any of the other people like chiming in on their thing. You're just doing what you want to do. And
Yeah.
so that's what I mean. Like you should never put your place. This is, I think, the big thing to take away from it. Don't put yourself in a place where you're uncomfortable if you're not ready for that change.
Mm,
You know, because
Yeah.
when we're talking about all the different platforms earlier, there are different platforms that might work for you. And that's what I told you. The most important thing is to know when to quit.
yeah.
Because if you spend too much time and effort in a negative place, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be surrounded by the negativity.
Yeah.
But if you do something that works for you, then you start gaining success from it and then maybe transition to it later again.
Yeah.
You know, that's the smart thing to do for you, your mental health, you know,
Yeah.
what you're trying to achieve. But, you know, like people try to hit the ground running and they want a lot from nothing.
Yeah.
But it's like every streamer, I guarantee you can
Will struggle.
interview any streamer that's ever existed. They've all had the same struggle.
They've had
And that's-
haters. Yeah.
Yeah,
Trolls,
and you'll do
yeah.
that at work. You'll go get a job
Yeah,
at work,
yeah,
and there's going to
yeah.
be a person that demoralizes you, talks down to you, talks shit about
Yeah.
you, everything. Like no matter
Yeah.
where you go, it will indefinitely happen.
Yeah, it just the difference between this is that people are braver to do it online because they can hide behind the keyboard and
Yeah.
share that and then attack you in that way, right? Versus like at work, you may not hear it like in front of your face, but it's definitely happening behind your back. There are
Yeah, and it
still
hurts.
yeah,
It hurts the same too when
Yeah.
you find out, like, because you're
all
like,
bad.
yo, that was my
Yeah.
friend,
Yeah.
you know?
not everybody likes you at work. That's the truth in it. Like not everybody is like enjoying that.
That's why I said, like, I wish, if anything, Twitch could do one thing. You have to sign up with your actual legal driver's license. like, and be accountable, because I think
Yeah.
that's where society is falling. That's where these streaming platforms fail. That's where everything, accountability is everything.
Yeah, even for
Because
streamers in general, like not just the
yeah,
viewers, like accountability for streamers, like for like again, the conversation we were having about Kick is that there are these cloud chasers that are becoming famous, almost killing people, and then they're making money off of almost killing people because there's no accountability, right?
yep.
Like, and that this is a space where I think like yeah, like I enjoy the one take that I got out of this that we all can agree on that I heard from everybody, despite the different opinions or thoughts on it, is that turning these negative spaces into something positive and finding those ways. Thanks, Beat Up. Thanks, everyone, for everyone in the chat that joined. Kay, I gotta go have a good rest of the stream. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you for joining. But yeah, the good take out of this that I think we can all agree on, that we all heard from each other despite the different opinions or belief, is that turning these negative spaces into something positive. You have a troll. How do you make that into something that's more, you know, intuitive or cohesive to your streaming platform? What are these trolls going to benefit? How are these trolls going to benefit you, or how are they going to destroy you? The one thing that I love that Goofy had shared, Goof mentioned that like, yeah, bro, like I was sucking so much in these games that I was playing with Wes that instead of like rage quitting, I turned it into content. I literally recorded a bunch of like my horrible gaming and made a montage out of it and made fun of Wes along the way with it. You know, like
I flipped a switch.
yeah,
Yeah, and it's a
that's
real
really
life
cool. I like
scenario.
that.
It's a real life scenario.
Mhm.
Like my daughter got bullied at school one
Yeah.
time. And you know, like my response to her when it was like, "Hey, are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm okay. It just really sucked." And I
Yeah.
said, "Well, you got to remember, not everybody has the privileged life that you do.
Yeah.
Not everybody goes home to a good dad or a
Mm.
good mom. Not everybody does this. So sometimes some of the bantering comes from people that are suffering themselves,
Yeah.
and they're trying to like decompress onto you. So
That's
sometimes
true.
you
It's
could
just
be
a
doing
reflection.
it is. And you know, watching her do that and see like it's also one of the other side of the coin was they were underestimated. Like my daughter trains in jujitsu. Like at any given time, if she was mad, she could have just dropped down and broke that kid's arm.
Yeah.
But she controlled herself, she controlled her emotions, and then when she had those decompression moments, instead of letting her affect it at school, she came home to the person that she trusts to express that properly.
That's
And I
awesome.
think that's where that community that you need is when you're streaming this platform.
Yeah.
Don't let it get to you here.
Yeah.
Don't let it get to you on here. You go home later, when you get off stream later and everything, you talk to your friend that can
Yeah.
help you, guide you through that.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you need in your life, because the truth is that person that's typing on the other end of that thing, you do not know their struggles, just like they do not you know yours.
Yeah.
They
They're just
could- they
finding
could
a
have-
place to let go to
Yeah.
express.
And honestly too, you can't tell someone that they can't do something when they've grown up in a life of not having those rules.
Yeah.
Or you know, they've grown up in a trailer park their entire life with their parents being, you know, abusive alcoholics and drug addicts and et cetera, and then that's all they know, and then they come here and they make fun of you because you've built your life better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's an envious thing. Like people are
Yeah.
indefinitely going to envious you. So it's very important to remember the childhood mentality of you really have to look at a situation for what it is, and
Yeah.
you don't know other people's struggles, and sometimes it's beneficial to just confine it in yourself to honestly be the bigger person.
Yeah.
Let them do what they want to do. And obviously in her situation, if it would have affected her with physical harm, I have the faith she would have defended herself.
Yeah.
You know, but it didn't even get that far. It was he had said something negatively towards her, and you know, her response was okay, and then she
Yeah.
decompressed to me later. You know,
Yeah.
but I guess the biggest thing is just don't hold it in. Like you
Yeah.
decompress with your inner circle.
Yeah.
You know,
There are,
know, and
yeah. There is only so much that you can take personally, and then but there's a lot that you can control
yeah,
more than what we think based off of that. Like disengaging from that personal attack. And I think that's what people need to practice more often, at least in social media, in this space, especially when you are going to be in this platform. I mean, even as simple as the moment you put yourself out on Facebook, Instagram, whatever it may be, Twitter, X, whatever, that's you publicizing yourself. You're giving the rights for people to comment or say anything or do whatever by just being out there in public, because that's what the platform is meant for for engagement. Whether that be a positive engagement or negative engagement, that's not necessarily up to you. It's up to the audience that gives you that feedback, right? But how you're going to react to that feedback is your control.
And here, and like you said, with
Yeah.
your whole idea, like we're trying to promote that positivity.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So if there's people that want to be negative within here in that
Yeah.
realm, then they're more than welcome to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, they won't last long
Yeah.
because we're trying to promote that positivity.
Yeah, they'll sooner or later they'll just kind of dissipate and be like, you know what? It's more exhausting trying to bully them because they're not falling for it anymore than actually bullying them and enjoying the fact that they're getting bullied, right? Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Like it's a saying that we used to say in the Philippines: when someone throws a rock at you, you throw a piece of bread at them. But in my opinion, I'm a very vengeful person. If someone throws a rock at you, you throw a fucking boulder. Throw it back harder too. Yeah, let them know how it feels.
Amen.
Yeah,
Let
throw
them
that
know how
90
it
pound-
feels.
Amen,
throw that
brother.
95
Let them
pound
know how it
fastball,
feels. I ain't
dude.
throwing no bread. I'm eating that bread and throwing you a boulder. I'm gonna let you know
it's
how
the
it feels, bro.
complete opposite of that Bible parable where
Yeah,
it's like
bro.
before you look at like the stick in like your neighbor's eye, how about you take the log out of your own eye? Instead, it's like, oh, they threw a stick at you. I'm gonna throw a log at you.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a spear. I'm gonna make sure it pierces through. I'm gonna
And
make sure you know.
as someone that is extremely vengeful, I will tell you that like that is a mentality that I used to have. But I also know that if you're not prepared for the repercussions of something like that, it is also a dangerous road to travel down.
Oh, I'll make sure that when that boulder is tossed, there will be no repercussions because there's no one else to give me that repercussion. I'm just kidding. No,
Yeah.
I'm really not a
that-
vengeful
that was
person.
dark.
You haven't met his cousin, you know what I
What,
mean?
you're gonna hide. You're
I'm
gonna
really
hide
not
the
a
body or
vengeful
what?
person. I'm
Yeah,
kidding,
you're gonna
guys.
trigger the butterfly effect on everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're gonna mess this guy up, and then his whole family's gonna be after you. you know?
Exactly. They're all like, oh, we
And-
don't
and
know.
some-
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, if it comes to physical harm, there's a whole different scenario that you have to take. When it comes to this verbal stuff, like,
Yeah.
you know, I grew up with the term that sticks and stones may break my bones, but words would never hurt me.
Yeah.
And now we live in a society where
Unless it's like
words hurt
witchcraft.
more than sticks and stones.
Yeah, because there's witchcraft, bro. It's real.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
We're getting cursed.
Stop.
We're
I
getting
do
cursed left
wanna-
and right. Yes, Goof.
I do want to say that I do believe in that. If you throw a stone at me, I throw a piece of bread at you.
Yeah.
I believe it 110%, dude.
Yeah, I like that.
Because
110%, huh?
I believe in world peace, and that will never happen.
Yeah, like
Un-
good.
until he turns a
Never-
six-pack into domestic violence.
Yeah, like good karma. Yeah.
I honestly do, because I had this really good friend back in like after I graduated high school. We were like really good friends, and he was doing something stupid, and I was like saying like, hey, you got to do the right thing, pretty much. Like, you have a child on the way, and you already have like charges against you that you could go to jail for, or if not prison. And I was like trying to teach him to go the right path,
Yeah.
and he punched me one time,
Wow.
and I didn't throw a boulder back. I just let him beat on me. In the
Why you
end.
gotta call me out like that, dude?
It wasn't. It wasn't.
Dang!
It wasn't you.
No wonder
And,
you were
like-
looking straight. No, just-
Yeah, and like
It's
you know,
basic.
I let him take his anger out
yeah.
on me, and I didn't do it. I didn't hold it against him or anything. But like I get that. Like when I talked to him the next day, I was like,
How did it feel, bro? Yeah.
how did it? Okay, when I talked to him the next day, he was like, bro, like I'm sorry, bro. Like he cried and everything, and I was like, nah, dude, like I got you, you know.
Yeah.
But what really pissed me off is what made me want to throw that boulder is
Yeah.
we met up again in public, and he was trying to act cool in front of his friends. And he's like, don't
Ah.
make me beat your ass up again.
Again,
bro."
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
buddy.
that's where, yeah, it's like, bro, I gave you
So-
grace, and then this is what you're gonna give back again in return. It's like
Yeah,
you threw
like,
another, yeah,
But
you
see,
threw,
Wow.
I
that's
could
where
have
he
called
knows.
the cops on you. I
Yeah.
could have done
Like,
took
you
could've
took-
called daddy.
action.
like you
Could've
took,
called Daddy would have pulled up.
Yeah.
you
Well, I
took
didn't
the
know you
boulder,
then, but
you took the
Yeah.
boulder I was gonna
We'll go
toss at you,
find
and you
him
threw it
now.
back at me. Yeah, that's literally what
yeah,
happened.
Let's
so
go right now
fuck-
in this
fuck
stream.
that
We're gonna go
guy.
find
Yeah.
him right now, dude.
And at least that, right? Like, but Goof, like, at least even for you, like for your peace of mind, you know deep down, at least even now, you look back at that, and it's like, at least I know I did the right thing.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, and
I threw that
and I'll do
bread.
it again.
Yeah, I threw that bread in hopes that he would reach for it and use something out of it, but instead he tossed it aside and grabbed the boulder I was gonna toss at him anyways, right? Like,
Go.
and it was a lesson learned. You realize, okay, now you know what kind of friends you should invest in versus the ones that you should actually throw away or put aside and let go of.
Yeah.
But you also learned that you are a more resilient, forgiving person, and you learned a lot of good traits out of that. And that's what's gonna come into play in these spaces like this, streaming, gaming, whatever it be. We are technically, anyone can argue this, but we are creatives, we're artists, we're actors, we're designers, we're gamers. We come up with all this stuff all in one space in front of a camera. And the hardest part about that is we're also our own managers until we reach a certain level of success, and then we actually get to hire a manager or whatever. But we're our own managers. We get to dictate what happens in our platform, who we associate ourselves with, who we disassociate ourselves with. There are always going to be haters just as much as people that love us. And it's how we navigate our own emotions in between those spaces. And I think that's where I was trying to get to, like in beginning of my streaming, thinking that I wasn't harming my friends. But I think the level that I needed to balance was that, yeah, I could also have defended them because there were people that was on our team in that game that was making fun of him when I could have said, bro, we're on the same team. Why are you laughing at him? So like that in itself, I think is that just that level of like, we can do something about it, which is that positive aspect of protecting that friend or whatever it may be, or not feeding into that, not feeding into negativity and just letting them like mock us or make fun of us and be like, yeah, bro, yeah, we do suck. I did just start the game. Yeah, you can make fun of me because I'm not good at it at all, and that's the truth. Right? Like my points, my stats show that. Like literally I'm dying and I got less than 1 kill.
Okay,
Or
Every
baby,
game has a
I'll still
tracker.
carry you.
Yeah.
That's the
Anyway,
one
like-
kill.
There's the R6 tracker, Valo tracker, fucking.
yeah,
Even
man.
Ed knows
You
I
can't
suck at
hide,
games, right,
yeah.
Ed?
But
Look me
if
up on
Minecraft
Color Tracker. I don't
tracker-
care.
But I guess from someone who is on a competitor side, I mean, a competitor will look at it differently. Like, no, bro, like I need to be good at this now. Like, and like some people take it like that. They take it seriously, and streaming to them is not just streaming, but it is a competitive level where it's like the NBA. Like, nah, bro, I gotta hit all my threes, or else I'm not NBA worthy.
I think you got to be at that level though, and I think
Yeah.
people like misinterpret that. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? That I think that's where people want to be, and that's the vision that they have, which is beautiful. But people like to run before they walk now,
Yeah,
and it's
That's
one of
true.
those things like know your place.
yeah.
You are not there yet to
Yeah.
be like that. That's the egotistical aspect of you. So as bad as someone else that could be bantering you, like you could be doing the same thing and you're just not realizing it.
Yeah.
You have to learn to humble yourself and be like, okay, like, yeah, if I do get to that competitive route to where it is my job, I am making money, I am going to competitions.
Then I could be upset. Yeah,
Yes, yeah, then you can be upset. You're entitled to that because that is your livelihood. But if
yeah,
you're doing it as something like you're playing a game and you're trying to do something, because I would become that toxic person too, like where I would obsess over getting a rank.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of enjoying, just spending time with Wes and
Yeah.
Jeremiah and Luffy, even though there were
You're fucking throwing my elo right
Yeah.
now, dude.
Yeah,
Come
they're
on.
just dog shit. You know what I mean? But also, we didn't have to play ranked. We could have
Fuck
played
off of
normals.
Moira.
Hey,
Could have
bro.
played normals.
We could have played normal,
Bro,
we all
I-
It's
I-
not the
Dude.
same,
Bro, I
dude.
played
It's like-
unranked.
The competitiveness.
I
is
played
different.
unranked with Wes, and bro, I told him I was gonna go eat dinner. I got so scared I never came back. Bro, I left.
Yeah, that's true. West takes quick plays and ranks so serious.
Bro, he
And
was
he's
so
OG.
I make fun of him for that.
he
too.
was so mad at me.
I-
He was
I-
like,
We
I-
expected
I-
though. Look at that forehead.
But here's the thing, though, is that I am like
Need some
learning
compensation for
to
that
like
forehead.
let you do your thing,
yeah.
let you be at the bottom.
No.
I don't care. I got you. I'll carry
But
you.
see,
That's
that's
a
the thing,
serious
yeah.
businessman forehead.
Hey,
right there,
Lucy,
you know?
that's dope. But
he
that,
gets mad at me even.
but
now,
but that's the
man.
thing is because now we understand each other's gameplay or our method of gaming. I can balance it. Damn, everybody got something. You know what?
Oh, I got something.
Shay, you want something? Oh, hold on. We showing our gems.
Oh, I can't get my gem out. Wes is about to get this though too, Wes.
I can't find it right now, but like, I had a great 10.
Pachako
10
Kakashi, we out. Let's go.
Damn fool! Hey, sell me that shit.
Hey, Pachako, let's go. Oh, I got another one.
Gyarados dog. Gyarados.
For all the weebs out there.
I
Gyarados.
respect
all the
that.
weebs.
But where the
Gyarados
shiny
is-
at?
Gyarados.
weebs.
Gyarados.
Where the shiny at?
Don't talk about the shiny. No.
Oh shit!
That
Here.
shiny costs
here's the
more than
shiny.
your mortgage.
Uh,
Shiny.
You guys
What
like my
about those-
cameras in the
what
back?
you know about those top cards, huh?
Yeesh. Oh, I got the 2000. I think it's a 1999 Charizard. I still need to get it rated, but I went to like a card convention thingy
Same.
in LA,
Shiny.
and they said it was a really high rate. I don't know what it was, but he said it was worth a few $100s.
Shiny.
This is the card
Fuck
Wes is
yeah.
happy to get from me right now. Wes is happy to get this card from me right
Damn,
now.
I got Pokemon cards. I got nothing.
Yeah,
play
that's-
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Hey, I got goldfish. I got goldfish.
Fuck yeah,
Yo,
dude!
this shit's rare. This is rare. Can't
That's
find it,
Then they got
very rare.
Pulsar-
Can't find
Pulsars.
it no more. Dude.
Can't
Oh, is
fake-
that the terabyte
Extra
of
big?
content from your ex?
bro.
Hard drive.
Damn.
what's up? Hard drive.
It's a hard drive that never got loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like the back and forths. That's what. Oh,
I got you guys. I got you guys. Freaking.
I'll show you something back and forth.
oh.
I got you.
Hey, hey, watch out! You don't want to get choked by somebody there at your home again.
I know-
Dang,
hey,
$2
I know you
bills.
a
That's
male.
crazy.
But I
Dang,
put
you broke out the lightsaber, Jeremiah?
So
Hey,
I even got
please.
the green. Green.
I think everybody should just make fun of everybody again. I think we should bring bullies.
That's
back,
what I.
actually.
Well, like actually, no. Well, the bullying, no.
I think we should
Yeah.
bring bullies
No,
back.
no.
like,
You said
hey,
bully.
honestly,
I agreed so fast.
I learned not to be a fucking loser
Yeah.
because of I got bullied when I was in school.
No, what I
was-
want to come back is like that comedic like films, like bro, like Rush Hour, like literally okay, well, maybe it wasn't appropriate, but literally 5 minutes into Rush Hour, Jackie Chan's already saying the N-word, bro. I mean, I don't think people should be saying the N-word freely, but I think there should be some sort of comedic relief like that, you know, like where you're just
yeah, of course.
comedic
Look at
comebacks.
the IG 11.
Oh, nice.
IG 11?
Nice.
Damn, bro.
2005 to 2010.
Oh,
was
damn.
like
Dang, Star Wars.
The
Prime.
best years.
Yep, prime years of
Or-
like comedy and like and just
Yeah,
humor
you
and just
could-
people's
Because
humor.
it was natural and like
Yeah.
you could make fun of those things, but like
Future Gohan.
2013.
People started getting
And then-
sensitive. Yeah.
Yes, but 2015 is when the fucking cancel culture started.
Yeah, the
like,
cancel culture.
alright.
It's when
You
Dave
can't-
Chappelle
say
left. It's what
anything.
Yeah.
like Eminem,
Yeah.
like all the stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could say like the G word, gay. I'm
Yeah.
gay, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not gay, but
Yeah.
I'm gay.
But, like, yeah, you can't-
I'm not gay,
you
but I'm
could say
gay.
the F word, FAG. You could say that and be like, "Oh, dude, fuck you," right?
Well, it's
but like, no, not anymore.
well, it's. I was gonna say actually, like the G word, for example, like sometimes I'll just be like, oh, that's gay. Like I'll just be like, gay, you know.
Yeah,
But then
you
like,
could say that about anything.
back then I could say that and everyone would think it's not offensive. But it's a 50-50 now. Like some of my friends, my friends that are part of the LGBTQ community, when I say that, they'll laugh at it because they know what I mean and I'm not being offensive.
Yeah.
But then like there's so many people that'll be like, dang, bro.
You can
like,
tell when someone says it hatefully, though.
yeah, that's true too. That's
yeah,
you
most
know,
definitely.
and so like you can't like misinterpret those things because like back when I was growing up, like the big yeah like I mean it was a while back, you know, like I said, I'm 36.
Well,
like,
Okay,
so
God.
when I was,
Okay,
when I was in
Gandalf.
high school, yeah, and you shall not pass, you know. But
The
back
land
in the
before my
day,
time.
like it was one of those things. Yeah, we would call each other gay.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, don't do that. That's gay and everything. But we also had gay friends too.
Yeah.
And if they got picked on, we would go jump the guy.
We
that
would
picked
fight.
on 'em.
Yeah, we would
Yeah,
fight
yeah,
whoever's.
But then the biggest thing growing up, and this is what I don't understand. This is where like my mind gets like flustered. Back in the day, all my gay friends that are still gay till this day, that are still my friends till this day, that I've known for 20 plus years.
I hope so,
they're-
because then they're not really gay if they're not gay anymore.
right. But they said you can't make that assumption.
Yeah,
but
you're
they
right, you're-
said they said back in the
Yeah.
day the only thing they ever wanted was to be treated equal. Well,
Mm.
the way to be treated equal is we would be like,
Normal
we started
life.
messing with them and we'd be like, hey, stop doing that. That's straight.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh, how dare you say that to me? You know what I mean? Because that was the offense to them.
Yeah,
It's-
I have
That's-
tons of gay friends too, dude, and I would say,
Boondocks is
oh,
the greatest thing I've
that's
ever
gay,
watched in my
and
life.
they were, we shut the fuck up.
So I'm sorry.
We even had one of our friends when we would say, "Oh, dude, you can't do that. That's gay." He'd be like, that's totally gay."
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I
Love
mean?
it.
Like he would give
Uh-huh.
us the reassurance. Like we weren't mislabeling anything.
Yeah,
you know
Hey,
it's
what
gay's
I
the
mean?
new straight. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't gay, you ain't straight.
I know,
I mean,
you know,
Yeah,
Honestly,
dude.
yeah.
And
Basically,
honestly,
me and my-
cancel that.
and I don't cast
Honestly,
judgment
cancel
upon
that.
anyone.
What's
Yeah.
up, brother?
Yeah, I think casting judgment on anyone is just like 100% wrong, unless like
It's wrong.
they're your friends within your inner circle, and
Yeah.
you can do that.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
someone walking down the street, like if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. But I mean, you're also not going to stop me from having my opinion.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, if girls are in Target dressing provocatively and expecting me not to stare, you know, or even
regardless of like them.
like
being
I don't know what
17
they're
or
in.
not.
Yeah, I don't know what their intent
Oh
is,
my
but like
gosh, we just spread it to like two
You
different
put-
categories.
Goop was like-
Let me go. Let me go.
we
I
were
thought-
talking about the street.
I thought Goop was about to-
talking about like victim blaming and shit.
I thought Goop was
Goofy's the
just
new
gonna say
Dr.
like that,
Disrespect.
regardless if they're
Look,
attractive or
no,
not. But
no, I don't mean it. I don't mean it that way. I
Yeah.
say that as because like okay, puberty has gone a long way, right? So there are girls dressing like with their asses hanging out, and they're fucking 13. Why are you dressing that way?
they have
'Cause the
shitty
parents-
parents.
So
that's why.
okay, I get that, bro.
Yeah.
But like, if someone's looking at you, don't blame them for looking at you. because
But
you
that's what I'm
decided to
saying.
dress
Bring in
that way.
bullying back, because if you
Yeah.
demoralized her enough, she
Exactly.
might go back home and be like, "I'm never dressing like that again."
I was in San Diego. Like,
I don't
2
know where
years
this is
ago.
going.
Was-
Dude, I'm playing chess,
I was-
not checkers.
I'm gonna,
dude.
Let me
I'm
say
gonna
this,
agree to
let me say
disagree.
this.
Chest on my chest right now, aren't you?
I'm like a respectable guy. If I see that there's cleavage, I'll look the other way, right? So there was this one time in San
It's
Diego.
because your
where-
wife will.
It's
beat
not.
you.
Yeah, it's not because
No,
you.
it's
It's because your
chest.
wife.
It's not because my wife wasn't even there though. That's the funny thing. Okay,
So
so
you
like
looked. You looked.
I
you
was
seen it.
walking up.
Trauma.
I was well, cause like of course my eye
Cleavage.
direction went there first, and then I looked away. Okay, regardless of what her age was. I was walking up the stairs. There's a 16-year-old.
Oh my God.
chilling on the stairs, right?
I don't even.
they were 16.
I do my peek. Okay, well let me get through the fucking story, all right?
You ID'd her?
I go to the fucking stairs, look up, saw it, looked the other way, kept my respect, looking to the right, not to the left,
Yeah.
walking up the stairs, but she's complaining at the same time. She was saying like something about like some guy was looking at her, right? And she was
Sexualizing
like-
her, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, "Oh, what? Take a picture if like it'll last longer," kind of thing. I'm only 16, just hopefully you know that. And just so you know that I'm 16, but take a picture anyway. And I heard that story.
Yeah, you take a
like, she
picture
was,
for pre-order. You know.
She was saying that a guy was staring at her. She was saying that a guy was staring at her, looking at her ass, but explaining to that guy she's only 16, right? But her bikini was
Friggin'
like
Ed, dude, I knew you
spaghetti
would.
strap bikini on the top, and on the bottom was spaghetti strap thong bikini. So it's like, okay, if you're gonna make those comments and like attack people for looking at you, why are you going outside in public dressing that way?
It's tough.
You're kind of
man.
bringing that upon yourself, but it's like you want that attention to retaliate
It's funny.
against
Chat
people who are looking at you.
chat was like, "How did we get here?" And then
I
chat was
don't.
like, cleavage. He said cleavage. And then this is coming from a woman. This chat said because girls can wear whatever they want? Question mark. I mean,
Wear whatever you want, but it's just one of those things you cannot expect not to have the attention, because it's not fair that girls can wear whatever they want, have their cleavage hanging out, do all that stuff. But if I decide to go to like the store with my bikini thong and my giant member hanging out in front of me, that's not respectable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
now I'm labeled a creep because I'm wearing tight fitting clothing with a giant bulge.
Not only that,
You know?
like when girls
No.
get horny, it's like it's
No.
whatever. But like if a guy gets
No.
horny,
No.
they get their random erections, right?
Where is
if
this?
I get
conf-
an
what
wait,
is-
if I get
what?
an
How-
erection,
hold on,
I
hold
don't-
on.
Yo, why? See, now you pissed off your wife, dude. Why are you gonna
no, I
get an
gotta-
erection in
from the
public looking at
kids.
someone?
You're about to get
From the
choked.
kids.
You're about to get
If
choked.
I get a random surprise treat in my pants that I can't control,
He's like, that never
then
happens
I'm
when
a-
I'm around.
then I'm the
and-
guy.
That happened there with the Medzuran, that's for sure.
And I wanna touch base into something you said. If you wear, I don't know, a tight underwear, whatever, with your schlong hanging down, and then you walk into a store and be called a creep, like because of you're wearing that. No, bro, you're a creep because you decided to wear that, bro.
Okay, so girls that decide to
But
wear
it's-
revealing clothing are what? Yes, that's my point exactly.
Human
you can
beings,
wear whatever you
they're
want.
women.
Yeah, you don't need, I'm sorry, you don't need
Yeah.
to be confident to like have your tits hanging out. I don't even like plastic surgery. I
But
don't
it's a
know why
whole-
girls even go and
Same.
get it because they say, "Oh, I need like plastic surgery and blah blah blah." Like women really do not understand the beauty that they possess naturally, and they have the stigma that exists online that completely corrupted them.
We should have
I,
ended
You know
the
what I mean?
stream.
I
If I
am
wanna wear
ending.
a
Hold
Borat
up.
thong, I will wear a Borat thong.
I am gonna end
Amen.
this topic because this is definitely a very triggering. This is way beyond Transparency Thursday. I wanna remind
I
chat.
love this.
I
love
want to
this.
remind my stream that this is a safe place for everyone. And if you feel unsafe and uncomfortable about the conversation right now, I want to sincerely apologize because, again, these are opinions, these are not facts. They are stating their own thoughts and their process in this. I truthfully don't know how we got to that conversation, but I am going to not fuel it because some of my chat is actually already feeling some type of way. Nobody asked.
It's not to mean disrespectful by any means. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. You have to just learn to accept other people's opinion for what it is because like some people don't like the way that I live my life. Some people don't like the way that I live their things.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I'm okay with that. And I'll be willing to accept that. And I think girls should be able to wear whatever they want, but they also have to understand that the reality of the situation is not everybody is going to view it as the way they do.
Yeah,
And I think that's an important thing to take away from it.
That's
There
the
are a lot
takeaway.
of demoralizing people from there. There are older people. And I mean, as someone that's a father, you got to remember too, like, I don't want to subject my child to girls that are wearing revealing clothing.
Yeah.
I don't think that's respectful for her growing up thinking that she's going to have to do that to have some sort of
Yeah.
self-confidence or do anything like that. It goes way deeper. It's not surface level
Yeah.
stuff. It's just morals.
And I appreciate that it is coming from a father's perspective, not
Yeah.
just an opinion of a man. Because this is what my audience is getting right now is that they're getting offended by that. It's like, people can look, but that's no excuse for men to disrespect women. And that wasn't the intention of the conversation, guys. I
And
want to
that's
reiterate.
true.
I want to reiterate that yes, like Ed agrees with what the chat is saying. We're not demoralizing women or saying that women have no rights or feelings or blah blah blah. Their feelings or thoughts or everything is not valid. I think what the takeaway, what they were trying to say is that there are going to be people from both sides. That
Exactly.
not everyone is going to agree with.
You
and
can't
it-
expect you're not gonna get looked at.
yeah, you can't expect for.
Yeah.
I think not even looked at. I think in a general perspective is you can't expect to gain feedback or a response to what you're doing based off of the actions you decide to be involved in. But they're not. Goof and Ed are not saying that women should be a certain way. It's more of they use the example of a woman being demoralized or being commented or catcalled or whatever based off of certain scenarios that they also have put themselves in based off of their choices, whether that be whatever it may be for the freedom of their own selves to show their creativity in whatever way. Because like for example, women get commented and berated constantly negatively, even about like putting on makeup. Right, as simple as
Yeah.
like,
But it's environmental too, because
right,
if I went to a bar or if I went to a club and
Yeah.
there's a girl that's dressed provocatively or looks really good, I'm not gonna go up to her and be like any type of demoralizing. Like I might, and if I'm interested in her, I'm gonna go up and tell her, "Wow, you look absolutely
you're attractive.
beautiful.
Yeah,
You look amazing. Like, can I buy you a drink? Like, can we have a conversation?" Like, I'm gonna try to engage that because
Yeah.
it's the attractions there. But like, you got to remember when you're shopping at Target and this is happening,
yeah,
it's environmental. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? This circles back to everything we're talking about. Like,
Yeah.
know your environment and where
Yeah.
it belongs.
And
You
how to
know,
engage
because
in it. Yeah.
you should, as someone that wants to be respected, you should be also willing to give that respect to others.
Yeah. It's the
Yeah,
same thing. I mean, it goes the same way of someone who's maybe not dressed provocatively, but they're still gonna get responses. Putting that like the woman perspective on it is, it doesn't matter if you're dressed modestly or provocatively, whatever the definition may be by subjective opinion, right? I thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. What is it? Black Chaos. Thank you for the follow. But that idea that you could be dressed modestly or provocatively, but subjectively, someone is still gonna reach out to you and be like, "Hey, you're attractive," no matter what, right? You're still gonna get catcalled or whatever. That's on the woman's side. Again, the takeaway of it, the thought that they were trying to get to, is not to offend women based off of what they're doing or what actions, or whether you be underage doing this or whatever. To each their own is what they're saying. But be prepared for the repercussions, or
Yes, absolutely.
putting yourself
Mentally
out,
prepare yourself.
putting yourself
Yeah,
out
and
in social media, us putting ourselves out in streaming, and then we could say something like this, right? And they can cancel us. Be prepared. Be prepared for the repercussions, because we can be misunderstood. And then they'll
I was
take.
just
Yeah, go ahead.
no, go ahead. Go. No, you go. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was just simply stating that girl's story.
Yeah.
That girl's story was like yeah, don't look at me, but you also provided that.
Yeah. Like, you put yourself in there to be
yeah,
commented,
you-
but then you're
you
saying,
did
"Don't
that.
comment me." Yeah.
Yeah,
that-
but I still did my respectable part and looked the other way, but I
Yeah.
just heard the situation.
conversation.
Like the girl can dress like as like whatever she wants,
Yeah.
and I support free the nipple for comfortability.
For
okay?
comfortability.
Not to put like your tits out there or whatever. Like
Yeah.
like you don't have to wear a bra with a shirt.
Yeah. Yeah. Do
Like,
you?
can wear. Yeah, do you.
Yeah,
Like, I
but
get
but
it,
that is a good point. Like, your point in the whole aspect of that underage girl was that
Let's look confused.
she was upset because people were commenting her on her or catcalling her, but then she also dressed a certain way that
yeah, it's just
provoked that. But again, to each their own on how they dress. Not to say that because women, the way women, the way that women dress is a problem. No, it's not the case. That's not the topic. The thought is, it's like the same thing as here. The moment you turn on this camera and you put yourself on public stream and you're streaming to a public audience, be prepared for the repercussions.
Yeah.
I got another follow. Thank you, Forge, for a follow.
You're welcome. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Oh, but that was you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No,
thanks for-
and that's how that circled back into it, because it's
Yeah.
just like we were talking about the whole Twitch string, but the goal is to try to have people understand that they correlate together.
yeah.
Life in real life and life on a platform is gonna have the same struggles.
Yeah.
And if you're not prepared for either one, it's gonna affect you on both sides of the spectrum.
I agree.
And yeah, and you know, a lot of people resonate with the negativity that women have. And like I said, as a father of a child that is a female that is 11 years old, you know, I have responsibilities that, you know, to protect her, to guide her, to do all that.
Yeah.
And to teach her like the proper way so that she doesn't put herself in those scenarios.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And here's the thing, like once she turns 18, like that's in her control. She can
Yeah.
do whatever she wants to do. I'm her dad. I'm still going to love her regardless.
Yeah.
But I also am hoping that I mentally prepared her for what comes of, you know, this world, because there
Yeah.
are a lot of shitty people in this world
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
on both sides. Yeah.
and that's it's like us talking about this is finding our ways to, like, how do we protect ourselves from it, or like protect our peers from it. And yes, like chat was saying, yeah, catcalling is vile. Yes, of course. None of us here, and I'm gonna speak on behalf of everyone in our current stream, none of us condone that. We don't condone catcalling. We're not saying that catcalling is good or that we find it enjoyable as men looking at women, because that's not what we were promoting. That's not what we were
Why would
talking
it
about.
be?
Again,
Well, specifically women,
know?
but I'm still gonna catcall Goofy over here.
yeah.
I'm
But,
talking about a catcall.
I mean, I've been catcalling these boys for. I mean, I
Dude,
met Ed
Look
today,
at
and I was
Ed's
already.
beard. Dude.
Yeah.
He just
it's
got it.
so sexy.
Yeah, bro. I was.
See?
He just got that.
See?
I love the way
brand
that
new-
Vincent
I'm not
takes
a
out
piece
that
of
cigarette.
meat,
You know?
guys. I'm not a piece of meat.
But you know the
Yeah,
way
you
that
are.
Hey, we can't
You don't
forget
wanna
the
eat
number
that.
one bay
Eat that,
though,
bro.
Wesley the bestie.
yeah, Wesley the bestie, bro. Day
We
I
call
one.
him
just
that
licked my
forehead.
microphone,
Oh
dude.
dang! Look
Bro.
at that. Showing you
Sheesh, look at
it's
all that
actually a
sweat.
five-head.
Look at that.
Look at
six
all
Oh,
that.
I
pack.
wish you didn't have a girlfriend.
Bro, that oil in your forehead can cook me like 3 eggs right now, bro.
Whoa, what
Like,
the
I was sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was trying to live
What
up
the
to
fuck?
I was trying to
We
live
just
up to Goop's hype.
We just backtracked.
Yeah.
Right there.
I
Look
I
at
don't
that.
even have that much oil on my forehead,
I'm
bro.
so
You
sorry.
are like bronze right now
I'm
with your
sorry.
shine
Oh,
on your
it's-
face, dude.
No, this is dewiness. This is my sunscreen. It's my SPF.
That's your dewiness, bro.
Yeah.
It
Hey,
could look
can we
like
take a
sweat
time out real
meat.
quick? Hey, let's take a time out real quick.
Yeah,
This
time out.
almond cake looking kind of fresh, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what he is
What's
too, bro. He wants-
poppin', bro? Hey, hey, my name's Anthony. What's your name?
this guy over here.
My name's your boo, baby.
Oh,
Hey, yo,
how did this get into a dating?
Cash me in your DMs, girl.
Girl.
This is
Or guy.
this is that
What up?
definition. This is that definition of like our girlfriends or our wives just saying like, yeah, my man's cheating on me. Yeah, this is what the men are doing.
This is
Yeah.
So
He's
it
probably
didn't
out
let me.
cheating right
Cheating
now.
on me.
Damn, boy.
It
You
didn't.
look
Hey, wait.
fresh.
It didn't let me message you because
Let
you're
me
not
slap
my
that
friend.
thing
So
real quick.
accept
Oh,
my
accept the friend request
Let me
first.
slap that thing real quick. You know what I'm saying?
But
And,
thank
and I
you.
hope to revisit this one day on another transparency. So maybe you
Yeah.
know all your followers that had these questions. I'll come back and we'll like subscribe. We'll do all that fun stuff to you so that
Like,
we can
subscribe.
actually get in depth about maybe some of the questions or the insecurities that they're maybe possessing about like the way they're approached or something like
Yeah,
that.
that could
Like,
be a
I
good
really-
topic. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like to like fill people in on that because it's like I see it from both sides of the spectrum. I really do. I understand that like you want to have this like this confidence, you want to do this, you want to do that too, but you also have to understand that like we're in the middle of a developing new society.
Yeah, this
Right,
is
to where
completely
we-
yeah.
Yeah, so you have the older crowd of people, that were developed on morals in the church and all that stuff, and then you have the newer crowd of people that are like, well, it's my life and I'm gonna live it.
Yeah.
And you're playing with fire thinking that like you can just kind of do what you want, because the truth is that as humans in general we should just be wanting to give respect to everybody.
Yeah.
And if the, and truly,
Coexist.
yeah, and truthfully, if that means that like, hey, maybe wear some shorts today instead of some booty shorts, I don't think that's like an unrealistic thing to like expect, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? I get if you're going out somewhere and you have the intent of maybe finding someone, or you just want to look good when you go out,
Yeah.
but if you're putting yourself into a scenario to where it's just like uncalled for, like, especially if there's kids around and stuff like that, like they shouldn't be subjected to that. They're innocent,
Yeah.
so
That's true.
why would you bring that into their life? Like, we're not going to sit there and bring any type of toxicity or like any type of our rage quitting or anger that we possess through gaming into a target.
Yeah.
We're going to do it in the comforts of our own home.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're going to do it when we're with our friends. Like, and I think that's where like people, you can live your life however you want to, but I will tell you there will be ramifications for it. There will be repercussions
matter what,
from
yeah.
it. Like, yeah,
You
and
could be
that's the thing to take away.
You could literally follow the church your entire life, become a priest, and do all that stuff, but you're still gonna be hated. There's still gonna be
100%.
some people that are gonna find you and be like, "I don't care if you're angelic, bro. I don't care if you've not laid a hand on a woman. I still hate your guts." Like people
Right.
are still gonna hate you. That's true.
You still touch that boy. I know
Yeah.
you didn't touch the boy, but you did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's right.
And you could save 1,000 people's lives, and
Yeah.
the one life that you didn't save is the one that you're going to get shit for.
Yeah. I think this topic could be a really great conversation. What I do encourage, though, which I invite everyone currently in this part of this, is to invite a +1, and it has to be a woman, because we can't have an engaging conversation
That's-
about
that's
this.
tough. Sorry, I
Here's the
can't.
reason why. We
I'm a
can't.
widow.
I'm single.
Oh, that's fucked.
It's
dude.
okay.
Come on.
It's okay. You have lots of friends, right, out
Just
there.
go hit
Yeah.
up your ex. I mean, which one? I don't know.
I'm gonna
You'll
bring
find one.
Wes's ex, actually. That's
But
what I'm gonna do.
but hey, that's a
Which one?
which one?
I'm gonna bring Christine up in.
Dang,
fuck.
the names are put out.
She's gonna be drunk by the time
Oh,
you get to.
fuck K-Dog.
Yeah. But let me explain
Sorry, Tourette's.
the reason why I think like this topic is a great engaging topic, but we cannot base it off of just men opinions in Transparency Thursday
Because it becomes misogynistic.
because it
Yes.
becomes misogyn. But it's also it just becomes a biased perspective of what men are thinking, right? But I like the fact that you're coming from Ed, like you're coming from a father's perspective.
Yeah.
And Vince, you're a father yourself. Yeah.
Luffy has 2 daughters too.
Yeah.
You know.
Like all,
3.
3 of you guys, Vince,
Three.
3.
Anthony, and you, Ed,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you
remember
3 all have daughters, and so you guys all have a perspective of a father, which my audience, they don't know that they don't know
Right.
that you're coming from a father's
Why does
perspective.
YouTube look so confused right now?
But I think it would still be a safe place and a safe conversation if we have friends, whether it be our girlfriends, our partners, our wives, or whatever, or just a friend that's a girl that could join us in this conversation. Because in that way, yes, we can still get the opinion of a woman's perspective, and then for us to share our perspective, despite it being,
Milo.
something like this. Because
We have a little bitch's perspective.
yeah,
Oh,
My-
YouTube.
Milo's-
But he's still a little
Aw.
bitch.
See,
She's
It's brand
cute.
new.
Milo's
Brand
a
new.
whole
it's-
Look at that. Milo's just like, I ain't no bitch. I'm just trying to hug you, boy.
Miggy.
Oh, we got getting the dogs out here. Let me get my dog out, bro. Here, hold on. Let me get my.
For clarification,
He's
Nice.
nowhere to be found. He's doing his own thing.
Wait, Vince, for clarification. Oh, there's his dog. Wait, Vince,
Oh,
what were you saying for clarification? What?
I'm screenshotting that
I
clip and
don't
you
have a
screenshotting.
daughter, I have a son.
Oh,
I have fun.
he's cute. Sorry.
Did I say daughters? Did I say kids?
Poquito, wait.
Dang,
I
that's
said
racist.
daughters.
You
I
just
said
you
You
just
said
assumed that
daughters.
because it's a little
You said
Asian baby.
daughters.
Oh
Yeah,
my
like a
god.
lady boy,
Why
I
you do
commented,
that to them?
she's cute because you said daughters. I was like,
Bro,
Wow.
all day today. All day today.
hey, you can't tell when they're like young anyway.
I told
So,
Vince.
no
I told Vince
offense
that
when-
he's going to nursing school, and then
Yeah.
I called his son a daughter.
And they're over here worried about my toxicity. Look at this
Oh,
guy.
you're
right
Bro,
here.
I'm
Wow.
toxic.
Canceled,
The
you have to
our host-
resign.
I'm
Our
canceled because
host
I'm not
right
a real
here?
friend. Holy
Yup.
crap. Hey, Wes is just as a host as I am, okay? So it's not my fault entirely.
Look at Milo though. Look at Milo
What am I
though.
doing, dude? I'm just
Milo, show me your tongue.
Dad.
Vince, I don't
Dog
mean to offend you in any way. This is
No,
this-
no. Spare me or
he's not. He's like, he's like, I don't want to see you when you come here in the Philippines, bro.
Someone's throwing a boulder, dog. You just
Yeah.
threw a stone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we did a group vote. You're no longer in
Cancel.
this podcast.
You're right. I got
I'm
kicked out of
throwing
my.
you a fucking continent next time, bro.
Damn, bro. I'm no longer
Not
gonna have an
nice.
audience. Damn. But yeah, I like the
Overwatch?
conversation. I like the topic. Let's definitely let's pin that and use that as a topic of conversation for another
Can we
transparency.
title it like
which one?
misogyny? Question mark.
Yeah, actually.
Misogyny.
I mean, it's triggering.
Misogyny, no mames.
Yeah.
No,
But
no,
we'll definitely have
Federal misogyny.
like someone or we're definitely gonna have our girlfriends, wives, friends, homegirls, whatever, and
Yeah,
I'll
or
go.
my wife.
I'll go
Ga-
dig mine up. Don't worry.
gays, our gay friends, like
Bro.
bring them in.
Ed, stop.
Did you? Yo, we're
Oh my
gonna.
God.
We're gonna get canceled for all the misunderstanding and the context. Like they're
How'd
just
you
gonna
get that
click.
haircut and
the-
that beard cut. You know what I'm saying?
They're
Your
just gonna-
ex.
No, look what she's missing out on.
She's like right next. She's just behind that door.
It's
I'm
transparency.
getting a hard on, baby.
It is transparency. I set myself up for that. You are being transparent. There's nothing fake about this.
And I'm the same here as I will be outside of here. I'm actually more refined.
Oh, I'm
in this
fake
setting.
as fuck. I'm
Hey,
just
The
Just
only
'cause-
thing that's different is maybe your personality, but you'll still be you, you know?
It depends on which one, though.
I have no
Exactly.
personality. My
I,
personality is
I
streaming.
believe that. I believe that when you're saying you need to take those personal days and stuff like
Yeah,
that. like-
I'm getting on the wow. The owls.
Oh,
Dude, it's 11:20. Don't you have work tomorrow?
No.
I'm not going in tomorrow. Kidding me?
Since when? It's Friday. You're a
you were-
workaholic.
he rage quit
Since
his
I
job.
was-
he rage
yeah,
quit his
rage
job.
quit. I fucking just stressed out, dude. I'm not doing it. I'm staying up.
If I'm not allowed to put my Luffy hat, then I'm not going to work. That's what
Good for you. I'm glad you're taking a management decision.
Oh, that's good.
Uh,
Mental
take
health.
it
Rage quit
decision.
IRL.
What?
Holy
What? He
shit.
just quit IRL. Who said that?
His wife.
Who's? Oh, Goop. That was your wife that said quit IRL.
She was
Yeah,
like,
hey,
rage
say
quit
what's
Hey,
up,
IRL.
put
say
it.
what's
Put it on
up.
the camera.
Hey.
Put it on the mic.
She just told me not to rage quit
Hello?
IRL.
Hello.
Living spacer.
Oh.
No,
See,
the
it's-
pedal luces, dude. The pedal
Pero
luces.
this is-
This is why we need the wives and the girlfriends here, man, because it
You
gives.
don't want her, dude.
You don't want her.
she about to kill all of us. She about to murder us,
Yeah.
Anja.
Yeah, she would.
Because
Like,
you
you're
know what's gonna
fired, dude.
happen?
It's her
Like
podcast.
you can't have her on here with him because if we have other girls on here, she's gonna get mad at him.
That-
And she's no cam, so she's not allowed.
Chat. The real reason why we don't have any girls in our Transparency Thursdays is because if we bring our girls in here, they're just gonna fight each other and think that we're cheating
that's-
on.
That's
Not only that too, you're kind of making an assumption because like you're assuming pronouns and genders already. Like,
Yeah,
with
they're-
that.
Dude, you're just getting canceled.
I'm
left
just
and
getting
right. Taking
canceled
your
left and
own
right,
right,
man.
bro.
They're just
Yeah, I mean,
And damn
'cause
it, you-
obviously,
You
You
assume
cursed me.
Vincent's kid was a her, not
Yeah.
a him. Hey,
I didn't
Yeah.
assume. I made a
Dr.
mistake,
Disrespect's record.
bro. I'm
tell you
living
that
up to
much.
Dr. Disrespect, bro.
I don't know if anyone can beat.
You know
that
what,
record, dude.
Ed? You are right about something. Anything
He
you
hit it
touches,
for 4 years.
anything you touches ends up breaking. And you're breaking this podcast right now. Ever since you
Yeah.
joined, bro, I've been
Yeah.
getting canceled left and right.
it happens. It's not against terms of service though, because none of us are in hot tubs
Meanwhile-
with anything else.
That's what makes him so sexy.
Hey, meanwhile, Jeremiah
That's
still
why
has
you're
one
getting canceled,
sandwich
you're
left.
on the hot tub.
Yeah, meanwhile, I gotta wake up in like a couple hours and I'm still up.
Do you still have work?
Yeah. Meanwhile,
Bro, just quit.
an hour and a half ago, we said we're ending it.
Yeah. Hey, it
Yeah,
got real
that's why I
interesting.
joined. I thought
No,
it
we
was
got
out of
we got the raid part 2.
Yeah, I got
the raid part
raided,
two.
so it
I was
was.
supposed to get off at 9:30.
Well, we were supposed to be done. We were supposed to be in Valo already.
Yeah, let's play a game right now. Let's go. No, I'm just
Okay,
kidding.
we're done. Everybody say goodbye.
Wait, we can't
Bye.
leave Vincent yet.
Bye-bye.
Oh yeah.
Vincent is. We gotta wait until
Until next
there.
time.
Oh, he
He's
got
tendering to his daughter.
Bro,
right
you got
now,
a whole
bro.
bowl of rice, bro.
his
That's,
his.
that's the play right there, dude.
Hey, what do you
The
got? What do you got
strawberry
there?
Soju.
Ooh, that
The
looks
strawberry
good. Too.
soju.
Is it ice cold though, Goof?
Not right now. It's been out.
I love how my chat is like bye. They want to get rid of us. It's not that they're saying bye out
Bye,
of
get the
goodness.
fuck outta
Yeah,
here.
they're like stop fucking
Bye,
being
have a good
misogynistic.
Yeah,
Oh
come
my
on.
God.
Get your
No
manly.
mommies?
You
Yeah.
can't assume I'm misogynistic, okay?
Yeah.
I identify as non-misogynistic.
I'm
Oh,
actually
God.
like pro women.
Yeah,
Oh
Hey, Goof, you
god.
gotta be like, bye, have a great time.
I like to pick my
For real,
nose. That's it. I
But
like.
hot take:
What's up, brother?
if you want equality, you're gonna get equality.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
And I'll leave it at that.
Oh my god! Wait,
I
first,
want to.
like,
I
that's
want to
another
walk
thing.
into
I-
Target with booty shorts on and not be looked at.
I
No.
think they should.
You can do
Yeah,
that. You
like-
live in
you,
California.
you actually live
Pay
in
grade-
California,
pay
though.
grade
I
is
can't,
ridiculous.
bro.
They're
It's
gonna look at me.
bro.
Like,
The
gap
guys are gonna
is
look at me.
ridiculous.
You should go to work wearing Lululemons.
You know, actually, I look good in leggings. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god.
no.
Hey,
I used to
Wes-
wear leggings
Mommy?
to the gym. Actually, I would wear like legging compression pants and shorts.
And this is
over
why I
them.
said we can't assume
I have a
genders.
lot
'cause
of
you
What-
see this
That's
guy right
good.
here.
Yeah,
That's
what-
When I would put on the leggings, I'll be like, "Damn,
Wes,
You probably
fat
check out
ass.
your ass. first
Wes
thing in the
chat said
morning.
that you
got
can.
ass."
You can definitely wear that, Wes. Chat is saying it. They're agreeing.
Dude, I
It's
have
like
a
you
bunch
should.
of freaking compression leggings over here.
I can't. You
No.
can, Wes. You should. Okay, bye, dude.
Yo, she wanted to compliment you.
She
I
wants
just- she wanted to
Bennett,
dip.
bro.
She wants this to be done with
Yeah.
at this point. I just want to keep
Alright,
staring
I'm
ahead.
out 5,000.
Bye,
Until
have a
the
good
stream
time.
ends.
Are we streaming
Bye, have a
tomorrow?
great time.
Are we streaming tomorrow before we end this? Bye, Goof. Oh, he left.
tomorrow?
Are you
Legit
streaming
left.
tomorrow?
Probably, yeah.
Alright.
You can. But
Alright.
are you actually gonna do it? Are you
I'll
gonna follow
stream.
through?
I'll stream at nighttime
Okay.
because I have.
You're not gonna get on.
Well, I have interviews.
You're not gonna get on. Okay, I'll see you on Saturday.
But I will get
Yeah,
on.
I have tomorrow off.
Hey, what's up, brother?
I want to see more of that. I want
The
to see
last
more
day
of
before.
that. Hey,
So we're playing
Last
Power
thing-
World. Wait, can we go on
Ooh.
Power? Could you guys put me in your guys'
No, we-
server?
No,
We don't have the
canceled
server
it.
anymore.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
canceled it.
Can we
It's
start
like
it?
I wanna
30
see
bucks a
more of
month,
that-
40
I wanna
bucks a
see more of
month.
those feet,
Yeah.
though, Ed.
Wait,
We're
40
trying to
bucks a
start-
month? What do you mean 40
Yeah.
bucks a month for a server?
To have a dedicated server.
Anthony needs to
probably
start
is.
the Minecraft server again.
Oh, yeah.
Shit,
that
I'm
is
down for
true.
Minecraft. That's
Yeah.
toxic. That's a level of toxicity I like.
You know what's messed up? Meth addicts dig holes all the time. So when you're basically playing Minecraft, that's all you're doing is just being a meth
Okay.
Well, I thought that was the premise of the game.
head.
That you take meth and play Minecraft at the same time.
There you go, assuming again. You better quit that, dude. You know?
I'm getting canceled. Dang it.
Yeah.
I wish I could kick him
Going
out, bro. He needs to
swimming in.
relax.
Not so famous streamer gets canceled for assuming about Minecraft. That's gonna be the
Assuming
headline.
whatever.
That's the
Streamer with
start of all
6
of it.
people
That's
watching
the
gets
start, and then
canceled.
watch toxic Twitch is
Within
gonna be
3
like, hey,
hours
we're
of
gonna
streaming.
promote you. We want you to do this more often. Like,
Exactly.
here
We
you
should
go.
talk more. We want you to
Yeah.
be on your Transparency Thursdays, just
We're gonna sponsor
triggering
you
everybody.
for being canceled.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna sponsor you to trigger audience.
Can you? We need to build a warning label for the bottom of the screen that just rotates throughout the
Yeah.
bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah, on your
You know what I
screen.
like a
mean?
headline,
Full
like
transparency.
the news headline. This is
Mhm.
just this the paid actors in this
Just
film.
put fake news. Fake
Yeah.
news. Fake news.
The onion,
no.
the onion on the side. Just have the onion on the corner.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Thought the shit ended, bro.
Anyways,
Wave goodbyes.
Now that Goof is
thank
back,
you,
let's
everyone.
all leave.
Everyone,
Let's get it.
thank you so much for
Bye.
watching.
Bye.
Thank you for
Bye.
tuning in.
Thank
Thank you
you,
for
chat.
commenting.
Thank
Like,
you.
subscribe. Bye.
I
I'll be back
appreciate you
when Ed's
guys.
on.
We'll be back tomorrow.
I won't
Gaming.
be back. I'll be working, dying.
Only feet.
Fortnite. Hey, wait. Hey,
Press the
Cyrus.
end button.
Reload.
Cyrus, press the end button.
Reload.
Cyrus.
Yes, bro.
I'm so
Reload.
happy. Yes.
Let's go.
Well, not
Let's
tonight.
go.
I gotta. It's too late. Man. I gotta.
Man.
Yeah, man. I gotta eat. I still. I haven't even had
End the
dinner.
stream, fool.
End the stream. You keep
Reload,
going.
sit.
End the stream.
Oh, I can't end the stream. Wait, I can. Wait, let me end the stream and then we'll talk more. Okay, hold up. Bye, guys.